Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the very snowy and stormy edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
It's been freezing.
We've had days have been predicted and told and spoiled by all the wrestling sites that there is a storm going to hit the UK. And in the last few days, it's been bloody lovely weather. So I'm like, these melter weather people, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And outside, it looks like Tom sneezed. So,
oh, yes. Well, diddle my timbers, Maffew. I didn't expect a reference like that so early in the podcast.
I got a comment on one of my Instagram posts that I had to delete because I was like, oh, this just looks really bad. It was like, I can't tell if the Tom thing's a joke or not. I'm like, oh my God. So I just deleted it because I thought, come on now.
well, you know, the police sometimes view these things, so.
It was on an Instagram post. I think it was the one about my big walk. I was really proud of it. And then this guy comes in like, just one thing.
There was a comment on yesterday's news video that me and him did, and it was like, "Where's Tom?" And someone was like,
"Oh God, because it looks really bad."
He's away getting married. There's all these things that aren't true getting posted. And one was just like, "He's away doing coke."
No.
He went to the source in Colombia.
How are you, Matthew?
Tom doesn't do the drugs.
Yeah, no, Tom doesn't do the drugs.
The drugs do,
My
Tom.
word. No, man.
You listen to the tones of Maffew, who was well. Jack, who is.
Oh God.
Say a word.
Oh, I'm all right.
Fantastic. And Ross, who is.
Rest in peace, Mystic Meg.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ, when did this happen?
Didn't predict that one,
Today
did
or
you?
yesterday?
No.
Yeah.
Oh. And also, her name's not even Meg. It's Margaret.
Yeah, she was Meg can be a. I guess it can
Madge?
be.
Midge.
Yeah, Peggy for some reason. Also, is apparently a shortened version of Margaret somehow.
Mystic Meg. Rest in peace.
Bloody hell.
That was the
one of
90s, wasn't it?
Yeah,
She
she's
was-
one of the first memories I have. I think Mystic Meg.
Memories.
Just like his childhood, early childhood memories. Mystic Meg, Lily Savage.
That's the first thing you
sort of-
can.
She's on the lottery back in.
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that time.
wasn't she?
Right.
And
Also,
it's
the Mystic Meg, you know, just to show you how hard it is to win the lottery, here's a crazy person to predict the numbers. And
Also,
it was always.
great. No, what a worker.
Yeah, because you always just, all I remember her doing was then somebody would be winning the lottery tonight. Two. And then the crowd would be like, ooh, like it was Enzo Amore, you know.
Mystic Meg makes me
Good
proud.
comparison.
Makes me proud to be British. It's a proper
Mystic Meg.
Yeah.
But what did she do? Was she a proper stargazer?
Aye.
I think she was. Yeah.
Clairvoyant.
Her as well.
That was a gimmick name.
Clairvoyant.
I
I told you there's no Disco Inferno booking ideas.
That was magical times. That she would predict
aye.
it, and their name and homes would be there. Like you could win $1 million points. Fantastic.
Still going, Eamon. Still doing his thing.
Well, press F in the chat for Mystic Meg.
Jonathan Creek as well. That's another early TV memory I have.
Thought you think he was dead. The fictional character of Jonathan
yeah.
Creek is also the.
Hey, well.
I was on them reels this week as well.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of like 90s TV memories, do you remember like the Death Note that was the Heartbeat intro at 8 p.m. on a Sunday night? And you knew, oh God, I've stayed up too late. Heartbeat's theme's on. I'm in trouble.
It's school tomorrow. Yeah.
It was like the school bell being rung.
Oh, right,
right.
it was.
You
Grim
got to
Reaper.
go soon.
I know
like
kids-
Heartbeats. It was like an hour and a bit long. Then there was the news, and they get the conclusion, the thrilling conclusion of Heartbeat.
Where was it set? It was like Somerset.
Somewhere.
That was like Yorkshire, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? All right. I knew it was like the backwoods. No offense, Andrew.
I think Andrew's dad was
Sorry.
probably in it. Was he a copper in the 60s, your dad?
The opposite.
You didn't hear that? Andrew said the opposite. Oh, he's a friend of Tom's, I see. Say no more. But yeah.
Tom's going to come back. Reputation ruined.
I can just picture it now when he comes back in. If he ever comes back, don't know if
Yeah,
he's
of
coming back,
course,
does it? Just
yeah.
going like, come here. Quick word, quiet word.
As footballers say,
And we'll be like, what do you mean, Tom?
as footballers say on every podcast when they've had a bust up with the manager or a different player, he's pulled me for a chat. They say, oh, he's pulled me for a chat. Yes.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
Wrestling. Charlotte Flair comments on being a babyface in WWE. Wow. WWE. Just rolls off the tongue, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To saying it for 30 plus years. Charlotte Flair returned to WWE in December 2022. I can't say it. WWE. Although she left as a cocky, arrogant, entitled heel, she returned as a more upbeat and smiling baby face. Take up this role for the first time in a while, and somebody asked her, the Dan Limbartar show.
What's going on? What's
Come
happening?
on. How do you say that?
Oh, Dan Libatar.
What's going on?
Thank you, Ross.
Can I say it as well now? I need to say it as well. What's made you?
You got to say it with an accent.
What's made you make those noises?
You can't just say Dan Le Batted.
Oh.
Dan the
Lib.
Bastard show.
Oh, right.
Flair
right, right.
in her mentality, and it comes to playing both a good guy and a bad guy. Quote, now my mindset is, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just the woman. I spent so many years trying to get people to boo me, and now the reception from the fans and them being so excited to see me, I try not to overthink it. I think they want to see me be arrogant now. They want to cheer that. They don't want me to be corny. They want me to be me. It's more of a respect thing because of everything I've done in the industry.
Oh, shut up. That's a heel promo. Talking about
Isn't it out of character?
Yeah. Oh, what a natural babyface she is.
Yeah.
Just say I'm not very good at the babyface stuff. I'm
No.
just a heel. I'll just do it.
Also,
Way more honest. I'm just crap, really.
was there another swipe at Becky Lynch there with the I am the woman after the fallout between Becky and Rick?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because Becky and Charlotte probably apparently don't actually get on now after the whole belt gate.
They did say that they weren't friends anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Charlotte went, well, no one likes Becky anyway. And then everyone went, no, we do.
And so from a baby face to a baby getting something thrown in their face, MJF in the main event of
Fantastic.
AEW.
Well done.
See, I can't spell anything, but I can
Well
write
done.
it. After some counter wrestling during the opening quarter of a long main event, I frustrated, MJF rolled to the outside, decided to take his frustration out on a young boy as he grabbed a drink from the child's mother and threw it over the kid. According to Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer Radio, the drink in question was tequila, and some of it got in the child's eye, which is quite amazing, not the least because, as we were saying before we got in the air, that was a big old cup.
Well,
It had to be tequila and something else,
As
you
you
know.
were saying, yeah, hopefully it was tequila and some sort of mixer.
Good God.
Yeah.
So for the instant, the
For a
child
kid,
was
man.
not a plant.
No.
Because that's what you're thinking initially. It's a plant getting some water in his face. They're going to grow into a beautiful flower.
I know, especially the way it was, especially the way it was framed. Like it looked like part of the
Yeah.
camera got them all in, the mother and MJF and the kid, and then it looked like it could have been a plan.
Hey. Oh, I cannot speak like. Sean Ross Sapp and Rhapsody's Will Washington bought the child an acclaimed phone finger, while Amanda Huber was seen sitting with the child as AEW looked to smooth things over.
Fair play to Amanda Lai.
Yeah, the child named Titus was taken backstage after the show to meet the promotion's wrestlers, and Tony Khan apparently had a serious conversation with MJF over his conduct.
No, he didn't.
That's what it says here.
I don't believe that.
It
For
was in
one.
the press comments when he was like, he said, like, we've had a chat backstage. Just like that.
Yes,
Oh, it was a good week for Tony Khan and
Tony
promos.
Khan, famously good at standing up to his wrestlers. Well, that we've seen in public.
Yeah.
He might be really good behind the scenes. He might be like, no more. It stops now.
Yeah, I can't believe it. He's old, he's tired, he's sick of working with children.
Yeah.
Bless him. MJF then called Titus salt of the earth.
I'm trying to mix that in with tequila because you got tequila in the eye, the salt goes up the nose. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
What's it
Up the
called? The
nose.
suicide version.
I see.
Yeah.
Aye.
Why'd they call it that? Salt of the nose.
It's
Bloody hell.
tequila in the whatever.
Aye, some sort of joke like that.
Poor
Poor kid though. Aye.
Yeah.
It's not on, is it?
It's you
Oh,
can't
no,
be doing it. No, you
throwing
can't. You
tequila
just
at
can't.
kids. We are not, bro. I thought it was just somewhat. I'm like, oh, why people get upset?
No,
Whatever.
I think even if
oh,
it's,
tequila.
I know, but I think a good point of view is people saying like the kid didn't even care. He wasn't booing him. He was ignoring him. I know it's to get heat, but it's the cheapest of cheap heat. Like, and I know that MJF's reply to that would be like, that's the point. But imagine if it was someone. Imagine if the woman had then gone right and just headbutted him. Could you be
Right.
blamed? Like, you know,
Yeah.
That would have
it's
been
weird.
fantastic.
It would have
that
been good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it would have been.
Surely that gives the fan license to. If you do something to their kid.
Why? Have you not seen? Have you not seen how wrestlers react when they get the slightest shove off someone?
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, right, I'm going to batter you then, and it's allowed, and everything's fine.
It's so funny as well because there's like a little intersect of people like wrestlers, but it sometimes very occasionally happens on the indie scene, and there's a clip of it, and all the wrestlers are like, "Yeah, you got that fan if they touch you, whatever." The wrestler never looks good in these situations, and I don't mean they don't look good by putting their hands on the fan. I mean the fan embarrasses them, and they look really bad by comparison. By they're like, "Oh yeah, shove." Oh yeah, you really got him, and like all the other wrestlers are like quote tweeting in the private like accounts, going, "No, you didn't."
Are they?
No, they're not.
I would argue, like, if you jump the barricade and get in the ring and the wrestler beats you up,
absolutely.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But if a wrestler jumps the barricade the other way and chucks a drink in a kid's face and that's your kid, give him a
Yeah, of course.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Shoot, fight. Let that mother challenge for the AEW title.
I'm glad that the kid got like some perks
Yeah,
because
alright.
God, I felt bad for him. Also, did you say that was quarter of an hour into the match?
That's what it says.
In my
there.
mind, it was like right at the start.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, technically is.
Well, yeah,
The first quarter.
very true.
Rob, like this podcast. John Cena cast in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. It's good to calling it ninjas rather than heroes now. It's a
yeah, right.
really nerdy reference. Yeah, there we go. Press the button. John Cena's been revealed to appear in the upcoming blah, blah, blah film. He's going to play Rocksteady.
Is he one of the villains then?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's nice because Rocksteady has previously been played by another.
Sheamus.
That's it. Well
Get in
done,
there.
ye. The big nerdy
Ah,
Ross.
right, I am.
Wow.
So that'll
So
be nice.
Is it voice acting or like physical role? 'Cause
It'll be voice acting.
it'll be voice acting.
So Sheamus was
a big
live
pig
action.
man, isn't it, or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
With a hook in his nose, a nose ring, a bull ring nose.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, that actually is
Aye.
correct.
I only know that because of Sheamus being in it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well done.
Is Cena's character going to come along and bury the Ninja Turtles and be like, "You're all generic. No one likes you." They've got to pipe in the ratings.
Even if you win, Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle, you lose.
Wait, we're the four Ninja Turtles. We're the new guys. We have to beat you, right? Roxanne looks at the camera and goes, "Oh, do. AEW faction disbands." Well,
What?
maybe this works or maybe it doesn't, given what happened on Dynamite. But a fan asked QT Marshall to bring back the factory. Marshall tweeted, "We did some fun stuff. Unfortunately, the amount of factory hate from the experts, that's what it says here, in wrestling was too much, and the group had to disband. But keep your eyes on Big Shot Ali, Real Cole Carter, Aaron Solo, and Mr. Freak Beast."
Don't you try and convince us that the factory were good and we were wrong, QT Marshall.
I thought
Don't gaslight us like that.
the point was it was crap, wasn't it? Like, they were the job squad when he needed someone to have a win. Send the factory in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking in character there. Maybe he's like, "Oh, well.
Yeah.
Didn't
But at
like
the same
it."
time, they haven't been seen on TV.
I mean, jokes on the experts because now we have QTV, as it said on his breast.
It did.
So that's a new gimmick. Maybe we'll have to see what that means next week.
Here,
This is-
we got done on the news, though. We got absolutely worked.
What was that
Oh,
about?
no.
The car?
Oh, do you reckon that was all storyline?
Well, he brought the TNT title out at the end.
Ah,
I thought that was
could've
like
been
the replica one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fair enough. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we're fine. Maybe we're
I don't
fine.
know
Maybe
right
we're
now.
fine.
Yeah, we'll just.
I reckon
cover
it
our
was a
answer.
shoot that they're going to turn into a word.
Right, that's fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's what I thought it was. Yeah, so
Yeah,
for the
fair.
news there, for people who aren't called up, Wardlow shot a big video of his car smashed into the TNT AEW title, robbed, stolen,
Yeah,
twocked.
and all his ring gear as
Oh,
well.
it's ring gear, sure.
Obviously, if it was real, then it's really bad for him. All the comments on our news video were like, "This guy can't catch a break."
Yeah. The booking's got him.
Yeah.
Life's got him.
His
Bless him.
biggest win was overshadowed by the whole MJF situation.
Yep. That's been overshadowed by Joe and Hobbs. And you know he wasn't going to win because he had the FDR shirt and he kissed it beforehand. So, yes, the factory no more, which reduces the number of stables in AEW from infinity to infinity -1.
Yeah.
So that's grand. Vince McMahon was backstage at WWE Raw. Reason being, it's his company. And McMahon looked different, it said here, according to Fightful Select, as he's now sporting a little mustache and has dyed his hair, which...
No. Don't say whatever you're going to say.
okay. There were a few photos that went around.
You didn't need to specify the size of the mustache.
Yeah, well, no. You're on. What type of mustache? We need to know. And people are starting to go crazy with this
On
because
the
there was
chart
like...
of dictators, which one?
Oh, no. You go to the barber and like, give me a... yeah. But yeah, there was... So,
Chris Kamara.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, we'll move on from this. Seth Rollins details his accidental WWE babyface turn.
Yeah,
Because, wow, it's almost like someone was paying attention to the Healy facey stuff. It said on the July 25th, 2022 Raw taping, Madison Square Garden, quote, "At the end of the show, Riddle's out there doing something, and I come out to stomp his head into steel steps, and I'm wearing a shiny, beautiful black suit. And I end the episode by stomping his head into steel steps, thinking I'm going to hear a chorus of boos, when in fact, the choir is singing my song." And he said, "When we're doing stuff in front of no people in the Thunderdome, it's a crapshoot. It's hit or miss. You don't really know. You get the tour response, and then you, like your peers, and you're doing the best you can, but you don't get a visceral response from a live crowd. So, yeah. Heely, facey heel, Seth Rollins. Good
Fair
for
enough.
him.
Yeah.
So he's admitting there he was a heel for a while.
Yeah. As he brutally attacked Matt Riddle, and the crowd went,
So he was.
yeah,
he
get
was-
him.
he was
That's
a
you
heel.
told
Was a
Maffew.
heel then.
Yeah.
Aye.
He was internally listed as a heel.
We remember.
Yeah, you were wrong.
We remember.
Hey, hang on. We're both saying, yeah, you were wrong. I was right. AEW has also rebranded the All Atlantic title. In look, we like the £5 we get every week from AEW, so it's all right. They don't watch your show anyway. But so it was the All Atlantic title,
Yeah.
and it was immediately pointed out by anybody who studied geography at school. Hang on, the Atlantic, but you've got the Japanese flag and other flag. All right, yeah, cool, whatever. Well, they've changed it. It's now no longer the All Atlantic. It's the International
That's
title,
better.
which makes a hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Tony Khan explained this by saying, due to the release of Shazam, the new film, that they're going to call it the international title. It wasn't quite explained how that worked, but we did get a nice look at the new Shazam film.
Is that David Blaine related?
Shazam.
It's all because of the magic.
Is-
Shazam.
He fights Shazam.
Is it Marvel or not?
It is DC.
I saw people a while ago now sharing a snippet of the trailer and saying this is what's wrong with superhero films these days. And he threw a car at a dragon or something, and he went, "Did I just throw a car at a dragon?" It's like, shut up. Why did superheroes all have to become everymen? But apparently he's a teenager in a superhero's body.
Yeah, people were right and say, well, the character that is a kid, then he goes Shazam and turns into that dude. But
Teenagers
then-
wouldn't go, "Did I just do that?" They'd steal a load of doobies. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm on about here. Aye, Shazam.
They go steal
Well,
some
it's
apples
called
from a
Shazam
tree.
something, isn't it? Not Feel the Magic.
Shazam 2. Electric Boogaloo.
okay.
I'm not watching it. Come on, man. Done with this.
I thought you liked the superheroes.
Nah, I'm
Oh,
tapping
fair
out,
enough.
man.
Are you gonna watch Shazam?
when they became like
Sorry, when they became a...
when it was like a nice, this is a treat, but it became like every bloody month.
It's so
and they're all the bloody same.
And Fraser likes all of them.
He does.
Andrew, what are you
17
gonna
minutes
say,
on the
Shazam?
clock this week.
Nah.
Sorry.
The people at home who are betting on this, rather like people will now be betting on wrestling soon.
Is there many more?
One last thing. Bret Hart says he's always been a satisfied and content person. He just tells the truth.
Yeah.
This isn't technically news, but still. On the Sunday night main event podcast, I've never heard that one, Bret Hart has defied the idea of being a bitter person. He says, I've been happy a lot of times. I had a great career. I think back to some of my happiest memories, some of my hardest memories with Jim Anvil Neidhart when we were slugging it out. I'm blessed with so many Jim the Anvil Neidhart stories, more than anyone else ever. Even my sister, Ellie, Jim's wife, doesn't have as many Jim the Anvil Neidhart stories.
It doesn't have to be a competition, Brett. It doesn't have to be.
I have a lot of great memories. I had a great career. Contrary to what people may think, I've always been a pretty satisfied and content person. I speak the truth. Sometimes I rile people up by being a little direct and outspoken, but in the end, I tell the truth. If you don't like the truth, you probably don't like what I'm saying sometimes. I never lie. I never exaggerate. I just tell the truth. Sometimes it's not necessary to be so honest. But sometimes it's important to put things in the proper perspective. So I point out, Bret Hart was the only guy who said anything negative about Yokozuna, that documentary about him.
No, I just
Oh,
honest.
Yoko's so great for the Night Tribe. He made event WrestleMania so great. Yeah, I mean, his fat ass went to the finish way too early, so I looked like a bitch, but he was
Can we
great.
talk about how difficult it was to put him in the sharpshooter and how classy he is for being able to do so?
His giant fat ass legs make me look like an asshole. Oh,
Yeah, you're allowed, yeah.
Imagine if we could get him on here, Brett. Just
Oh,
have him
with
sit.
Yoko.
No, Brett, and just have him sit here. Oh man, let's do it.
Here, let's fly him on for the NXT.
Yeah, you know what?
The NXT segment with Bret Hart.
Andrew's all right, but what
What do you think of Chase? Oh yeah, Brett wouldn't even be on camera. He'd produce the podcast.
The gym is we go, yeah, it's Judge, Ross, me, Paul Jacker, and he's like, oh yeah, Bret Hart, doing the end.
Bret Hart behind the camera. I just wanted to learn how to.
I just want to learn how to edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
I can't. Would you be bitter if you were Bret Hart? Because I see why you would be, but you also
Yes.
you made millions before that though.
It wasn't about the money with Brett. It was about.
Yes.
Now I understand. It was about being a hero to children around the world.
Yeah, especially Germany, where they loved him.
Especially Germany and a close second the UK.
That's
I
right.
think, yeah, because
80,000.
women would break down the barricade and hug me as I made my way to the ring. No, it says that.
you reckon they'll do that next week when he challenges for Jade's title in AEW?
she wants Canada's
Canada's hero or something? Canada's best?
Yeah.
Who could that be?
That's me, Bret the Hitman Hart. Editor of Cultaholic.
I googled to see if Kylie Ray was Canadian, but she's not.
Is Jordan Grace Canadian? Is she? I think
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have a look.
We will check.
Oh.
As Jack pretends that he's never Googled Jordan Grace before. That is the end of the new segment. Dublin, Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Rich.
Jordan Grace is from Texas, by the way.
Austin, Texas.
You know who isn't from Texas? Tubman. Richard's second video on his ride around Okinawa Island went live yesterday. He's only got one more video about his trip around Ishigaki Island, and then that'll be it for the videos for a while. Dun, dun, dun.
No.
WTF. Why? What's happening?
I don't know. He just said on Instagram today. He's like, yeah, one more video to go, and then that'll be it for a while.
Maybe he's not got on another bike
Kota
trip for a while.
Ibushi says there's no cameras allowed in the training.
What does this mean for this segment, though, if he's not going to be publishing stuff online?
Oh,
I thought,
what are we
honestly,
gonna do?
that we'd learn more about his sort of day-to-day life in Japan. But instead, he's been journeying far and wide. It's been far more dramatic than I thought.
He gets in after doing a bike ride and just stares at the wall. Do we have a video of this, by the way?
It's on his YouTube channel. I don't know if Andrew's got it lined up.
Are we going to get
I don't think we had.
Oh, wow.
Joel wasn't expecting this, bless him. So
we
we'll just.
can't-
You know what? No one cares. Jack. That's that bit segment. Jack on film.
Oh, no, I don't like this being an official
Jack
part.
on
No, we
film.
don't need it to be an official part of the
Jack
podcast.
on
I've not
film.
watched any films this week.
Oh!
Jack on film. That's it. There we go.
That was Dublin, Japan, and Jack on film. What a segment.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for a segment that will hopefully happen, the Hall of Fame. And in condescending order from last week, Tommy Fury, the hero of the UK, 18%. There's too many Paul fans, isn't there?
Split decision.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The 3D printed Frog House, 38%. Very good, very good. But not as good as the number one pick. Ross's News... Maffew, come on. Ross's new glasses, 45%.
It's another...
That he's not wearing this week, so
Oh,
get it up
they're
here.
here. I don't need to read too much at the moment.
Can you show people for people
I'll
watching on YouTube?
put them on for you. It should be on Patreon. It should be on Patreon, but it's not.
You should have to pay
Here
more
it is
for
free
this.
of charge.
Oh.
Abado!
Hey.
Right. This podcast, as we said, gets better every single week. Am I going first this week?
You certainly are. You're the winner.
I saw what you're picking, Matthew. So
I
I
know.
had to-
It's all right. Andrew's only shown us
I
two
had to
times.
abort and then do something different. But we're going to go for the story of Brian Alvarez's head this week.
Okay.
Because after the Vince McMahon thingy came out about him coming backstage, having a new look, his jet black hair and his mustache looking like Thingy Adams from the Addams Family.
There you go.
Gomez.
Gomez
Well
Adams.
done.
Brian Alvarez took it upon himself to get the boot polish out the cupboard and jet black his own hair and put the little pencil mustache on there, which you'll be able to see on the screen now. If Andrew would sort his life
He can't
out.
do it.
There
He can't
it
do
is.
it.
Come on,
He's
Andrew.
stunning.
This is a high quality podcast,
He
Andrew.
deflected. There you
Here
go.
we go. Oh, no. We still can't get there. Go on, Andrew. I believe in you.
It was there a second ago.
Look,
Go on, Andrew.
people call me bitter, but I wasn't able to make this week. And they got this other guy to come in.
Is Joel now Bret Hart, is he? This is exciting.
I can't wait now
Yoko
to
was
see
a
what
horrible
Brian
editor.
Alvarez looks like.
Go on, Andrew.
Is there a way you can carry on the story without the picture so far?
Of course I can, Andy. So it would be helpful if we can see it, though, because it's the
We'll
entire...
see it when Andrew gets it. It's broken. It's broken. It's broken. Let's take a break and come back.
We'll take a break.
Let's keep it going, man.
No, it's again.
Anyway, right.
He's given
go
up.
on.
He stopped trying.
He'll see
He's given up.
What's this dedication,
Stop.
Andrew? Come on.
LED was working a second ago.
It was
It's not
working,
now.
right?
For people who can't see my camera, Andrew went, oh.
Think of Linford Christie, man. If you want to be the best, you want to be the best. Dedication's what you need, Andrew. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be
Chrissy. You
It'll
putting the
be-
B in the bollocks.
It'll be inserted in post for people at home. Could you just put the window up on Google for the people in the studio,
that
please,
makes
Andrew?
sense. Yeah, that works.
Right, so Alvarez got the boot polish out the cupboard. He gave himself a little mustache like Vince allegedly has. He gave himself jet black hair like Vince allegedly has. And then he worked himself into a shoot. Image number please, Andrew, because he had to shave it off. You can sort of see the remains of the mustache is still on his face. He was telling the story way better than I can, but he was like, I got a number. Well, he basically said, Matthew, if you want to do the impersonation, he had a number 8 grade, then 7, working his way down, and he had. I think he finished on number 3.
Right.
Because that was the shortest he could go without seeing the jet black haircut. So and he went down every grade one by one like he does.
Would it not come out?
No. So
So
he
he
had to shave his
actually
head.
used boot polish.
He had to shave his head. I don't know what he used.
Oh, right,
but yeah.
Did he use the same stuff that Roddy Piper used at that one WrestleMania? Like,
But
that's amazing. He looks
worked-
like Steve-O.
He worked himself into a shoot. He still looks very young though, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. What dedication to the bit for a radio show.
Radio
For a radio show,
I
Dave.
dressed up as Vince McMahon. I used to be
Grade
that boy.
8. Didn't
Yeah.
get it done. I can't do it.
He went to -3 on the shaver. Bless him.
But that's the story of Brian Alvarez's head this week.
Yeah.
His entire head. Bless him.
His genes are magnificent. Not his denim genes, his genetics. He looks so young.
He got ID'd at his wedding. There's a story.
Oh,
So-
what? That's
Oh,
a real
really?
story?
Yeah, apparently.
I thought you were doing one of your Matthewisms.
Yeah, thank you. I've got plenty of them, but this one's actually true.
Wow, right.
Well, it did come from him, so well, you know what as wrestling journalists are like. So, second place was me. It is also requiring the usage of images, though.
Also,
So,
mine will require the use of 2 images.
we're back after a little prayer, and let's see if God loves Andrew. And then my pick this week is now. Hey!
I was kind of hoping.
We'll call you God hates you. It is Liv Morgan going semi-viral. Semi-viral, whatever. She was at the basketball game, I think.
The Knicks.
Credits. The New Yorks. They call themselves, right?
New York Knicks.
Yeah, that's right. She appeared on there.
What just happened there?
Liv is setting the record straight. She's at Madison Square Garden. Obviously, people... We're not going to show the whole video because we get struck and stuff like that, and that's bad. But she was just there, look at the game, having a good time. Where this lad just went, hey, man, Game of Thrones, the ending, like, it wasn't that bad. People are just... And she's just doing this face. This
went
actually
on-
could be the video.
it went
Just
on-
Halo.
It goes on for a while, and he doesn't take a breath.
Nah.
It's really impressive.
And I think everyone's just like, Liv paid no attention to what this bloke he said.
From the response that's come out from her and from other wrestlers and stuff, I think he does know her. He's not just some.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Sonya
she
Deville.
explained. The WWE superstar was taking in Tuesday night's games. She said, I have so many thoughts. I have so many things I want to say. What a bizarre moment. It's so weird to me what goes viral and what doesn't. First of all, I just want to say that we had no idea we were being filmed. We had no idea the camera was on us. We just didn't excuse anything. Had nearly 6 million hits on Twitter alone as of Wednesday. It wasn't a man trying to woo her. It was Justin Scalise, a WWE live event executive. He was explaining something to me, but I was watching the game. And I was listening, but I was also kind of deep in my head, thinking my own thoughts, kind of in my own world, just so unaware that this was being filmed. My phone was just blowing up, and I just see this footage. I'm like, oh my gosh, Justin, I'm so sorry. He's been such a good sport about it. But it's like so many of those other great picks, like Johnny Hungy on being the elite.
Yeah.
I mean, her real life partner, she must get used to ignoring him because he talks like, well, I do declare, and all that sort of stuff. So it's Uncle Howdy, isn't it?
Yeah. Is this still going on?
She's with Uncle Howdy.
I think she's with Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas,
IRL.
Yeah.
That was the story a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Her and Bo lived on a farm.
Oh.
I mean, I've assumed they're Uncle Howdy's identity.
I like the idea. Yeah. Oh, how was work on it? Oh, great.
She just hates men. She can't deal with it anymore now.
What's worse?
That's it.
What's worse?
If he put on the accent, whoa, hello.
Uncle Howdy's accent or Bo, who I remember listening to Jericho, Potter's whatever the bloody hell Jericho's podcast called. And he believes in lizard people in the center of the earth.
No, bro.
Oh yeah, he's.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
A
quite
lot
in
of are just more Americans believe it.
Queen Mother is a lizard. I say a lizard.
Is it just that more Americans are, or the culture of America, they're just too bloody free and they can say what they want, whereas we'd be embarrassed to say such a thing, even if we did believe it.
It's a good point there. Yeah, especially at the basketball game.
Yeah.
It's a good time to bring out the conspiracy theories.
Maybe that's what he was talking about.
Just like, oh, I've heard this one before. So, yeah, that was Bored Liv Morgan.
I mean, I saw people who weren't even wrestling fans sharing it.
Yeah.
It's crossed boundaries.
Because a lot of women in that situation, right? I'm just trying to mind my own business.
Yeah.
And some guy comes on and goes, do you watch wrestling? And it's like, oh.
There's also, people have said it's the successor to the one of John Silver and Anna. Anna? Whoa. Where he's like,
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack, what have you got? And also another question is Andrew going to be able to show it?
Mine is the reckless optimism, or just the sheer optimism of JC Jane. JC Jane lost to Gigi Dolan on this week's NXT, right?
She did.
She then got beaten. She then beat Gigi down afterwards. Did the old chair on the neck. Was looking to Pillmanize her, and I thought, hang on, she's climbing that corner. Have you seen how far? She's Rob Van Dam. Look at that. Look how far away. She's past the middle point of the ring, and all the referees get in and go like, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, that was meant to be the first angle shown, and then the broader one for comic effect, but Andrew's not done it in that order. It's all right,
we
Andrew,
get
don't
it.
worry.
We
I
get
think
it.
Maffew
Andrew feels
might have
bad enough.
slipped him a fiver before the podcast. Because yours is the only
Matthew's-
one to be shown properly.
Matthew's he's really,
It's like I'm his favourite.
at least he's really selling the joke though, and he's not selling it, Matthew. It's funny, right? It's a funny joke. It's funny. The optimism of JC Jane.
Yes.
It's a
What's
long way.
going on?
No, it's good.
Thank you.
It's good.
Thanks,
it's just,
Ross.
I'm waiting for
Cheers.
you. It's great because I don't want to interrupt Jack, but then he's
No,
waiting for an
that's
interruption.
not true. You're
great.
sandbagging me.
I'm
No,
not. Whoa.
I'm just waiting for you to German suplex me, mate. I'm not going to jump for you.
I am not a Thunder Rosa type, good sir. Now I do declare. So no, this is I hadn't realised that when I was watching NXT.
I couldn't
Live.
believe the balls on her. She was going to jump that far. She wasn't.
Yeah.
I think I was asleep by this point.
Oh, right. Now I see.
Really boring.
Right.
Boring.
This week's NXT?
Late. No, the JC Jane.
Oh no, this week's
I was
NXT
going to
was
say,
something.
this was one of the best ever NXT 2.0 episode.
For this podcast, it was.
Yes. Right, that's it.
Yeah, the optimism.
No,
Again.
it's
do you
all
think
right.
she could have made it?
No.
I think she could've made
she
it.
could have touched her. I think she could have made contact with her, but I don't think she could have hit a move that far.
450. Land on the feet on the
By
chair.
the way,
Obviously
she's jumping
coming up.
off Brett's rope. She's not going top rope as well. She's going second row.
Do you think when we get Brett in, he's gonna have to edit
Yeah.
on a stool, one of those baby stools?
Bless you.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Ross.
Wow.
That was going nowhere. I appreciate the interference.
That was a massive sneeze.
The wave for I thought you were calling the camera.
That's it. Are you hurt? Are you okay? Right. Cheers. That clarifies things.
Whoa.
So those are three magnificent takes. Only one of which was shown properly because, well, you know, I love you too, Andrew. They are, of course, to remind you, Ross is putting in Brian Alvarez's head.
You're right, I am.
That's going to look great for people who don't look this. It is. People are going to go, it is a nice head. Don't get me wrong, but thing of it is, Liv Morgan, bored. Yeah, they'll do well. I think we'll know what that means. And yours is
The sheer optimism of JC Jane.
fantastic. If you're interested in voting for any of those, first of all, what's wrong with you? And second of all, if you are, then please go to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
This week in the wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
Get your cardio ready. It's time for This Week in Wrestling. SmackDown. Banger Woes. That's good. The Bloodline opened the show by Cody Rhodes, who just wants to talk. So Roman sends the rest of the group away. Cody says Roman has been an impossible mountain to climb, but that's what Cody specializes in, from surviving the Stardust gimmick to selling 10,000 tickets to All In. Roman says he's been prepared for greatness since he was young, not just by his own father, but by Cody's as well. He claims that Dusty, never once mentioned Cody to him, and as if he didn't even exist. Cody says if that's true, then the only way he can exist is by beating Roman at WrestleMania. They shake hands.
Intense.
I like the dramaticness of this. Like finally they've been building up to, Heyman going, I'm going to have sex with your wife and all this other stuff. Till finally Roman's like, all right, I'll come out. I want to have sex with your wife. I'll talk to you instead. And yeah, that's a nice little thing. It's getting comical now. How Cody's like, "Hi, how you doing? My dad's Dusty Rhodes." Every single time.
It makes sense.
But
in
it
this
does.
one, though.
It does
It
work.
works with
it
the
does
story.
work.
Dusty
But it's
gave
funny.
birth to the tribal.
He
chief.
trained Roman, yeah.
Yeah. And like him saying, "Oh yeah, my Dusty was really helpful to me. He's great. Never mentioned you."
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal stuff.
It is good.
Why
Really
would he
good.
though, eh? With that point in time,
Yeah.
why would he? He was crap back then when he coached.
Roman's like, "Do I have a son?" I'm like, "Yeah, Goldust." He's like, "Another son?" Nah.
You two are playing into the tribal chiefs methodology here.
Do I have another? He's right there next to him.
He also did a bit of a Dusty impression, which all wrestlers can do.
Yeah, and Cody's made it clear that he hates it whenever anyone does it,
Oh,
apart from Heyman, apparently.
hopefully he gave Roman the green light. Yeah, yeah.
No,
sure.
we didn't
Oh.
add more fuel to the fire for
Whoa.
WrestleMania.
You want
He
to
should
see
have done like a Bruce Pritchard to really get under skin and done a terrible impression.
You should have
of
held up one of
Dusty.
those signs Bruce used to hold up just to show who the impersonation was.
Oh, they were so good. We had to put the mask of the person so you could tell what they were. Wow, what an impressionist. Yeah, it's like, as your dad said, "Hi, it's me. I'm your dad, Dusty Rhodes."
I've still not yet. Wow. I've still not yet totally gotten over Sami losing and all that. But there was something on Raw involving Cody that's got me a bit intrigued for where this is going in the future. The two storylines.
Oh, yeah.
Heading into Mania.
Looking forward to it. But yeah, overall, like this. I'm still not happy, though, with Cody saying, like, "I survived the Stardust gimmick." I'm like, All right, now take a shot every time someone says, "We got over naturally," or "We got over the bad gimmick," or "Wrestling's fake, guys." But Cody doesn't need to do that stuff.
It is weird that WWE always make their babyfaces have a brave tale of overcoming WWE.
Yeah.
Maybe they looked at what made Austin popular, which was beating the system, and thought, it works for everyone.
Yeah, the system is us, but whatever. Rhea Ripley beats Liv Morgan via submission. What I thought was Liv's best match in forever.
Oh.
I think her Sabunas Costa.
Yeah.
Sabunas Costa, when she was going through the tope through the ropes, didn't quite make it. That's when the tide turned.
I think Sabunas probably cost him a lot of matches as well. So yeah, it makes sense.
And his body.
Yes.
Those are some good observations. I have
Yes,
nothing else
good
to
match.
add.
That's analysis.
Really
Yeah.
excited for Rhea to win the title. If she doesn't, I'll be sad.
It'll be weird.
Yeah.
Her sell of a code breaker off the Bret rope was sensational in this match here. And as was the reversal of the powerbomb and the riptide. And then the submission, which was new apparently. But I swear I've seen Rhea Ripley do that before.
Yeah, that's what.
Prison trap.
The Prism Trap.
Sorry, Andrew.
Wow.
Prism trap.
Oh.
Very interesting. What does that mean?
I've got a theory of what it means. Prisms don't. Prisms contain light, or they don't contain it. They shine it indifferently.
Yes.
And a prism trap is trapping. It's only darkness because she's
That's really good,
Because she's
actually.
Rhea Ripley.
You've cracked the code there.
I don't know though.
Or prison trap because she's with Dom.
Do you reckon that's a term in prison?
Prison trap.
Just some sexy boys walking down the corridor and all the
Don't
the
do
big-
it. Don't do it, me. It's a
big
prison
bur-
trap.
The big burly lads in their cells are going, "Phew, he's a proper prison trap. Him.
Oh my god.
Ding dong." Also, it was another
Ding Dom. Very good.
another example of it being a bad weekend for scarred children. Because Liv got beat here, and there was a little, little girl in the crowd started bubbling her eyes out, and apparently she got to go backstage and meet Liv. So
Oh, all you need
And
to
she
do is
cried even more.
all we need to do as wrestling fans is have offspring and exploit their
What?
sadness.
no.
Yes.
Hang on.
I know, yeah.
This isn't Jake Paul's channel, are we? Calm down.
I cried when England got knocked out of Euro 2004, and I didn't get to meet David Beckham after that.
It was a
Went
nice,
backstage, like, you'll get over it, kid.
it was a nice little video where she met Liv backstage and they hugged and so
Oh,
on.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Isn't that really, well, she's like, will you win the title at WrestleMania? And Liv's like, nah. Probably not, to be honest with you.
maybe next year.
Do you like basketball?
Backstage, Roman is putting on pressure on Jimmy to bring Jay back in the group. Later, Jimmy tells Roman that he tried to talk to Jay, but Jay just wants Roman to leave him the hell alone. Roman blames Sami Zayn for this and wants to deal with him tonight. Oh.
That was just a couple of. I've just ran them together.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
A couple of backstage developments.
That was good because he went, I'm not going to blame Jay, I'm going to blame you, Jimmy, if nothing is done. I was like, that's good.
He's rizzle-razzling all of them at the same time.
Who, Roman?
Aye, right he is. Jay's over there somewhere. He's conflicted. Jimmy, he thinks he's trying to sort it out, but even he's not doing enough. It's just he's going to have his house crumble down around him soon. Roman this is. Pronouns boy.
He's like Mourinho, where
Go on.
when he was Man United manager and was just playing mind games with his own squad. Luke Shaw, one of the best left backs in the country, never gets a game. That's what he's doing. But why?
How'd that work for him?
Badly. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. So Cody
So you're
is
saying-
Cody is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Jimmy Uso is Paul Pogba.
yeah. He's just dabbing all over the place.
Santos Escobar gets into an argument up with Dom over disrespecting Ray last week. Adam Pearce books the pair in a match, which Dom wins after interference from Rhea Ripley. Afterwards, Dom rips up the mask Ray gave to Santos and does a much better job here. He did the Rumble. Well done, pal. He's been practicing. Ray arrives, and Dom again tries to goad his dad into hitting him. Ray still doesn't, so Dom cheap shots him. And Top Dollar wasn't on this week's episode of SmackDown, so instead McIntyre saved all his anger and fury for Dom.
I really
Very good
enjoyed
selling.
that, where Wade was like, it's not Dom's fault that he's just bigger and stronger than his father. And then Michael Cole legitimately loses his bananas. It's fantastic. Santos has got great potential as a babyface, I think. When he turned into Holly Valance in that little promo at the start where he's like, ooh, mommy.
Something weird about Holly Valance. Is it
Go on.
is she married to like one of the world's richest men or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, carry on. Sorry. Pretend I've never Googled Holly Valance.
It was good to see Ray being made look like more of a monster by doing the old riptide to Santos on the floor. That's a man she did that to. What? A big, strong boy.
My God.
It made Dom look like even more of a poo house. Even though I thought the match was more competitive than you'd think it would be between Santos and Little Dom, or that prison trap.
Prison trap himself.
Holly Valance is married to one of the Candy brothers.
John, the candy bro.
Nicholas Candy, a British luxury property developer.
A landlord.
Him and his brother have a joint
Holly.
net worth of £1.5 billion.
Oh.
They are,
She can eat better.
which makes them number 52 in the list of the richest property developers in the UK.
Just behind our Lord and Savior, Adam Pacini.
Also, Holly Valance's half sister is called Olympia.
Olympia Valance.
Olympia Valance.
What does she do?
It sounds like an event.
Actress and model. She played Paige Smith in Neighbours. There you go.
Is that
It's exactly what I wanted.
The Life and Times of Holly Valance will return next week.
The new Eurovision song.
It's
UK is.
Dua Lipa.
It's very Dua Lipa. It's very, very Dua Lipa. I wrote a song, na 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 na. It's not my sort of cup of tea.
Good. That usually does well, though, doesn't it?
It'll get
All
the
the
crowd-
Eurovision ones I
it'll-
like, I wasn't doing crap.
It's a bit like dancey. You get the crowd going, yeah.
I hope she's not back herself into a corner. Mrs. Miller.
Go on.
There was a joke about fruit corners and it's not worked. What's her name? I've forgotten her name.
Who?
The
The Eurovision guy.
Damn it. That would have worked if
That close.
I'm sure her name's something to do with Muller.
Oh,
Corner.
right.
I've bollocksed it. Damn it.
Her name's Sandra Yogurt, actually.
Oh, that's great. Oh, well done, Russ.
Most Tom Campbell joke I've ever told.
Stop it.
Yeah, don't think about it.
Drew McIntyre heads to the ring and calls out Gunther, the ring general, wanting to face him at WrestleMania. Sheamus arrives and is hurt by Drew's actions. Because Drew knows how much the IC title means to Sheamus. And Drew points out, oh yeah, pal, you already had your shot twice. LA Knight interrupts and gets a bigger pop than these two guys. These two guys like, oh my God, friends going at it. This is crazy. LA Knight just gets a bigger reaction than either of them by interrupting.
It was
them.
like the Dudley Boys walking out in 2001, that guttural manly pop. Yeah. Here he comes, Dwayne, down the ramp.
So I heard that Fraser and Andrew did the live stream for the pay-per-view on Sunday. And I said to Fraser, how was it? And he was like, a lot of LA Knight impressions. That's true. On an AEW Revolution pay-per-view stream.
Gotta give the people what they want.
A lot of, yeah. Fair enough.
He's really good, though, isn't he, Andrew?
Oh, God.
Are you on board, eh? With The Rock?
He's looking forward to doing more impressions next time. Cultaholic is streaming stuff. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Yes.
Yeah, I love him. Yeah. All right, great. Yay! Then the New Day with their new Bad Dudes inspired shirt. Very nostalgic and retro and gaming and nerdy. Then Karen Cross, who was not nostalgic, but his legs sure are.
What was he wearing? I got very confused by his getup this week. He was all colours of the rainbow. He was like an exploded prism.
Oh, don't
Well,
wrestle
you.
Rhea Ripley.
Exactly, I really just look very different, like something Miami Vice-ish.
I saw a video of him like in real, like not in character, like demonstrating how to put on a choke in jiu-jitsu. I was like, oh.
That's nice. I didn't even notice what he was wearing.
Oh, was it just a big, bright, colourful shirt, which has gone against like his like leather trench coat, blazer thingy? You know.
I think
he was doing it just to see if anyone pays attention to him.
I need to learn who he is. You know. I need to learn who he is.
He must be a fantastic fella to be engaged to Scarlett. He must be the life and soul of the party.
Oh well, he's a big burly man. He's
He's one of the Candy Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone fights until Cross is the last man standing. Not the best dressed, obviously, but there you go. And it's during the segment that apparently Kofi Kingston gets his leg injured.
Oh, really?
Drew's tope.
Oh, that was off that.
Okay. I was trying to think, like, did he get injured?
Now I can see why, because Drew jumped and was going to go shorter than they were expecting. I think Kofi had to like run. Kofi was fair play to Kofi. He was the only one who went to catch him and took the full brunt of Drew.
Yeah.
If only EC3 did that for Alex Riley recently.
Oh,
Did you see that one?
No.
I didn't realize it was EC3. Yeah, I know the clue.
Alex
was it
Riley
on?
came. I don't know what event it was. Do you know what show it was?
Lord, no.
It was like
Some indie promotion.
Some indie promotion.
Okay.
Alex Riley gets in the ring, whaps his shirt off, and he does the Montez Ford over the corner.
Hey, what the hell?
But
Alex Riley can do that.
EC3 just like
No.
steps backwards and goes.
Oh.
Just pats him on the floor.
Oh, controlling his own. Oh, never mind.
Right, he was. But it was interesting because Drew and Sheamus were both right, so I don't know who to root for.
Yeah.
Hang on, we shouldn't be
think-
talking about Alex Riley like this. You should say it to his face. What were you saying, Jack?
I think that, yeah, I agree with Ross. I found it very compelling, the two friends. I think I'm on the side of Sheamus because they're both right, but Drew was quite nasty about it. That's his friend, and he's going, well, you lost your crap.
But he's right, though. Wait, I should just stay here not having a title shot when you just, see you lose again?
Well, I guess so.
But he's wanted the IC title for so long.
We should have worked harder for it then.
Oh,
I was
not Drew's problem.
It was a bit heartbreaking when Sheamus went, I thought you were different. I thought you were my friend. Were you just like everyone else? You're a big sweaty bollocks. Oh, no.
Now,
Who
remember
did
that
he
email
say? He
last
said
week?
that to someone, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Hairy or something. I
You're
got
a
big
big
hairy
hairy
bollocks. Yeah.
Great time.
He's really good, Sheamus.
Yeah. Later in a backstage interview, Gunther calls Adam Pearce incompetent and just wants a worthy opponent for WrestleMania.
Who's it going to be?
This promo was amazing. He's like, I don't know, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
His dictation, his delivery is sensational.
Stop it.
Unlike any
I
other.
think I know
You're doing
what you
good.
were
I
gonna
know,
say.
yeah. I was going to
Ignore
stop
him.
myself
Ignore
there.
Yeah.
For this great prize.
Yeah, he
For
was-
our precious sport. For the legacy of the Ring General.
Yeah.
On the Grand Station. Really good.
Yeah.
I thought he couldn't cut a promo, but he bloody well can.
No, he can. I don't know why people don't think... He
Well,
can't go like...
They brought in Ludwig Kaiser to be his mouthpiece that he didn't need. But yeah, I mean, Ludwig Kaiser's a good
sexy mouthpiece.
Ludwig Kaiser's obviously a really good wrestler as well. I'm glad he's with him. But yeah, Ross is right. Gunther can. And he makes the IC title feel prestigious again.
Yeah. He's had the... I think it's the 5th... Right now, he's at the 5th longest reign ever,
Wow.
I think.
I hope he breaks the record, because next week there's going to be a 5-way to determine who is going to go to WrestleMania and challenge for the title.
Moss, here we go.
No, it's out the 5 lads who were in the Drew and Sheamus segment.
Oh.
So, and Kofi was listed for the match, but I don't know if he'll be in the match, because Meltzer was like, he might need surgery,
God.
but he might
Oh.
not need surgery. I don't know.
Oh
That's
my God.
No. Do that again, but way less emotive and more stuttering.
If it's LA Knight,
Oh,
it'll be like Hogan Andre.
right, it will.
The big slam.
In
Oh
LA
my
as
God.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, let me
The
talk
roof-
to him.
The roof will fly off
Or
that impressive arena.
Is LA Knight going to try and upstage Miz as the host? Because that's what I think might happen.
I hope not.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll tell you who knows a thing or two about LA Knights, Michael.
Yeah. Proud. Yeah.
You
Everyone's
can't do
calling
that.
Miz Mike these days.
You can't do that to the hottest act in the company, though. Relegate him to joint host.
Ah.
That's like shades of when they had him trying to dress up as a vampire.
When
in
he was
NXT.
him and Grayson Waller, yeah.
Wow. Wow, I forgot all about
the
that.
feud was because they'd both worn the same costume.
Let's not talk about that. We learned that Ronda Rousey suffered an arm injury in a backstage brawl earlier. She accompanies Shayna Baszler for a match against Tegan Knox. So the crowd are right. She can't wrestle. Shayna wins with an armbar. Natalya checks on Tegan, who was really sore.
She sold the hell out of that.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice armbar for the win from Shayna, who walked out there not doing any of her, the little things and all that sort of stuff. just the Bob Moore.
I thought you were doing the bushwhackers.
Here they come.
After the brawl, it's sort of she gets it, doesn't she? Like,
Yeah.
So there used to be that rule, didn't there, allegedly, that all entrances had to be the same every single time,
Yeah.
no matter what had gone before it. I'm glad that's gone away.
Yeah. And Ronda must legitimately have picked up an injury, I guess. Because why else? What was the reason for the whole sling and everything?
I thought it was just not put any attention or take any attention away from Shayna.
I thought
guess.
this was meant to be Ronda versus Tegan Nox initially. Because
was,
last
yeah.
week, there was those two who were like staring each other down. So I reckon Ronda really is injured.
Oh, I think it was maybe a tag match initially. And
Oh,
then
maybe a tag match.
it got
Yeah,
turned,
yeah,
yeah, it was a
got
tag match,
turned
right?
into
Yeah.
a singles match.
It's just weird that. Oh no, Shayna injures people's arms as well, doesn't she? It's not just Ronda who does that. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
She'll have fake arm like doink. Bobby Lashley calls out Bray Wyatt in his stupid video, but Uncle Howdy attacks him from behind instead. Lashley wins the brawl, but
So-
the lights go out and Howdy disappears. Oh, so spooky.
So Howdy, who was the mastermind, he was the higher power behind Bray Wyatt, is now his minion.
We know that. We know that.
What? Did we?
At the Rumble, we knew that.
No, we didn't.
We
Yeah,
did.
he missed that dive.
He missed it out. He sacrificed himself for Bray.
I thought that was just him. I didn't realize that was him saying I'm his minion
But
now.
not Bray, Bray put a different
Yeah.
spunk-covered mask on,
Uh-huh.
glowed in the dark,
Yeah.
and then he stood there and Howdy dived over the top of him. So
And that
therefore,
meant-
they're in
that
cahoots.
meant- I knew they were in cahoots.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize. I thought Howdy was controlling Bray. But now it's that Howdy's the sidekick.
It's a load of bollocks that
Yeah.
makes little to no sense.
It is.
Yeah.
It's another one of those segments here where you don't feel like you've seen the whole segment. It feels like there should be more to come.
Yeah.
But they do that, and it ends. And you're just going, that can't be the end of it. But it is the end of it.
Yeah, the rest, less is more.
I bet,
Yeah,
bro.
way less.
bet-
Having like not existing would be great.
I bet Lesnar's like the biggest fan of Omos right now. He's like, cheers, mate. You've really bailed me out.
Lashley and Lesnar right now with Bray Wyatt feels like that story about how when Arnie and Stallone were like mega rivals because they're both the number one attraction action films in the like late 80s and early 90s, that Arnie got the script for Stop on My Mumble Shoot and went, oh, this is horrible, this. Oh, hang on. Leak it to the press, told his agent that I'm really interested in this role. So, because then he had no intention of doing it, but knew if he did that, Stallone would go, oh, I want to do it. How much do you get it? Or whatever. And that's exactly what happened. Stallone did it. It's a pile of crap. I think Stallone said at one point, the worst film in the universe, including all the other universes that we don't know about.
Let me talk to him.
It's bad. And I think this is like Lashley Lesnar going, oh yeah, I really want to work Bray Wyatt. Well, I want to do it. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, I think it's more that Lesnar's got more sway than Bobby and can
Yeah.
turn
I
things
thought that
down.
likely. Just like that story, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The
And it's
biggest-
a better story than anything Bray has told since he came back.
What is that film?
Yeah, the Arnie thing.
Oh, the other
Oh,
thing,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
But the biggest news from this segment was Howdy's voice. He was laughing as he attacked Lashley from behind, and what I heard was a cat in pain. God, it's just really bad. It's not computer generated anymore, so that can't have been him last week on the weather. You know, he did the weather.
Yeah.
God, they're faking everything.
It's
It's raining.
the only good part of the segment for me was Lashley getting a Lashley pop because
Yeah.
that's a shoot appearance from him there.
Yeah.
A shoot
Yeah,
shock
yeah,
appearance.
Yeah.
So you got a Lashley pop.
So he showed up, got beat up, and left. His uncle goodbye. Never mind howdy.
Hey,
What's the cowboy version of goodbye? Farewell now. Nah, so long. He's uncle so long. Wait, that sounds awful. Wait.
We all know someone like that.
His uncle so long.
No, I didn't mean
Oh my god, yeah. That prison trap, Uncle So Long.
uncle so long. I shouldn't have put the emphasis on so. Uncle so long.
But Bray is a chicken poo heel. That's another thing to take away from this segment.
Sending his...
Emphasis on poo, yeah?
Yeah, I thought Bray was the face.
Yeah,
Bray
so
is
did
the
I.
face.
Not anymore.
But Bobby's a heel now because he was like, oh, my contract and my lawyers and all that sort of stuff. But now he was like, face me man to man.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Don't know what happened.
Yeah, take that, Dan Gua.
What's he done now?
Just off
Oh,
last
is he
week.
Uncle-
it
is
was
he Uncle
last week.
Howdy?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That'd be a brilliant twist, to be fair. Wow.
I don't even know Dan Gua. I don't know why I mentioned his
I
name.
don't know him either.
Never ever conversed with him.
I would talk about him because you talk about
I
that.
tweeted him once because he'd spelled something wrong and it crucially changed the meaning of his tweet. So I gave him a heads up. I was like, ooh, change this. And he went, thank you. And he did. Fair enough.
He sounds like a sound guy.
Wow, what a nice
That's
man.
my one and only interaction with the Danger Door, as you call it.
With help from Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa beat Sami Zayn in the main event. They try to beat him down afterwards, but Sami fights them off and runs away into the crowd. Roman watches on backstage, not happy.
Not happy.
Oh, still good. Still liking all these segments.
Yes.
Don't think the Sami loss has completely derailed everything.
We'll talk about it when we get to Raw,
Yeah,
but I'm interested in further developments.
AEW Rampage.
Oh, go on, moving
sorry,
on.
pal,
No,
sorry.
it's all right. I was just going to say it's nice at this point that we thought that Jimmy was getting booted because Sami wasn't dealt with. And it was nice how the things continue.
I completely agree.
Aye.
AEW Rampage. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish. Your mother flippers act like they forgot about trench.
Yes.
I was wondering where that was going. Just following the words trench. Also known as French in some circles. Some wacky
right.
podcast ideas.
Only the cool kids call him that.
That's right. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta win a 4-way tag match against the Dark Order, Top Flight, and Aussie Open, brackets, who always lose, whether it's home or away. The Dark Order have a scuffle with the winners after the bell.
This was shades of pre-Rumble WWE. Like, if this happens on Sunday, they'll be eliminated from the Royal Rumble match.
Right.
This is what this tag team title match will look like on Sunday. It was a bit of a Nessa for me. A Nessa from Gavin and Stacey, because there was lots of O's. Oh spots. Oh. And more friendly fire from Aussie Open I wasn't a fan of seeing. As they call it on commentary.
Friendly
Which is
fire.
when they do a move to each other.
Yeah.
Which is set up by their opponent. It was nice.
Do you think that's a Aussie Open spot? That it happens in all their matches? It's not.
In AEW
At
it
first, I
does.
thought it was a Young Bucks thing. We've
It's
confounded
both, I
you
think.
so much that you've tombstoned your own.
Yeah.
But, all right, okay.
It's just happened to them twice in a week, I think, when they faced the Young Bucks. They did the
Tombstone.
themselves. And I
Yeah.
forget what move happened here, but something did. I've written it down.
I don't mind it, but it does sometimes look a bit contrived.
Yeah.
Tricky
Makes
to
it look
do.
silly.
Yeah.
And there was a nice pin from the Great Uter as well. And a nice continuation to the Dark Order feud after the bell.
And I started to think, ooh, Blackpool Combat Club are being nasty boys.
Nasty boy.
Not the-
What's the crab thing about? They were doing like crab dances at the top of the ramp.
Everybody's
Just love
doing
Martin
the
Kirby.
crowd. Oh, God. You know what? That Barrymore song from the 80s. I hate that. I watched one video about it.
Crap.
Barrymore had this song that didn't work. So he tried to plug it on the Saturday night show, and it hasn't left my head.
Does he do a crab dance in the song? 'Cause
No,
he's so
he
spindly.
has a little Teddy Crab doing it, and then other people doing the actions as he's doing it.
How's it go?
Everybody's doing the crab. Come on, let's go. And it's put your hands on your hips, turn right. It's all the instructions and stuff like that, and it's more contrived than the Aussie Open spot, to be honest with you. But it's like a good song
Take
will
a
leave your
dip
head
in
as soon
the
as you
pool.
listen to it. But then, like, a bad song will stay with you forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Don't know if we'll be able to include all of that, but 5 seconds I reckon we'll get away with.
Everybody's doing the crab. All right,
Put your
cut.
hands on your hips. It was more jolly than I
Move
thought it
to
was
the
gonna be.
right.
Then back
Now
to the far.
Did you
and
see that
twiddle your toes.
that disturbing song?
Cha-cha, real smooth.
The disturbing song on Reddit today from Jerry Lawler in the 80s. It's about wrestling ladies
No.
in the bedroom.
No.
And it's him
Thank you for one-upping
It's
my Barrymore
I
song.
just saw it before we came down. It's about intercourse with the ladies, but he's on he's shoehorned.
Everybody's doing the
He's
sex.
he's shoehorned like wrestling move names into like I'm in the bedroom, drop to hold. Well, that's intercourse. It's something like that. Please don't say it's been deleted. I definitely saw it before we came down. There he is. Jerry Lawler
And
released
you-
a single called Wrestling with Girls, if you want to.
Wrestling with girls.
And it's about him having intercourse with the ladies, but he's got like, I do a suplex on the mattress. Something like that. Could have picked a better guy to do it.
No.
I'm not going to play any because, I don't know, the King's Court may come after us.
And with good reason.
Yes. Aye. Where are we up to on Rampage?
AEW Rampage, the first match. It was good. I'm glad we didn't have this at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was just a
Yeah.
thing on Rampage. And people online seem to be like, "Oh, why couldn't we have this?
Do they?
You're flabbergasted. I'm like, because a lot of people don't like character work, I guess. And they're like, no, it must be work rate. So I've got the variety at the pay-per-view. Well, not wrong. Rio beats Ami Sakura, and commentary implied that she might get a title shot. Only if she's
Ooh.
lucky.
Riho reminds me of when I was in 4th grade because she's 4'10" and 98 pounds.
He's back. He's back.
Direct quote there from Jim Ross's.
He's
Riho's making her entrance.
So fascinated. She's such a small lady.
She doesn't. He I should say pronouns boy. He doesn't even do the full pay per view now.
He just
to
went to
Rampage.
bed.
It's for the best. It's for the
Yeah,
best.
but like, all right, cool, JR, we'll have you on Rampage, but just the matches you can do well, like a Rio match.
Just
The thing is, though, Riho would batter him.
Oh,
Yeah.
If it was a shoot fight.
well, yeah.
Him and his pump when he was an American football boy. Riho and her pump right now, she would batter him.
Well,
Yes.
okay.
All 4 foot 10 and 98 pounds, like I was in 4th grade.
Can't even see her in the rain. Amy's resting her tail. I'm doing a howdy now.
She works. Sorry, Emi Sakura works a lot better as a heel, I think.
Yes,
I
she's
thought this as well.
She's an S
Yeah.
house, isn't she?
Right.
But only against Rio, I think. Any of the times, like
She was Freddie
props.
Mercury that time.
That was a gimmick for a while, like
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury tribute act.
That
Which
was
is
a bit
just-
odd.
The royal get-up works a lot better with the heel shtick
yeah,
as well. Her surfboard roll-through thing into another surfboard roll-through thing with a pinfall at the end was lovely.
Yes, they've got great chemistry. I might be wrong. Didn't Emmy train Rio?
Because they had that match, didn't they, on pay-per-view, which they
Yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
they didn't mention the whole story about that until, was it the match
Excalibur
itself?
gives a
Oh,
quick
and-
run through. Yeah,
And AEW was like, I think like Kenny Omega stuff like that. Like, oh, sorry, that people know about it online, and people are like, yeah, but
you've not
we're
been watching Seedling and Ice Ribbon.
Yeah, no, like they're really
No, I
petty
haven't.
about it. Yeah, you're right, we haven't. Can you tell us?
It was nice, like, tilt-the-world pinfall thing as well by that 4 for 10, 98 pound lady.
JR. Powerhouse Hobbs squashes Serpentico and said, doesn't matter who wins the TNT title at Revolution, he'll beat Wardlow or Joe next week on Dynamite.
Correct.
I think this was...
Wow, Mystic Meg. Living still in our hearts, I guess.
Was this just, we need to show this man with the ring on a different channel? The point of this matchup here.
Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
always good having someone squash somebody.
Yeah,
Man,
squash
he's great.
matches.
And crowd
Yeah.
are loving him.
He's from there, isn't he?
He's from the Bay Area.
He's from Rampage.
Yes.
Backstage, Takeshita is sad about being such a bloody loser all the time. Oh. He thinks that maybe he should go back to Japan, but Don Callis turns up and takes him under his wing.
I'll drive it to the airport myself. It doesn't work there.
You
boy.
4 for 10 bar.
I had to know it's a win-win situation for Konosuke. Mm-hmm. He either gets a manager like Don Callis, or if it doesn't work out, he gets to drive like a lift to the airport to go back to Japan.
Oh, but I don't think it is a win-win because he's going to become morally corrupted by Don.
No. But who are his friends, Jack? That's what we need to know.
Well, I'm sure we'll get one of those stories in the near future.
It's going to be Kenny will get jealous of Konosuke, won't he? If it works out, and that'll be a nice little feud there.
Kenny's just jealous of everything that happens in AEW.
He's just sad that Ibushi's not around, I think. If he was there, Kenny would calm right down.
Yeah, can calm his warm heart. Keith Lee and Dustin Rhodes beat Swerve Strickland and Parker Boudreaux. On commentary, Jericho was ambushed by Ricky Starks ahead of their match at the pay-per-view. Swerve Strickland looked amazing.
Yes, he did.
Why didn't anybody else look as good as him in this match?
Keith looked astonishing. Keith was seen last week on AEW wearing like a Mordecai coat
Yeah.
thing, nice white and bit gold here and there. He comes out for this match. He's got a big, massive cape on, like he's an evil boy. Is that the yin and the yang? Is it not? Is that the gimmick now? He's conflicted. He's
said-
Judas in his mind.
Don't stop
He
it.
talks like a comic supervillain, I guess.
That's just him in real life.
No, I do. No, I do declare. No, he's not.
Whoa. He said he's inspired by a Tekken character.
Which
Which
one?
Like, okay, one that looks nothing like that.
Which one?
One of the more recent ones.
Oh, I didn't
So
know.
yeah, Eddie Gordo. So I look, I like Keith, but he didn't look amazing in
You
here.
more of a Swerve fan in this match?
Swerve could be headlining next week.
He's
And
on
no one
fire
might
at
say
the end of
anything.
that thing, Swerve.
Dustin Rhodes is Dustin Rhodes, but it was Dustin Rhodes had to do majority of the work, and Keith Lee had to get the warm tag and do his thing. And it's just I'm not going to keep going.
Well,
I thought that was on purpose, though, to build to
Yeah.
Swerve and
Yeah,
Keith
but
getting in there at the
then
same
Keith
time.
tags in. You didn't look like I wasn't there going yay. I was like, oh, you all right, mate?
maybe he had a
I didn't-
cold.
Maybe he did.
Sometimes wrestlers will have to wrestle with a cold. Imagine how crap that is.
But Keith Lee with his cold and his sore head still wasn't as bad as Parker Boudreaux.
You should have picked Trench to
aye.
win the match.
Do you remember when everyone was raving over this lad
Haaland.
because he looked a
Wait,
bit?
not Haaland.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
called Haaland.
Yeah,
That was his NXT name. Yeah.
As in the Man City
Yeah,
striker?
yeah,
Oh,
that's why they called him that.
I thought I'd misremembered that. Okay, fair enough.
No,
I was-
no,
'cause
yeah. So they say, oh, he looks a bit like Brock Lesnar if you squint, I guess.
Oh, he looked good. He looked intimidating.
He looks
No,
good,
he looked
no?
good, but then it's like, wow, he's going to be great. Oof.
Well, he's not experienced.
He's a young boy.
No, he's not.
You know.
His bits did plod along. And there was a bit where, going back to Keith, where like he was on the floor for some reason, and Dustin was like, "Come back, I need a tag." And Keith, I've never seen a man move slower. He just sort of turned around and was like, "Huh?" And he sort of prodded towards him. He was like, "Oh, missed." It was just that little bit. I thought that was a misstep from Keith. But I thought he looked fine in there. Parker did drag on a bit, I thought, his bits.
Maybe it's hard to get motivated for a Rampage taping.
Such a fair point to make, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like, why aren't you guys putting any effort? No one's watching. Who's seen the views?
I tell you what, though, Keith throwing Dustin, that's a tactic more wrestlers should use if they can do. Dustin's like 6'6", isn't he?
Yeah, he's really tall.
Yeah.
Throwing him into an opponent would be quite effective.
I saw in the Road Warriors match a while ago. Tenru was slapping Hawk. He goes and slaps Animal. And he doesn't sell, but he hits Hawk, and then Hawk sells it by recoiling, going into Animal, and Animal picks him up and throws him from the momentum caused by him.
Well, I'm surprised because did the Road Warriors ever sell anything?
I was amazed.
Take it, brother.
Yes. Well, that's why when they were in '92 when they were fed up with WF. It's like, we want to go back to Japan more time, and Japan were like, no, we don't want you full time because everyone knows you don't lose ever. We can't have you here every week. But yeah, AEW Rampage.
It was all right, wasn't it?
It was just a setup for AEW Revolution. Bloody fun day. Yes, it was.
Loads of blood. It was a really gory pay-per-view.
Yes, it was. It was on. And I went, it's Bloody Sunday as well because it wasn't Saturday like I thought. Pre-show, Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Brothers beat Lyra Valkyrie and the Varsity Athletes.
What that? He was devastating in this matchup here.
Yep.
He threw Phoenix with a suplex into the corner, which looked like it took his neck off.
It was a
using it anyway.
fun pre-show match.
Yeah, just a nice move-filled.
Yeah.
I've got nothing but buy more recommendations now. Bloody, that's all I bloody need.
And then Sterling gets the package pile driver from Penta.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Do that
yes.
5 times quick if you can.
Yeah.
That was a nice go-home moment for the match.
Even though I didn't think, I was like, they've been a bit thrown together, the Mark Briscoe and the Lucha Bros, but they're all kind of don't give a crap, all like wild, aren't they? So it kind of worked. I liked it. Yeah.
What does it mean for Pac, though?
What does it mean for Pac?
Or are they going to have Death Square now? Because Mark's involved now.
Death Cube.
Death Square.
Death Tangle. No.
We are Death. God.
And they all do one.
Do that, can't they?
Yeah.
Death Square.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
so rubbish.
There's
otherwise
16
known as
of them. They can be Death Squared.
Death Square, otherwise known as Hippie Green.
Take a
It's only
boo.
a thing people from Newcastle
Take a
get.
boo. Ricky Starks beats Chris Jericho. That's right. Ricky Starks beats Chris Jericho.
Again.
After Action Andretti stopped Sami from interfering in the match that he wasn't supposed to interfere in.
What was the point in the stipulation
Yeah.
then?
Exactly.
I was fuming. I was
I
glad.
think just to tease us to go, here we Jericho is a lot more online than he used to be. And he's paying attention to people going,
He knows that everyone knows he wins. He never loses twice.
yeah,
so he
so
did.
he's doing that thing like, I'll show you.
But-
like that time when Hogan lost to Arn Anderson on TV after WF made fun of him for never losing. He goes, I'll show you who's Arn Anderson clean. And everyone went,
Wow.
what the hell?
I was relieved that Ricky won, but like Ross, I was cross about the stipulation because as soon as Sammy Guevara came down to ringside, is that not just a DQ then?
Yeah.
That's the end of the match.
I think at any other time, if it led to the finish of the match and Ricky losing, I would have been mad. But it's just like, okay, you got us. So Ricky beat Jericho. It wasn't the start of the feud. There wasn't any screwy stuff. And it was a good match.
Yeah,
Ricky just outsmarted the veteran. Get in.
And they've moved on now on Dynamite as well.
And they
It's
moved on.
lovely, yeah. Lovely all round. Ricky Starks' massive spear.
Mm.
If he can do that every time.
Uncle, how long?
He looks like a swimmer doing the butterfly.
Aye, right.
His arms come right round. Yeah.
Yep.
Flies halfway across the ring like a JC Jane. That was very good. Jericho, to be fair, he kept up with Ricky all the way around. There's that
Yeah.
bit where they would run the ropes, leapfrog, he does this code break and the slow motion replay afterwards. It was art.
Yeah.
His tape job was awful though, I thought, Ricky Starks. What was the point? It was like about an inch thick in like...
It was like Brian Alvarez's mustache.
Like what purpose was that serving?
No idea.
Bloody
but
wrestling, eh?
that was the one very, very minor negative.
Yeah.
What a good match.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a good result.
And Ricky blocking the Judas effect. Whoa!
Oh, they made a big deal of that. Yeah.
You just defended by putting your arm up.
That's all you ever needed to do. Oh.
I think they were saying on comments that the first time that's ever been blocked like
Yeah.
that ever. Whoa!
And then Jungle Boy Jack Perry beats Christian Cage in their final burial match.
This was
cruelly,
fantastic.
cruelly not called a Perried Alive match.
Oh, dear God.
Yes.
Are you Christian in disguise?
How funny was the finish?
Look, the rest of the match was everything needed to be. Christian not doing much. It was evil turtleneck to show he's evil.
That was
They
fantastic. A sleeveless turtleneck to wrestling.
Yeah.
Foul.
Brawling around, blah, blah, blah. They're calling spots. Jungle Boy's saying, I'll do an arm drag, and Christian's going, your dad's dead. You know, it was great. They brawl up to the thing, and then he beats him, finally goes, no, I need to be a jungle man, hits the concerto.
The
then puts
stiffest
him in.
concerto I've ever seen.
It's good.
It looked like it really hit his head.
Wrestling's great, isn't it?
Did it not?
Yeah.
Was it the camera angle? Do you think it really hit his head?
I don't want to say this tonight, but that kid was a plant
No,
as well.
no.
It was actually water.
No, it looked like it really hit his head. Anyway.
I can't tell if you're doing a bit.
Did it not? Do you look like it hit his head?
I think the end of the chair hits the other side
Yeah,
of the chair, like on the edge.
Oh, well, I'd implore you to watch it again. I do declare. No, you might be right. I might have been worked like the dirty mark I am.
Ugh, can't have a bath. So, yeah, and then it's all well, like, oh, cool.
Go
finally.
and have a bath.
Yeah, you dirty mark.
Oh, dirty. Oh, right, okay.
Puts on fire the night. So he puts him in the coffin, like, wow, what a dramatic end. And then,
Shoo! Slam. Doosh! Little plume of smoke. Comes
Disappeared
out.
down to hell. He's never seen it again.
Yeah.
That would be a fantastic. I was thinking this when they called it the final burial on the kickoff show. I think was when it was first aired. Maybe I don't know.
I think it's on
but-
the Go Home on Dynamite. Or
but when I saw that name, I was like, what a great way for Christian to retire. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's
yeah.
like the perfect retirement angle, isn't it? Disappearing down to hell in your evil sleeveless turtleneck.
yeah. They go to Dynamite, goes, here's a word from Christian. Oh, we can't. He's dead. Well, thought of somebody else then.
Really good bit where he countered the unprettier by pushing him off the stage. That's a fair counter, yeah.
Stand on the hair as well. Christian.
Oh,
that was
man. What a
effective
heel.
thing. Yeah, really good.
That hair's lovely.
And I thought Jungle Boy sold the confliction of the moment really well. He didn't want to die for those depths, but he did. He murdered a man in the head with a chair. Which was funny because obviously Jungle Mom and Jungle Sister are sat at ringside for this, watching their boy murder a man in the head with a chair, put him in a coffin, and send him straight to hell. But then when the Texas Deathmatch came across, they weren't there. So I was like, everyone was like, oh, they must have known what was coming. It was too much for them. After seeing their boy do that to poor old Christian. We've got lovely hair though.
A good match.
She's still there. God. And I don't know if it was a mistake or not, because there was nothing said on Dynamite, I don't think. But Justin Roberts did say Jungle Jack Perry afterwards.
Jungle Jack.
I think that's his name now, isn't it? Jungle Jack Perry.
I thought it
Ross
was
has got
Jungle
his
Boy
name.
Jack
No longer.
Perry.
Yeah, but that was just Jim Ross being Jim.
But Jim forced it through.
3'6" of him. But like, yeah, if he's just no longer Jungle Boy, now just Jungle Jack Perry, that's fine.
Oh, he's graduated to a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he once was a boy, but now he is a man.
Yeah.
As they say in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
They do say that in a really creepy way.
A man. I thought the night man lived as day man.
The House of Black beat the Elite to become new Trios champion. What a great show so far.
Wow.
They lost.
Wow.
Yay.
That's it. The crowd, I thought, was slowly turning on the Elite as well.
I was surprised. This is the West Coast. The West side, as Wesley would say.
Best side.
And yet, they didn't want the Elite to win, excuse me.
How far were we from Rancho Cucamonga?
Right, so...
They're not close enough. Judging by the
there's-
crowd.
apparently there's a bit of a rivalry between North California and South California. And the Bay Area is more north. And
Rancho
LA
is
and all the surrounding areas more south. And I assume Rancho Cucamonga is more near to Los Angeles.
What a great name.
I know.
Say it again.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Hey.
I then want to say Florida for some reason. Rancho Cucamonga, Florida, but it's California. Right.
Both sunny, I guess.
I'm going to now make sure I'm not talking bollocks.
No, not here on this podcast. Jack. Come on.
None of us do that.
It was cool seeing Matthews and Omega together.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because it's like, wait, hang on.
People used to say he wrestled like he did. That's what the commentators were
Yeah.
saying.
And everybody's like, yeah, but I won. Ah.
I typed in Rancho Cucamonga and I've been given a weather warning. There's a Southern California winter storm. It's only 19 degrees.
Is it really?
Oh, between 19 and 6 degrees.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, so
probably-
where is it?
Near LA. They're probably not
Okay.
equipped for snow, to be fair, so hopefully everyone's all right.
Diddums.
Oh,
It's only 19 degrees.
fair enough.
I'm probably walking home in the snow because I'll be quicker than getting a bus, but it's 90 degrees there. Sorry, folks. What do you think of this match?
I thought it was a massive old winky swinging contest between Malachi Black and Kenny Omega, and it was all the more better for it. It got to the point where Kenny sold that black mass out. So Julia's been sent off the apron.
Yep.
He turns around, black mass, and that cell. Oh, his feet sort of slip out like it's a shoot. It was an old timer. And then Buddy's knee to Nick Jackson to stop the Melter driver. I cheered like Alan Shearer had just twatted a ball really hard. It was really good. Nice couple of moments where it looked like the Elite were going to win, but they didn't. And yeah.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
And again, they played the crowd really well. Like you said, but knocked her off the apron, and he kind of went, yeah. And the crowd like,
He did tell her seconds before, you better get down there, young lady.
Yeah.
That's
how he talked.
She was fine after the match, though. No soul.
Yeah.
They don't even disappear, do they? Because the lights came back on a bit too.
It showed them.
The mood,
You better run away.
the mood lighting came on. Some press on. Oh, sorry, that was for later on. I'm sorry.
Kayfabe is dead.
No, I'm
They're
pleased.
supposed to go poof and disappear in a blink.
I'm pleased for them, though. It was good. It was a good match.
Yeah.
One of the best matches on the show.
I'll say so. I would have been like, whatever, if the Elite would have won and retained. But that was a black one, so I liked it a lot more. Because they're doing nothing right now. Apart from little basketball stuff and going hee hee hee. So I'm really glad the House of Black will have momentum.
Yes.
They ran Eddie Kingston out of Ring of Honor. Out of AEW, sorry, into Ring of Honor.
God.
So the bastards.
I'm annoyed still that Eddie's not around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's no room for him in AEW, it makes sense to.
But
put
there
him
is,
someplace
though.
else.
He's one of
He's
the
the
best
best promo.
babyface in the company, yeah. Anyway.
Well, rather like Jamie Hayter beating Saraya Sunshine and Ruby Soho to retain the AEW Women's title, which I thought was a pretty good match. I thought there were Saraya, also good Saraya Sunshine and Ruby getting mild pops, Hayter getting a giant pop.
There was early on I was worried about Ruby, who did a drop kick senton thing off the apron and just went right on her back, and I was like, ooh.
Ooh, get it. Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty good match, and it worked like a nice three-way, so nice variety. But then afterwards, Ruby saves Hayter and Britt from Saraya Sunshine and Tony Storm, saying, "This is our home," then immediately betrays her pals and sides with them.
You don't love it here. This is our home.
Makes no sense.
And you're like, you just had a match.
Why didn't she should have turned on Jamie like when the match started, make it a handicap thing, and then she could have, if their team wins the title, she could have rizzle razzled Saraya right at the end and remained a baby.
Yeah, right.
So they're not even just stealing the Attitude Era, haha, spray paint and being a dick, but also the logical or illogical booking decisions of, that's right, I betrayed you during the match.
The title can't be secondary to this outsiders versus original storyline.
Yeah,
Surely
maybe. I'm really trying to make excuses for lazy booking here. Maybe once she realized she hadn't won the title, she was like, oh, well. But no, because then she cut a promo the next week explaining her reasons very thoroughly.
I'll say this, though, the booking didn't make, hang on, that's a bit silly, but that promo on Dynamite kind of made up for it, though.
Well,
I'll give them that much.
Yeah, but I was fully in favor of this, and then Ross has just correctly ruined it for me, logically. So,
Yeah, because their team could have easily walked away with the title if they wanted to, but they didn't.
I like that she did the Finn Balor turn, which is the overhead kick, like he did to
Gargano, yeah. And his Nike Air Force Ones, which I then purchased because I saw they were leather, and I got ridiculed for it by the kids.
Oh.
On
Northumberland Street.
On the internet, even worse. There was a video where, for some reason, a full body shot of me got shown. And they saw my winter walking shoes, which were the leather Nike Air Force Ones. And apparently, they're a bit of a meme shoe, which I wasn't aware of.
They're a meme shoe.
Well, they're like a hard lad's shoe. Aren't they? Oh, he's got his Air Force One.
Whereas I was just like, I walk to work sometimes in the snow. I want a leather shoe.
Man, shoe people are a different breed.
Shane McMahon.
I'd say Saraya's Ram Raya, I'm going to call it, because it used to be called the Rampage, but it can't be called that anymore.
Yeah, what do they call it?
I'll call it the Ram Raya.
Yeah, fair enough.
Really good. It looked like it killed Jamie Hayter, but it didn't.
It's a good move. What does she call her?
You have to explain that to Jack, because he still thinks Christians like the chair.
Watch it back, I swear. What do they call Saraya's submission that she always does, where she lifts all four of their limbs off the floor? And holds them?
Now you're talking.
She did that on the announce table once for extra damage. I remember.
That's right.
Anyway, that's always a good one as well. She's good, isn't she? She's still got it. She's not old. I'm not but since coming back from retirement. Oh, well.
Well, this story's like kind of.
The story's not, I mean, just in
That's
ring.
what I mean. That's like.
But just, she can still wrestle well.
Bell to bell.
Yeah.
She's only really done. She only really stop it.
Who hurt
She had the Britt Baker match, which was like people were like, all right, what do we do here? And that was
I
like
like that
okay. But
match.
then she had like the. Did you?
It was all right. I thought people were harsh about it
She's
because they
got a
already
bloody
did.
pipe cleaner for a neck.
I think people.
Excuse me.
I think people.
God, yeah.
I think people don't like her, so judge her more harshly because of it.
That's a fair comment to say as well, in fairness. But at the same time, I also don't think saying she's great. I'm like, she's been all right.
You see Britt Baker's Instagram post after this
No.
because they sprayed her obviously, and it made her belt look even more sick because she had like a Gucci belt and she put like pretty in pink but gorgeous in green, and it was the belt and that and like green looked cool. I don't know. Christian did get hit with the chair.
Hangman Page beats John Moxley via submission in a Texas death match. He sat down. Moxley bled.
They all bled.
Yes, they did. Look,
Excalibur has ruined John Moxley forever.
Why? What do you?
He says a stiff breeze would make John Moxley bleed. And then upon hearing that, Taz and Tony are like, well, the amount of scar tissue up there, the skin will be really fragile.
Oh wow! Did they say that? I missed that. I said that on my podcast on Matches of the Month. I said, "Is that what Moxie's going for? Like a boxer thing, where he's like, you get cut open easily?" Oh, gets cut open.
I think it's just it's shown that Moxley's lost all
put the thing on.
effect when he bleeds now. The fact that Excalibur's like a stiff breeze.
But now I'm scared now to say this because you might laugh at me for thinking it's real. Was the fork spot real?
I thought it was real.
It looked really real.
Because if you look at Moxley's arm and chest, it's spurting on it.
Oh
from there.
man, why would you voluntarily take that? Yes, you can carve my head open with a fork.
Because you love the business. And you want the respect of your peers.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with me today?
That bit might have been.
You're doing good. Stop it.
Like that bit was real. I think that bit side to side, he might have put like the bottom of his hand over it
I'm
to stop it.
pretty sure he just cut himself beforehand and then got like because that's how they've always done it.
Do you think?
All right, what do you want me to do? Do you want to blade
I know,
beforehand and
but-
I'll set you up? Or I can just shoot
So,
stab you in the
so
head
do you think
with
you
a
just did it
fork.
just before and then?
Yeah.
I hope it was that because.
Hangman's like, yeah, okay, brother.
They had shoot barbed wire in this match, though. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
In WCPW, I learned the tricks of the trade when it comes to the barbed wire in the professional wrestling. Little snippy here, little snippy there. But it was clear there was no snippies on the show with that barbed wire.
It was tearing the flesh as he was wrapping it around. That moonsault was the funniest bit of the match. I'm going to wrap this around me painfully and do a moonsault that barely touches it. I was like, Hangman, what are you doing?
Yeah, the Orahara moonsault, because that's the noise he made when he put the barbed wire around him.
When Andrew came back from doing the live stream into the room where we were watching it, and I went, "Did you enjoy that show?" And the first thing do you remember the first thing he said? I went, "Oh, it was great, vertical breaks." I was like, "Yeah, it was." Couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
It was an offensive impression. Sorry.
that was beautiful. That
Vertical bricks.
vertical bricks.
The
do
most
hurt.
extreme version.
They
Yeah.
did more than horizontal bricks.
Absolutely. Yeah, if I had to choose between vertical bricks and horizontal,
Oh God.
take the horizontal ones.
I'm relieved that Hangman missed the powerbomb onto the two chairs and only powerbombed him onto the flat bit because
Yeah, Moxie likes doing the death matches. Not everyone who is a wrestling fan, never mind an AEW fan, likes watching these. So people are very split. Somebody I got no mild argument with, which I thought I was above, but they were like, he could have killed him with a fork. And I went,
Oh my God.
and I asked how, and he. You can only do that, I guess, if you're really hungry. And he replied, "How can you not kill someone with a fork?" And I went,
I mean,
"Well,
could
you've
if-
won the argument there,
I
mate."
guess you could if you wanted to kill someone and all you had was a fork.
I
I
got it right in the forehead. That's right.
You can make it work, but when you're in the midst of a wrestling match, surely that's off the table.
I'm so desensitized to like
I didn't-
watching all the CZW stuff. This happens. If I get normal people watch
I
stuff like that,
thought-
they're like, "Oh, it was horrifying."
I
I'm like,
thought-
"Oh, bless."
I thought it was one of the more brutal matches I've seen from a mainstream promotion.
Yeah.
I think I can't think of another one that was as brutal as that from like WWE or someone. I don't think.
I've just thought of the,
I think this was more brutal than that.
I'd say so. They know Bob. Oh yeah, Bob.
Probably.
The
But,
barbed wire
yeah.
trampoline with Kenny Omega and Moxley.
Oh,
I think this was more brutal than that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, right,
I'm just
I
trying to
see.
think of the brutal mainstream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
Oh, Cena JBL. Was it I Quit? Last Man Standing?
I guess you could throw Eddie JBL in there as well for just sheer brutality with the chair.
That,
and whatnot.
yeah, for different reasons.
Yeah. But I thought again, this pay per view was like a representation of all different types of professional wrestling. So
Well said,
the
mate.
fact that they had this type of in there. It's not going to please everybody, but it was there.
Thank you. That's exactly what I thought.
I don't mind like a brutal match now and then, but I wondered if it was a bit silly by the end, like they were kicking out of also.
It did go on a bit too long.
Hangman got like killed several times and got up before 10.
Yeah.
He choked him out and he got up before 10.
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
And I liked it because I thought, well, that's the end of the feud then. Moxie's going to go home and have a holiday.
Yeah, what's
And
he
then
doing?
Dynamite happened and it's like,
Yeah, but
All right.
I don't mind the direction it's gone though.
I thought it would have been a lot more effective if Moxley was gone for a while.
Yeah.
Selling his
Yeah,
injuries after being
true.
hung by a hangman.
It was weird. How he just walked out.
Oh,
on
God, I didn't
Dynamite.
get that until...
Yeah.
Jesus, well.
Yeah, he's the hangman.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
missed
apparently,
that.
that was the first time he's tapped out in a match in 10 whole years.
Wow.
Since he was in the Shield.
That's
Ah.
A match on SmackDown against someone who I've completely forgotten.
good. Was it Edge?
I have no idea.
I feel like
no,
it-
this would be 2013.
Oh,
Maybe Undertaker.
no,
I don't know.
I read it as well, and now I can't remember who. Was it CM Punk?
Oh, I hope not.
I think it might have. I don't know.
I've apparently because I thought I was quite effective watching. It would have been quite effective if it was just Moxley tapping out, who wouldn't
Yeah.
normally tap out on this show of all shows. But at that point, when it was just Moxley who had tapped out,
Oh, and
it
people
was
are like
effective.
getting confused about you can't tap out at Texas Deathmatch. It's like, no, it's the fall, the pinfall, or whatever.
It was. It made sense to me because it was like a panic tap out, like a quit. Like,
Yeah.
oh God, I'm stuck. It worked.
Yeah.
Also, did you see Renee's Instagram post or tweet? Can't remember what it
about
was.
the email.
God.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No.
Moxley, she got an email that just said Jonathan Good, no subject, wanna bang.
I
She
hope
feel like
that's
romance
real.
isn't dead. It was good.
Oh, fantastic! That's in an email. Fancy a share.
To his wife. No subject.
It's immediately after coming backstage. Ugh. Wardlow chokes out Samoa Joe to win back the TNT title. Again, poor Wardlow.
Yeah.
So Hobbs has already naffed him by getting that the ring, got all the momentum. Samoa Joe's just been more popular than him. Now he has to follow this match.
Is Whisper in the Wind's good though?
Oh, I'll say this though, they wrestled very well, and the finish really got me. So I'm like, oh, he's going to counter that. Oh, he tapped.
That was
Yeah.
the thing. That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Like, but seeing that just after Moxley, I don't know if that lost a bit for me. Even though it was still a massive shock that Joe did. I thought that moment with Samoa Joe should be on a card by itself with no other things that are close
Yes,
to it.
yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because then we see it again for a third time in the main event. Another
Yeah.
man who doesn't normally tap it out.
that's a good point, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, did he tap? Or did he get choked out?
Wait,
Samoa
Joe passed out.
But it was 3
Danielson, yeah.
submission wins. Yeah.
And he wouldn't normally see that kind of thing. From.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was like shocking. It's like, wow, Wardlow's back. He wasn't.
No.
But yeah, they did good for what they could, but like, yeah, good look forward and all that.
Yeah.
And then the Guns retained. Oh, people were so mad about this. I love it. I love how mad they make people.
Yeah. It was a bit of a silly match, but you know, as Ross said, it was a variety show of a pay-per-view, so I didn't
Yeah.
particularly mind the comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn's shoot famous at the Satnam Singh is my move
Shoot
of the week.
famous. Wow.
Andrew, hit the thing if you know what to hit.
Oh, baby.
Aye, the height that Billy had to get there was incroyable. Jeff Jarrett, that moment where it looked like he was going to get the pin and he was sort of celebrating before he got the pin.
Oh,
was
yeah.
A moment I'll never forget.
It was Jericho-esque.
Because that's how, again, we go back to, I was not on board with Jeff Jarrett being part of AEW, but that's how useful he can be. Like the dread that comes over you thinking, Jarrett with an AEW title in 2023. Well, he's going to win on next week, by the way.
We should have realised that Jarrett's got the joke about himself for a while now. He's been self-aware for a while. You know, he did the mixed martial arts stuff in Impact.
Double J's, double M, eh?
Yes. He's been self-aware for a while, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's going to win the international title.
Tony did, I think it was either Khan or one of the commentators did say that the titles changed hands on one occasion overseas. So I thought that was a nice little deal. In there.
Oh.
Nice little fish hook to.
Does Canada count as overseas? It's a different nation, I guess.
Yeah.
Not overseas, but it's an
Across the
international
border.
title. Yeah.
When was the title change? I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to remember when
Pac was the
where
first
Orange
one, wasn't
Cassidy.
he? Was he?
Yeah, he was the first dude to win it.
So who took it off Pac?
Orange Cassidy.
Where was that then? Or has it been fought for once overseas?
I think
with Kip Sabian. and
No,
Orange
because he
Cassidy.
defended it loads of times overseas. Yeah,
Loads
because he
of-
took
oh,
it. Yeah,
right.
'cause he took it to OTT and Rev Pro.
Oh.
But they showed those matches on Dark, and then Excalibur and Taz did commentary as if they were there. It's like, well, we'll just go off the plane.
Oh,
But
yeah,
is it
it'd be-
changed hands?
In Toronto,
Oh, in
Canada.
Canada, right, okay.
Okay.
That counts.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, the guns retained, and I was so happy because, again, the noise it got from the crowd was just,
But then.
that was great. But then, hey, it's those podcast people. Our friends, the bean drinkers themselves, FTR.
It's like when Kevin Owens challenged famous podcaster Steve Austin to a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they were bloody returned. Bloody hell. And they have 10 seconds of action, and Dax gets cut open.
On this show of all shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was effective. It was a brawl. A shoot brawl. One of the guns popped him good in the head.
Well done, man.
But it's nice to see we can do this storyline properly now after it was sort of used to advertise other things before Christmas.
Yep.
The Ring of Honor show, namely. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
Was that the match against the Acclaimed? Oh, I can't remember.
No, the
We'll
Acclaim,
get
was,
into it
the
properly.
Acclaim was on Dynamite.
Yeah. That was used to promote FTR and the Briscoes, was it? I can't
No,
remember.
it was on the.
Right,
It was from, the Acclaimed and. Yeah.
Acclaimed
Guns,
and FTR. I might have got mixed up. Anyway, we'll do it.
Yeah,
properly,
anyway, I
so.
think we're going over.
Yeah.
But now it means, great. There's someone of the Acclaimed who can challenge the Guns, and the Guns can, the bad guys that people want to fight. Great. We've got stuff now.
So I think it's still a bit up in the air what FTR's future is. Because there was a story from somebody, I forget what source it was, saying that
Watch what you say.
I know, signed new long-term deals.
Yeah.
And I forget what source said that. But then I think Dax on his podcast himself said, now it's changed. So you don't know who to believe.
Wrestlers.
Could it be the wrestler?
And then MJF and Daniel Bryan goes an hour.
And a bit.
An hour and a bit, because it goes to a draw. But then Tony Khan via Tony Schiavone, calls for sudden death overtime, to which Bret Hart goes, no, this is not, I quit this editing job, it's horrible. MJF wins after taking Bryan with an oxygen tank, of all the objects, and making him tap out. Should we say well done for finally managing to figure out how to apply the oxygen tank? Oxygen tank on MJF?
There's lots of bits to talk about here. Lots of aspects and elements. But I'd like to start with another thing Andrew said, which was that he hated that Tony Khan was the big baby face.
Yeah.
Because Schiavone goes, I'd just like everyone to know that Tony Khan has bravely called for this to go to sudden death.
Bryce was like, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony, the man.
Oh, Owen hates Bryce so much.
No, I've always defended Bryce, but yeah, I was like, I was just here to announce that. What?
Tony the Tiger? What?
Where MJF's trying to use the belt. He goes, try me, MJF. I will disqualify
I'm
you.
like, oh, that's what people do. Right. Okay. Yeah.
He's
fair
normally
enough.
a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
I thought the match was... Yeah, I thought it was fair.
It's fair criticism.
The match, by and large, was all about MJF just proving how good he is, showing that he can do everything to do with professional wrestling, showcasing everything. We had a little bit of like sports entertainery stuff, then we had like World of Sports stuff on the mat, then he had a bit of the flippy floppy stuff with the moonsault to the floor, a bit more of the hardcore-y stuff towards the end with the timekeeper's table,
Which
stuff.
is completely legal.
Yeah, it was just showcasing everything he can do, and he can do it well.
And he did like a jumping tombstone through the. What was the spot I was thinking of? The elbow drop.
Yeah.
The elbow drop
was
play was
insane.
actually completely safe because he landed on his dump truck bottom.
Dumpy. Yeah.
Surprised
yeah.
it bounce up into the rafters.
Into the ring, all right? Count him out.
What was I going to say? I love the tactics as well. He on purpose or purposely made himself go 2-0 down with a low blow, but then immediately made it 2-2 because of the low blow.
Exactly. Shades of the Triple H Rock match.
That was the one bit of the match that I didn't like
Oh,
in
you
terms
like
of
that?
the booking. He pinned him twice off a low blow.
Yeah.
I get one.
Open your legs, Jack.
No.
Yeah, go on then.
But I'm
See,
not.
kick out with this.
But I'm not the dragon. You know what I mean? So,
You're dragging this podcast. I'm joking. I love you.
very nasty. But that was one bit where I was like, I don't know. But then obviously,
Doesn't matter
Your
if
mileage
you
may
Lutez
vary.
or Billy Robinson or American Dragon. If you get kicked in the bollocks, there's not much you can do.
I get the douche roll up, but then he just lies there and he goes,
He's in a
pins him
state
again.
of shock.
Well, okay.
His dick and balls are that big. It hurt that much. What was I going to say? It was the most action-packed Iron Man match I've ever seen. In terms of filling the hour, just the first hour, because obviously Bret and Shawn, that drags on for a while. There was a little bit, I think we talked about the news, didn't we? Like at the start, there was
The
like
British
10-15.
wrestling bit.
No, like when MJF was going into the crowd.
Oh,
at
the
start,
stalling, yeah.
But apart from that,
I like the
he had
story.
like a couple of swings of water, which I thought added to the story as well. But I thought, like, by and large, it was a thrilling hour.
I think we talked about the British wrestling bit where they just did all the mat stuff for a while. That was good.
Aye.
It was one of those matches where it's they've done it a couple of times, not to this degree, where it's like a MJF is actually very good match. He's done it against Jungle Boy and he's against Darby.
Darby was, yeah.
And I think all three, and this one, and I think all three times he's really sold the knee. And I remember reading an interesting bit of criticism or hearing it on something where someone was saying, why we don't need MJF to be the one to sell the knee. I don't care that he's in peril and he's really good at selling. He's the heel. Like, do we need MJF to be really good? But
Well,
then at
that's
the same
drama
time,
of the match, though, isn't it? It's like, if Danielson gets
true.
that hold on him, then he'll
Yeah.
get a come
That
on,
is-
Dragon, get up.
like, he got the figure 4 as well, so that is true.
Aha.
Yeah.
I don't
Smart,
know
smart.
if it's real as well, because he mentioned in the post-match... No, don't smile. He mentioned in the post-match press conference thing that it was an American football injury to his knee, and it's bothered him ever since. I
That
don't know
might
if-
be based in reality.
Yeah.
But I think he jammed it off that back moonsault when he landed on his feet and he went, ah! So,
My American football injury. Yeah, I remember that bit.
but no, it was really good.
But I did
Yeah.
like, after all the good wrestling and proving he can do it all, he just got the gas canister and twatted Danielson in the head and remained an arsehole.
And again, just the wait, sudden death. He held on, tapped out after the thing, so it doesn't count. And then it's like, aha, well, he's screwed now. Danielson hits him with the thing
knee.
and then the big knee. It's like, this is it. Kicks out. It's like, all right. So I was like, whoa. And crowds, wait, it's gonna happen, right? Bonk. Oh,
Well
you.
choreographed, well laid out finish.
Yeah.
I wonder if the thing Ross was pitching would have been more interesting where he just beats him clean. Would that have been more effective? I don't know. But then he's not as devilish.
No.
Okay,
no.
right,
I want him to win like a get.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But like Danielson tapping out as well was effective, but lost a little bit of effectiveness because we've seen. I was just thinking of Joe and Moxley when he did it as well. Or was that the point? Showing that these young whippersnappers can make these old timers, in abbreviated commas, everybody at home.
There was a post on Reddit that highlighted just how like progressive a card it was in terms of the younger guys beating all of the or the younger less established talent beating all the more established talent.
Jericho lost. Christian
Yep.
Cage lost.
The elite lost.
Joe,
Joe, yeah.
Moxley,
Mox.
Jarrett.
Yeah.
Good. Overall, a really, really bloody good show.
I think so, yeah.
One of the best.
One of
Gotta
their
be.
best.
Oh yeah, and again the length, even with us. Oh, here we got an hour, but it was only 8 matches, including the pre-show one. Like, okay, great. So it was nearly 4 hours, but like compared to some of the other ones I've had, it didn't feel like a mega long one.
Felt like there was a real effort to not do what they've been guilty of in the past,
Yeah.
and also to not do what WWE have done since they moved to Peacock, which is the gaps. Alvarez mentions it after every WWE pay-per-view. The gaps between matches now in WWE are massive.
Mate, it's crazy. isn't
Whereas
it?
these ones, I don't even think they had video packages this time because they needed the show to be shorter. It was
Yep.
a wise decision, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Positivity. Wow. Let's take a break so we can go back to being negative. Monday Night Raw. More like Jey Russo with that. That's good. That's good. He's back, baby. And Paul Heyman gives instructions to Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Solo will take care of Kevin Owens tonight, while Jimmy takes care of Sami Zayn. Wherever Jay shows up or not.
Yole, lole, lole.
That's right, that did happen. Owens beats Solo by DQ after Jimmy interferes. Sami arrives to save Owens from a beatdown and offers to help him up. Kevin just walks out on his own.
So after SmackDown, we're thinking Jimmy Uso's in the mud because he didn't get rid of Sami Zayn.
That's right.
And now he's made Solo Sikoa, in my opinion, lose his first match. By any kind of way since arriving on the main roster, since Clash at the Castle, because his sort of distraction is what led to the final thing happening.
Yeah.
But was Soto about to lose anyway?
I don't know.
No, because he never loses.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
He
dun,
should
dun.
he should be the tribal chief. We said it last week.
Yeah,
Roman's
absolutely.
rubbish.
He will
No,
be.
no.
He never wins clean.
The mega champ.
Solo wins everything. Roman would be scared of Solo. Why am I acting like it's real this week?
You really are. Like, I'm loving it.
Hey, if we don't, who will?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Later backstage, Sami tries to talk Owens into helping him take down the Bloodline. Kev agrees that they're too powerful to face alone, but mentions one key thing. He doesn't want to do it with Sami.
That's because of what happened last time that we were in Boston.
Yeah.
War Games happened in Boston.
Yeah.
I think Owens needs to get over himself.
So do I.
What?
He turned on Sami's in his biggest night in NXT. And all that.
You can see why Kevin's been a bit reserved and a bit, he's sort of like, oh, I better be careful here. But the more weeks it goes on, the more difficult it just makes Kevin Owens look like to work with.
I agree.
Aye.
Yeah.
Just let the guard down, Kev.
He's been hurt.
Let us in.
Yeah, but he's been hurt before.
Sharon's
In
caring.
the words of Mario, you should let me love you. Not that Mario, the R&B singer. Remember that song, though? Great song.
No, how's it go?
You should let me love you.
Let me be the one to.
He's ruined it. I was doing a soulful... I really went for that there. Oh. Anyway, that was... Do you not remember that?
No.
Mid-noughties, yeah.
Apparently it was written by Neo. Not that Neo.
Stop it.
Because I'm so sick of love songs.
Yeah.
That name.
Yeah, that Neo.
In a backstage interview, Bobby
Trinity. I'm so sick of Morpheus and his love songs.
Bobby Lashley mocks Bray Wyatt. But how? For sending Uncle Howdy to do his dirty work. He wants to face him man to man.
Face
that
me
was
like
it?
a man and don't send a man in a mess to do your work.
Come on, Wag. Wow.
It just keeps mentioning little kid games.
Yeah.
Stop little kid games.
Who was the face?
Bobby Lashley,
Bobby?
I think.
Because he's the one who wants to settle this man to man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a heel, kind of the least popular face, I should say, against Lesnar, but now he's just,
Oh, he was full blown heel against Lesnar.
He was all
He
my
had his own
lawyers.
table.
Yeah.
That's true.
He
Trying
had
to
his own
defend
table.
Sign of a real heel. Chelsea Green agrees to be in Carmella's corner for her match against Bianca Belair.
Yes.
The champ still wins despite Green's interference, but they both attack her afterwards. Asuka makes a save and spits mist in Chelsea's face before staring down Belair.
This was just an exhibition match for Bianca.
Yeah.
Look at my cartwheel, she says. Wee. Look at my handspring flip. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's all the match was. Even with Chelsea's distractions leading to a Carmella super kick.
Just thinking of Pretty Deadly. Ooh. Yes, boy.
Even with Chelsea's distractions, you never ever felt that Bianca was ever going to break sweat in winning. And Asuka was there for reasons.
Is Chelsea Green already? Has she already been relegated to the role of lackey?
Yeah.
Because I think that the mist was actually meant for Carmella, who got out the way, and then Chelsea Green took it.
I think Chelsea's wrestling Bianca this week on Raw.
She might win.
So it'll be more cartwheels.
Yay!
But they bonded backstage before the match because they both don't like Adam Pearce and his bureaucratical ways.
And his bald head.
Yeah, they laughed at that as well.
Shocking, though.
I know.
The Miz moderates a face-to-face encounter between Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. Be still my beating heart. Logan claims that Seth doesn't like him because despite all of his experience, Logan is already better than him. Seth says no, he likes Logan because he's the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Crowd cheers. So Logan throws out the challenge for WrestleMania because he's not going to wrestle a place like this. Miz claims he can book the match, but Seth wants to fight right now and throws Miz out the ring. Logan misses a stomp on Seth, but a Miz distraction allows Logan to knock Seth out with a single punch because he does the punch.
Got pins in his hand.
All I need is one lucky shot.
Yeah.
One lucky shot there, buddy.
Yeah.
Rollins sold it really well. He went schnoz first onto the mat. That means nose. This was much like Drew and Sheamus for me because both of them were right. Logan is the scum of the earth, but also Logan has done everything, well, just about everything Rollins has done in a year.
But this should be, and also, this should be the character of Logan Paul in WWE, which is
himself.
Yeah, but really emphasizing the bit where he's waltzed into this industry with its proud traditions and everything, and he's like, "I'm already better than you," and he's being really disrespectful.
We think this is boxing.
Yeah. So I think that's. I don't mind this match at Mania. I think
it's going to be good.
Seth will win, right, guys?
Yeah, please, God.
Please, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was tempted to put Seth's stomp in the Hall of Fame this week, not just because of it here, but not stop. Sorry, I'm being dumb. The crowd singing Seth's song, I should say, because they sung it here to the point where they're like, okay, Logan's like, we need to wrap it up, guys, and they were loud for him. But they also sung it at AEW Revolution during the Texas Death Match.
Did
when
they?
Moxley went for a stomp. The crowd.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell they were doing to begin with. It's like, oh, that's what they were doing. So Seth's crowd sing
Aye.
is not in the Hall of Fame this week. Yeah, like I said, Logan being a bad guy, yay. He does it so well somehow.
It was also good when Rollins was like, yeah, we should wrestle now or something like that. He's like, why would I do that? Work smarter, not harder. I'll just wrestle when I have to.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, everything working just fine. And Mustafa Ali requests a special match for tonight.
I think you mean Mustafa Rollins. Just like Seth, isn't he now? Just wears fancy clothes and goes, "Hey."
And like Miz, can
Mustafa
also now has the power to book matches.
Yeah. Dolph Ziggler versus Omos. Omos wins easily, and MVP cuts a promo on Brock Lesnar afterwards, and Ali just laughs in the background. Now that Jungle Boy versus Christian's out the way, is Ali versus Ziggler the longest running feud in wrestling now?
Is it a feud or is it kind of an annoyance just in the background? Because I thought Ali's had legitimate grievances with Ziggler, and now he's just the heel. I don't know.
He's like Mr. Motivator now, though. You see him on Twitter, and he's just like all about positivity and motivation and stuff like that. And he's dressing like Rollins, and they're trying something. We'll have to see where it goes.
Okay.
We will.
But it doesn't have good signs.
Bless you.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was just about to get in for some reason.
Yeah,
he sneezed. But I know the match had to go that way because of what Omos is doing at the WrestleManias, but didn't make it any less shocking for me. That's a collegiate athlete at Kent State University we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Losing like that. Oh.
Shocking. The MMMM are admiring someone backstage. And they go, wow, look how great he is. And Baron Corbin, who was right next to us, was like, oh, thanks, man. I really need the self-confidence boost. It's been a really rubbish few weeks for me. Like, no, not you. Otis.
The width. The girth. He's a circle. Yeah. Circles are in him, Paris.
They
won
won worst gimmick in the Wrestling Observer Awards.
They're
it's
fantastic.
not on. It's really not.
They're known for the sense of humor, the Observer.
Yeah.
So it's great because then he's like, hey, what's he got that I don't? And they're like, well, he's not ugly. He's not pathetic. He's like, all right, shut up. And he goes, all right, could I interject? Could I help out? And they're like, all right, yeah, if you get rid of that ugly, disgusting, tiny one, then you can join. And Baron's like, yay, I really want to join the MMA. I loved all of this.
Yeah, it was really good.
Wait, there was 3 bald jokes on Raw then. Because they said that as well. He's like, what's he got that I haven't? They went hair, for one. Yeah. There was the bald joke before.
Yeah.
And in theory made one at Cena as well.
Didn't Saxton get one?
Shocking, though.
My God, Vince really is back.
Yeah.
It's like SpongeBob. Bald.
I don't remember that.
From the film?
Yeah. He goes, I need to get that thing back. Yeah, he goes, I get the thing back. He goes, come on, Your Highness, it can't be that bad. And then, the guy's eyes are burning out how bald he is.
That film's ridiculous. And so many...
You a goofy goober.
Me and Andrew used to rip that off in reactions, didn't we, Andrew? I used to take your hat off and then... Sam would put a massive clean on his head. It was great content.
Hey, Chuck, do you get... That's a good
Sam
point.
loved it whenever you did that. He's like, oh, God.
It's like, Andrew, do you get people saying anything negative about you because you're bald?
Not really.
Oh,
It's
okay.
everything else.
Stop it. Andrew said, no, it's everything else.
Come
That's
on
not
now.
true. Shut up.
Do you know what Andrew looks like with hair? I've seen him with hair.
Yeah, I remember when he had hair.
He's got flowing blonde locks.
Like a Disney prince.
Not really flowing anymore.
Like a young,
they were...
The taps off.
a young come Tuesday, some might
Give
say.
it a year, they'll be flowing once more. No, not keen. Fair enough. Fair.
Fair enough. We tried. They have a singles match later on. And Gable wins. Kalu Calais, it says. Wow,
Frabjous
Kalu
Day.
Calais.
Yeah.
More for the old English.
Corbin's backbreaker was fantastic, but got received by total apathy from the crowd.
Just
They
like
should be used to that noise by now.
Corbin's a really solid and pretty wrestler,
Yeah.
and yet never gets over.
Yeah, but he's great when he's in this.
He's
Some
good
of his
at-
miserable
yeah.
stints. His Leonard Cohen album
But
style.
he can't get in them now. He didn't get rid of the short, ugly one. The short, ugly one beat him.
I hope every week this is new thing. Can't come in there. Oh, look at you. You wearing the same clothes as last week. I know. I can't afford new one. Ah, yes.
This is also
Good
why
skit.
people were saying that Vince was back, because out of nowhere, Chad Gable gets called ugly. Just in the middle of it.
No, but the joke is Ortiz is
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
oh, look at that big lad.
Yeah, it works.
Not that ugly little one.
He's a circle. Circles are in Paris.
He makes the world go round.
It wouldn't be any. Marseille and Mansoir are built for this role.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be anywhere near. Like, Maxine, she's all right in her role. But it's Marseille and Mansoir and their weirdness that makes it what it is.
Yes. I can't believe LA Knight was once part of this.
Aye.
Looking back at it, well, phew. It was like, wait, that was really quickly done. Yeah, they needed him away from that. Yeah. Before the match, next match, I should say, Heyman reminds Jimmy that he needs to bring Jay back the bloodline by the end of the week.
We know, Paul.
It's like a library book. Meanwhile, Johnny Gargano beats Finn Balor after interference from Edge. Later backstage, Edge says he wants to settle this next week and he'll be in the ring alone.
Edge, don't. If they give Edge yet another career-ending injury, he's at about 6
Right.
in storyline. He's the biggest fool in the world. Don't go in there alone.
Edge bodied Gargano in his little interview outside his locker room afterwards. He was like, a couple of weeks ago, Finn Balor interfered.
The little version.
Finn Balor interfered in a match I should have won. And he's like, no disrespect to Gargano, but now I've interfered in a match he should have won.
Wow.
It's like, this is Johnny Wrestling you're talking about here.
No disrespect.
Sorry, he gets a bigger push.
But you
next
were
day.
definitely about to lose.
Yeah. To be fair, though, it was a match that was existing before Edge arrived. That was a bit like, whoa.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Not
'cause
really feeling much here.
Yeah.
a few years ago, this could have main evented like any takeover, and everyone would have gone wild for it. Probably. Oh yeah. But that was once takeover had started to get a bit repetitive and long. I think. Yeah.
So it looks like we're getting Demon Balor potentially versus Edge, maybe at WrestleMania.
But is Edge gonna dress up? You know that little mask on he had at Clash of the Castle.
His lucha mask.
Yeah, it's like go breathe.
He looked like what was that shirt? Balls of Steel, something that should appear on there.
Yeah, it
was
was a bit.
A devil character on there that would run around like dressed as a devil, going and maybe flash someone.
Whoa.
That was the gimmick on the show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a joke. It was fine.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker's defense. Oh. Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Allegedly.
There's a video with that.
Yeah.
Allegedly, with video proof.
I'll wait until a verdict is clear.
Piper Niven gets her win back over Nikki Cross, despite Cross attacking her during the entrance. This was a bit weird because Nikki's like, I'm going to attack you during the entrance, as it says there. Piper demanded the ref ring the bell when Nikki was on the top rope, and I'm like, nah, you're not, no. The
Just
referee
confidence, isn't it?
referee should have said, nah, away you get.
She's got to wait until she's in the ring.
Yeah, it's still technically in the ring. Then she pinned her really quickly, and no one in the crowd cared.
Yeah.
Don't show what they're doing here.
Well, it's because we couldn't see Nikki being her friendly stalker ways this week because Candice wasn't there. Apparently she's got a shoulder injury. I don't know if it's a shoot or a work because there was a backstage thing where she got attacked and that's why she wasn't there. It could be real, it might not be. I don't know.
I don't know either.
NXT Parknot claims another victim.
Yeah.
It was nice to see a kind of boss man slam, kind of, for the win. Didn't get all of it, but, it was enough.
Good enough.
Yeah, got the win.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. It's very 50-50 booking at the minute. Well, it literally is. So, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. Backstage, Rick Boogs is trying to lift a production truck
This is
for
another
some reason.
fantastic segment.
No one reacts to him lifting a truck. Elias comes along and convinces Boogs to challenge Bronson Reed to a match next week. Said those exact words and goes, all right. Boogs goes over to Reed and Reed's like, oh, you want a match with me, Elias? All right, then see you next week. And he goes, what do you tell him? He says, I told you what you told me. You wanted a match with him. He's like, oh,
This was exactly the sort of Bugs Bunny bollock
Chuckle
that you like.
version.
You really enjoy.
Chuckle version.
You like
Chuckle
this sort of stuff, don't you?
version.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because this at least is part of a feud that's already going. It's not as if Boogs is playing a serious character. Elias is just pathetic. And Reed's a killer. So no one lost any value here.
Hey, do you want a match with me there, bro? It's just the weird, the New Zealand accent.
All right, just have to ask.
Yeah.
Elias is going to get flattened next week.
Have you had that happen to you in a club or bar where someone's like, someone comes up and he goes, hello, and goes, oh, hello, and they go, my mate fancies you, and you look over and you're like, no.
No.
I got excited because
What kind of life do you? What kind of life do
The
you
person
live?
asking that
happened to
question.
me.
This
person
happens.
asking the
You
question is
said
always
it
like
happens
really
every
nice.
week as well. He's like, oh yeah, brushing them off.
Here we are again.
Oh,
Matthew trying to be relatable and
I
down in his
hate
arse.
when someone good looking comes over and it's actually they're less good looking. Oh,
I'm too busy dribbling on the floor in the corner. Trying to keep me head up.
Going over to Liv Morgan. Look, 4-4-2 works because of this.
no, that doesn't often happen actually.
The game has evolved, Liv Morgan.
Anyway, and in the background we see Cody Rhodes talking with Kevin Owens, possibly about his dad, Dusty Rhodes.
So
Was that Kevin Owens?
Yeah, he was talking to Kev.
Hey.
So,
Kev.
so that means then that the Zayn and Cody stories are still somewhat intertwined heading into... Or was he just saying... Because later on in the night, we see Cody save Sami. Did it have something to do with that?
Maybe.
Well, maybe we'll find out.
Try to convince him. By the way, I'm sorry, I missed out on a bit. I need to bring up Gargano Graves. No, that wasn't the match. Gargano Balor, but with Corey Graves on commentary. So Kevin was talking about how Gargano described the Judgment Day as a bunch of kids going through their goth period. Graves interrupts and says, well, what's Gargano going through his 12-year-old boy period? He plays games and collects figures.
Oh, yes.
That killed me. Well
And
done,
somewhere, The Undertaker shed a manly tear. Yes.
Graves. The person runs in and take a Twitter account with like, major pop. Or whatever he says. And then bloody John Cena arrived. The star of Teenage Mutant
my
Ninja Turtles.
God. With death in his eyes.
Yes, he's interrupted by Austin Theory. Theory challenges Cena to a match at WrestleMania, but Cena turns him down before absolutely burying Theory on the mic. God, you thought he was Man United this week.
Oh. As Owen said, he told me the Reds are back. All right, let's Liverpool.
Yes, of course. Yes.
In the words of Gary Neville, they didn't even play that well.
Yep. Theory
It
accuses
was
Cena.
a weird stance for Gary Neville.
Theory accuses Cena of giving up, but Cena says he turned him down because Theory isn't ready. And because if he loses to Cena, his career is over. Yep. The crowd convinced Cena to change his mind, and he finally agrees to the match. He then brings out someone who actually is ready for Mania.
Here's Cody
Rhodes!
I actually like this one. Why?
That was a symbolic passing of the torch, do we not
Do you
think?
reckon?
From one face
I think
of the
that was
company to
what they were
another.
going
yeah.
for, right?
Yes, here he is, me replacement, kind of.
Subtlety is dead.
There was a little bit, you see Cena say, I don't know how many I've got left, but people have gone on Twitter and that and speculated that Cody was like, can I have a match, please?
Yeah.
John, can I have a match, please? Just like Theory. Then John's like, I don't know how many I've got left, so we'll have to see if that happens.
Yeah.
But,
Heel John Cena try to take down Cody.
Hang on, let me
Rhodes.
just check my schedule. Ninja Turtles and other films.
Cena's really selfish guy. really selfish.
Go on,
guy.
Jack.
Just absolutely buried him, like he did with The Rock when The Rock came back and everyone's childhood died because Cena had just torn The Rock apart on the mic and went, your notes are written on your hand there, Dwayne. I remember thinking, what are you doing? And then he said an argument which made no sense to me. Most of it was really one-sided, beat down on the mic. But one bit where he went, oh, even if you beat me, you'll lose because the crowd will not like you for it. I'm like, well, I don't think
That's
you'll
the
care
point,
about.
innit?
I don't think
Yeah.
you'll care
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, but he's beaten John
He
Cena.
could dine
I'll
out
take
on that
that.
for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I agree a bit with you, Jack. Some of this was all over the place. I mean, it's
It
John
was-
Cena,
it
so
was-
it's like, yeah, it was good crap.
He clearly
but,
wrote this himself. This wasn't a scripted part of the show.
Yeah, but it was all, again, maybe I'd
Just
forgotten.
kick the computer. Is everything still on?
Oh, no.
All right. Okay.
Kick it again. Cena gets a giant reaction and sounds good, but it's the weekly, hey, remember this old thing bit that the will never move on from. Remember ruthless aggression? I swear no one even remembered the ruthless aggression promo until Cena got really big and then they went back and retroactively said, no, that great momentous moment and have hammed home. It was never a thing. It was never mentioned until Cena became a giant megastar.
Oh, it was
Like,
Vanilla Ice
no,
thing.
that really made it. That was a big deal.
It was
I swear it wasn't a big
Vanilla
deal.
Ice thing that got Cena over.
Right. And that was like years after that.
Aye, but he says that ruthless aggression phase is now what got him fired. Like, it's a bad thing. That ruthless, he didn't know what he was back then.
So it's more of the bloody Cody stuff. Of
And it's
like,
that-
I overcame the bad booking.
And that's a fair comparison to where Theory is now, I think. Ruthless aggression, John Cena.
Okay.
He is a nice body. He's got everything you probably want as a wrestling
Yeah.
promoter, but he hasn't got, what does he say? The heart. The Kavorka.
The balls, he said.
He's got such a little willy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grow your
Then he
willy.
won't go home.
And then,
But
John Cena penis pumps. Coming soon.
he's in everything else. But he's past that. His ruthless aggression period was last year with McMahon. Now he's been it's actually R8.
he's
series, so-
won the belt and everything.
Yeah. And he's like, you look good, but you suck. It's like, oh, it's the Kevin Owens promo again. And then he went, fake crowd noise being pumped into his matches. Like, that's something you should watch out what you say because that is true. with
Yeah,
everyone.
that
Everyone
was-
gets that these days.
Like, that's like, you want to watch what you're saying when you say things
You know
like
when
that.
I'm obviously like a huge CM Punk fan, but you know when sometimes you think CM Punk says stuff just to while he's shooting, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I got from Cena here.
Yeah.
I was like, he's just saying stuff to break the fourth wall.
Yeah. Hey, look at me, I'm John Cena. I can say what I like. Fair enough then.
Yeah.
And then Theory got the only one bit of offense in saying, like your bald spot, I ain't going anywhere.
And Cena went, I'd rather be bald than not popular with the fans.
He's like,
Oh.
was it Target? I think the product was called what she was. I could buy some hair stuff, but you'll still suck.
That was it.
Yeah.
Is
whatever it
Cena
was.
trying to, like what people said he was doing with The Rock, trying to prod him into fighting back? But then it's not easy. Like, just because you're trying
Yeah.
to provoke Theory into doing it doesn't mean he can do it.
Right, it's a criticism people used to give about The Rock. The Rock would just demolish people.
Yeah,
on the
but he
microphone.
was really
but
good.
Then,
It's
yeah,
really
but then he
funny.
would be all right against a guy like Triple H. He would then either say something just about back to him or batter him. And it's where we change it on to that, like I'm going to say all these terrible things, and Theory's like, well, that's your opinion.
yeah.
Like,
He's got
oh,
nothing.
wow, great.
He's got no comeback.
Yeah, so he's going to have to keep on doing some comebacks. Oh, we're going to see him redoing Cena spots. Like, I think we're going to see. Maybe we'll get a rap
He's
video
already
of
done
him.
the
Oh,
photo-
that'd be lovely.
The photo shoot with Cena spinner title.
Yeah.
Cena did
There we go. There we go. all
Imagine
the
we
hits.
saw Austin doing Hogan poses in
Yeah. I
97,
know.
for
Thank
goodness
you.
sakes.
Yep.
Ah!
Wait, what are you saying? Austin doing Hogan poses.
In 97.
He did do that at ECW.
He was mocking
Come on,
him.
you know what I was saying.
I'm saying it before someone in the comments says it. The other 35-year-old person who listens and does this.
Also, when The Rock did it, like you say, if he was saying it to like Triple H or someone, well, Triple H was the big bad heel. He was in a position of power, and The Rock was like, you wanted him to. But in this case, it just felt a bit cruel, just a bit mean.
He gave him one compliment when Cena called himself the ghost of Theory's Christmas future. So it's like,
Yeah.
this is
Crowd
what you-
liked that, by
this
the
is
way.
what you
Big
look
pop for
like.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, you'll be a big boy one day like me. But it just
Not now that you're crap.
Aye. There's direct parallels though between this segment on Raw and NXT's leading storyline at the moment though.
Oh,
We need to
just
find the
you wait.
real. We're finding the real come at the moment, aren't we?
If Cena had come up against him, he wouldn't have known where to go.
If Cena was saying, help me, help you, that would have made the segment make complete sense for me. But it was a complete barrier.
Yeah.
Imagine.
But
You're rubbish. Oh, is that what you think then, bro?
no, what about Come Tuesday
Oh!
and Robert Stone?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the actual
Help
lead
me.
story of.
No, the biggest one.
Robert Stone one. Yeah,
The headline feud, Jack,
I- but-
obviously.
You know, when we always, I don't know if I just spout this more than most do, but when it feels like the promoter or who was booking the show uses a superstar to convey what they're trying to tell another superstar in a promo.
Yeah.
It felt like this to me.
Yeah.
The bit where it's just like, we don't care. You're just a guy in fancy sneakers wearing shades indoors, man.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, you can't tell Vince is back then, huh? He was doing great. As soon as Vince shows up, he's back to being, well, let me tell you something, brother.
Look at this
How
egg.
crap you are for 10 minutes.
Look at my fancy egg.
No.
John Cena calling someone
Pretzel.
a dumb son of a bitch as well. Never heard that before.
Oh.
Someone's going to now bring up a compilation where he said it a million times. But just hearing John Cena say the word bitch.
It reminded me of because I've enjoyed Cena in his like sporadic appearances since he stopped wrestling full time, but it reminded me of in like 2015 or 16 when Cena, the New Day came along and like when they were heel New Day right at the start when they were really funny and they were like mocking Cena and then he was like, no. There's a time to be silly and there's a time to be serious. And I was like, Cena's the silliest man in the world. He's the silliest little goose. And now he's like, no, the time. And he did a serious Cena voice where he goes, all. And it reminded me a little bit of that, like Cena dictating the narrative, controlling the narrative. Also felt a little bit behind the times. Remember when Saraya came into AEW and went, we're going to start a women's revolution? And everyone went, that's fine.
Wait, everything's going all right here, yeah.
Cena seems to have gone back to theory from last year.
He's
and
just not
missed-
watching any wrestling since the last time he was
Right.
on TV.
Yeah.
Well, I've read somewhere that apparently they shot the angle for some sort of thing that's coming up in December
Oh.
for this match.
What?
Yeah, there's going to be something out. I don't know who said this. Probably a lot of
Well, like a
bollocks anyway.
cinematic.
Yeah, like some angle somewhere was shot in December or some promo package.
All right.
Something or other was shot. in
Oh
December.
my God, a rap battle. Please.
No. Anyway, moving on. Becky Lynch and Lita celebrate winning the tag team titles, and Trish Stratus comes out to congratulate them. Damage Katal interrupt, and Bayley cuts a promo. Trish says she can't think of a better place to shut up Bayley than at WrestleMania.
Charlotte Flair just can't catch a break, can she?
What?
She wins the SummerSlam match against Trish to send Trish into retirement. That means nothing. Charlotte never gets her way.
That's why people cheering now. They feel sorry for her. The 120-time women's champion. They all brawl and their faces clear the ring. Yeah, just a segment.
It was a segment. Nothing to say about
It's time
that.
to rock and roll.
Oh, it's time for Marco Roll. In the main event, Sami Zayn beats Jimmy Uso. The only person who thinks that song comes on. Oh,
Fish.
it's time for mackerel.
Oh, I thought you mispronounced Michael Cole.
Oh.
It's like Michael Cole.
This is a new theme.
Whoa, it's time for Michael Cole.
Sami
This
Zayn.
time, it's Michael time.
Oh wow, it's time for the Cole Patrol. Here I am, guys. Let's have babyface Michael Cole,
Yeah.
wrestler.
Sami Zayn beats Jimmy Uso while Jay appears in the crowd and heads down to the ring. Jay stares at Jimmy before leaving him in the ring and standing alongside Sami on the ramp. Sami tells Jimmy it's not too late to join them and gets super kicked by Jay, you bastard, who sides with his brother after all.
You thought I was going to pick you?
It's all about the family.
Yeah.
Now, has
To
this
declare.
has this brought
then-
to an end the whole Jey Uso is the main character thing? Which was a great argument, and I enjoyed Ross's video on it. But now, has he fallen back in? Like, is that the end of that run?
He's
now?
below Jimmy now.
Yeah.
Because now Jimmy, yes, he's got Jay back in the allotted time period given to him by Roman, but he also hasn't got Sami dealt with.
Right.
So what does it mean?
Right.
Jimmy is now the focal point.
Jimmy's. Oh, right. Okay.
Aye.
Wow.
Aye.
That'd be
Jimmy's.
really awkward if Jimmy joins him. Oh, sorry, Jay. I thought you were late. Oh, right. Oh, this is awkward.
I was all eyes on SmackDown now to see what Roman says to Jimmy, because I was going to do so like, well done, Jim,
Yeah.
getting Jay back in there, but also what you doing, Jim? Sam's still on the run.
But the important thing was the reaction the hug got.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
loudest things since, well, the last time Sami Zayn did anything, really. But
Jay's facials is that thing he does where he's like showing how like conflicted he is in his own mind. He must be plucking pubes when he's doing it, because that's the only way you can get that sort of face where like like he begrudgingly want to do
one more
something.
time for people to make gifts, please. Thank you, Ross.
Sorry for the audio listeners at home. But it was a wonderful swerve.
Yes, it was very good.
Because I wanted it. That's
Who's
the thing.
gonna-
I wanted him to be like, yeah, that's right. I'm with Sami now. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Oh, maybe we'll get a six-pack. Never mind.
I'm starting to, because I was very much, I was subscribing to the theory online where people were saying, yeah, like the tag thing and Sami and Kev, it is good, but it's not as good as what we could have had. And I agree, but I've not really taken into account that this can still be good, I suppose. I'm falling in line slightly with this. I think-
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You suspect that wrestling may not be as real as you think it is, but you are falling in line with that. I'm
You
glad.
need
Man.
to watch that concerto back. It was real,
Of course I will.
as they say in Sunday.
NXT Roadblock. The hypocrisy of Booker T.
He is an awful man. I was gonna nominate that for the Hall of Fame. I feel like I should have gone with that now, but
Tiffany Stratz narrates the opening video package.
series of Tiffany epiphanies.
Better than Lorraine. That was my
Kelly.
takeaway from that. She could host her own daytime show if she wanted to.
Aw.
Tiffany's Epiphanies.
I've already got Lash Legend to do that.
Oh, have we? Where's she been?
In the car park when Lions got attacked this last time. Yeah.
Do you remember those segments with that cult in the audience?
Ha 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 ha. It's really creepy.
It
Another
was.
weird opening to one of the like more special shows that NXT do, where it feels like they're talking to people who've never seen NXT before.
Yeah.
Good.
And aren't sure what professional wrestling is.
It's
Yeah.
not just for the audience, though. Yeah, so they get the idea of what it is. Don't have to watch all the stuff before.
They'd-
But it's also good for Booker T, who gets reminded about who's doing what, and he can't just ad lib. Just pretend he knows
He's
what's
just
happening.
sat there. Oh yeah.
He's so funny this week, man.
He's great. With help from Stacks, Tony D'Angelo beats Dijak in the Jailhouse Street fight.
Stacks dived into the doorway. To
This
stop
was
it from
that's right,
showing.
and they did clarify. Thankfully, that Tiffany Stratney to
Tiffany
clarify.
Stratney.
I'll just keep on going and pretend I meant to say that.
Stratany McMahon.
Stratney, Tiffany, and all of us clarified. It's like Jailhouse Street fight. What do you mean? Oh, they're in a broadside, and there's an actual jail cell to throw.
Ross told us this last week.
I had the
But
rules
you
on
might
last
not.
week.
Knew
But
it.
if maybe people missed out on the 5.5-hour podcast we did last week, so it's good. You have to remind people. Dijak didn't get any pop at all, and neither really did the other two.
Two
but
big losses in a row for Dijak.
yeah, Dijak landed a nice springboard elbow through a table that bent. The hired goon sacrifices himself yet again so Dijak can win. I just put okay, great. And
Stacks' gimmick is now that lass off Love Island who kept talking about how loyal she was. I'm loyal, babes. I'm loyal. That's him.
great.
Because of that, we need to start addressing him properly. This is Channing Stacks Lorenzo we're talking about.
Okay.
Put some respect on his name.
I
The
apologize.
capo.
He jumped into that door He
Did.
nearly got dragged into the cell, which he would have easily got out of, I assume. But we had to treat it like he was going to die.
So the story is that
point, actually.
Stacks is a really good and loyal sidekick.
But what's he getting out of it, really?
And so, okay,
I know.
who are we supposed to be cheering or booing?
Tony's
and why
a
do we
face.
care if he's got a loyal
Tony's
mate?
been a face for a little while now because mobsters are funny. That seems
But the
to be-
crowd haven't been going nuts for him, to say the least. Nothing but plants. Like that kid at ringside of MJF. Nothing but plants here in the shed. And
Yeah.
Deadlock.
There was a sign this week that
Hello,
said,
Deadlock.
I'm a plant. You see it during the Bron Breaker segment?
That's class.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That's really
Good.
I like that banter.
Was it
That's
the Bron
good.
Breaker segment? I'm sure it was. You
Well,
see
it makes
it
sense. Nothing but
full.
plants.
Have I made this up? I've written down that backdrop off the top rope with Dijak doing the flip bump on the chairs.
It sounds like something he would do. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I can't remember it, but I've written it down.
Must have happened then.
But we're going somewhere with Channing, Stacks, Lorenzo, and Tony. Because it's all one-sided so far.
This is like when
Where they're
Jack,
going, apart from to the Italian restaurant with the laptop. I'm getting bored of saying this every week now.
it's like when Jack Atkins insists. I don't know why he gets brought up so often, but whenever Postman Pat comes up in conversation, Jack Atkins insists on calling him.
Wait, 2 seconds. Let me recover from the... Whenever Postman Pat gets brought up in
it's
Quite a
conversation...
lot.
Often
It's often
upstairs.
Jack Atkins bringing him up. Actually, he insists
Okay.
on calling him Pat Clifton, his real name, because he thinks
His real
he thinks
name.
his shoot name.
His shoot
Because he
name.
insists on giving Pat Clifton the respect he deserves. He says he's not defined by his role as a postman. Yeah. Oh, you like that? It's good. So he'll go like,
His shoot.
It is
Oh.
funny how Postman Pat's real name is Pat Clifton.
Why are you
Children's
saying
TV.
real name? What are you doing?
because his name's not Postman Pat.
He's a famous actor.
No, it's just a.
Well, no, you got the
everyone goes,
Teletubbies, you got
"Oh,
Tinky Winky
real
Dipsy.
name.
Hello,
Pat Clifton.
everyone, Postman Pat. But his real.
Stop saying real name.
His
You're gonna kill
government
us.
name
Yeah,
is
it's
Pat
Pat
Clifton.
Clifton.
His
just-
birth certificate
it's just
doesn't read
Postman Pat.
Postman Pat.
Postman Pat's just a known alias of Pat Clifton.
Shut up.
What? Why?
Like a spark everywhere.
Jess isn't saying, "Oh, hello, Postman Pat." She's saying, "Hello,
No.
Mr. Clifton."
My owner, Mr. Clifton.
He gets annoyed. He's like, no, don't call me Postman Pat.
Well, Jack Atkins just thinks he deserves the proper respect for being called Pat Clifton.
The respect.
That little ginger bollocks who causes all the issues. That's Mr. Clifton's name as well.
Oh wait, that's Fireman Sam. That's
Oh,
Norman.
no!
Norman.
Sam
Norman.
somebody.
Norman.
Oh.
His son's the little ginger bollocks in Postman Pat.
Yes,
in Pat
I've got
Clifton.
me-
sorry.
I've got my universes
His
mixed
son's
up.
called Julian, presumably Julian Clifton. I don't know. But
Well, you know, he doesn't like to talk about that.
it's like the Father Ted episode where the milkman gets all.
Postman Pat.
Oh, that's a bit boring. Fireman Sam's real name is Samuel Sam Jones.
He is
Why are we
Welsh.
talking about that?
Yes,
That's
well,
not unusual.
Jones, yeah. From Pontypandy.
Potty Pandy.
Norman.
Norman Price. Have you seen the name of the person who owns the one restaurant in Fireman Sam?
yeah,
Fireman Sam.
The Italian woman.
The Italian woman who owns the restaurant.
Oh, I think we spoke about this
Isn't she
before.
called
haven't
like
we?
Bella
And it's
Italia
Bella
or something?
Lasagna.
Lasagna. It's worse than I thought. Oh no.
Oh, there she is, Bella Lasagna. She's an Italian citizen living in Wales and runs Bella's Cafe, a pizzeria in Pontypandy.
You can't call her Bella Lasagna. You can't call.
It's a shoot name.
You can't-
You can't call him Sam Clifton or whatever. I'm getting mixed up
Pat
now.
Clifton.
Whatever. And then call her. No, I can't call you that.
I think I nominated for the Hall of Fame one week. Postman Pat's really good at football, as well. There was an episode.
Mate.
There's an episode where he plays five-a-side on the village green and he's dribbling it round everyone. he proper leaps for a header, and someone put it on YouTube. Welcome to Real Madrid. Postman Pat goals, skills, assists. It's like dubstep playing up.
I've just seen the name of one of the firefighters here
Oh,
that
yeah.
works alongside
Elvis.
Sam. Elvis Cridlington.
Yeah, he's his sidekick. He's the one in the truck with him on the opening
The
credits.
station
Elvis.
mess manager.
Hurry, hurry.
He's the old man,
fireman's
right?
time. He's the
One looks like Elvis.
One looks like Elvis.
No. Right. His boss is like
Station
Captain
Officer
Mainwaring.
Steele.
What's he called, the captain?
I don't know.
Oh.
We've got Station Officer Steele.
Maybe.
Fire Captain. Fire Captain, the US dub of the CGI series.
The
What
US
the hell?
dub? Oh, no. Why is there a US dub?
Yo, there's a fire in Pontypandy.
His real name's Basil. Basil Steele. That's a great name.
Basil Steele. Wow.
People are tuning in going, I've missed a few weeks of NXT. Who's Basil Steele?
Pat Clifton. Oh man.
Mate, if we just change his names up, just be Ponty Pandy residents, no one would notice.
Some of the characters in Postman Pat were brilliant. Who populated the village. You know, Mr. Pringle, the teacher. He was a Geordie. Mr. Pringle. He's in goal during Pat Clifton's football skills extravaganza.
Oh well, if you need a Newcastle goalkeeper,
He's
man,
not.
Could be Shea
no,
Given.
he's not as good. He's not,
No, well-
Shea Given.
That's what I said.
You said Shane Given.
Look, I'm just trying to breathe
No,
at
you
this
didn't.
point. Thank you.
I'm saying,
So-
you surely couldn't.
No, I don't. No, you told a Jack. You agree with me?
That
thank
was
you.
proper
So,
Eric Morecambe. Thank you.
I try. One is. I just said it there. Postman Pat, there's a weird.
still
I don't know.
Pat Clifton.
Very quickly, because you said about the residents. There's a song that one of the guys does. He's the guy who repairs stuff.
Yeah.
He goes, "Leave it with me."
Is it Al? Or
Leave it. He's the guy who got the
the
beard,
Tash and
whatever.
the dungarees?
There's the dub. I don't know why I know this. There's one of the dubs of that. The guy's voice is. The overdub is insane.
Oh, this is more modern. Look at that horrible
Oh,
CGI.
who are they? Oh,
Yeah,
like
Professor Ryan Farrow, played by Brian Cox. What?
What's happened to
Which
Postman
one?
Pat?
It looks like Brian Cox as well.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be the sign. Wait,
There he is. He's got Pat Clifton in his hands.
They've ruined.
look, he's massive.
Why is Postman Pat turned into a spaceman?
They've spoiled it. They've ruined.
They go Postman Pat, first man. It's like, I'm not a postman, I'm an astronaut.
They've ruined Pat Clifton for everybody.
Oh,
Don't call him Postman Pat. He's on the moon.
down with Professor Brian and his youthful face.
You don't need to insert Brian Cox into the Pat Clifton universe. Something like that.
You know what? Let's just carry on. JB goes
Wait,
to
no, I
Kiana
wonder the
James.
name of the builder or the handyman from Granny Dryden.
God, there's lots of Julia Pottage.
George Lancaster. I remember these. No. Alf Thompson, I think.
Alf Thompson, a farmer.
No. Okay. I can't remember then.
With me.
Was he? What was he called?
Leave it with
Andrew,
me.
you'll know. What was the name of the?
Andrew's been waiting
What
for
was
this
the
moment
name
his
of
entire
like,
life.
the mechanic or the bloke from?
The only bit with the NXT that we should be talking about now is the really bland and boring Roxanne Perez promo about Meiko Satomura. So we're doing better work now than we would have been if we're talking about NXT.
Ted,
All I noticed
Ted
is-
Glenn. Ted Glenn.
That's
Ted
it.
Glenn.
All I noticed was like her being interviewed by, and I just forgot how small she was.
What,
All right,
Roxanne
Jim Ross.
Perez?
She's a small girl. Yeah.
She was the same size as me in year 5.
Just on postmanpat.fandom.com, Ted Glenn is described as having great but hidden energy.
Wait, there's a fandom book. Oh,
No,
yeah.
There's a podcast going on.
Sorry.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, how long have we been? Oh my God, there's a camera.
Sorry.
JB goes to Kiana James's office to talk to her on behalf of BJ.
Well,
He notices a bunch of roses, which he assumes BJ sent to Kiana, but she hides the name tag from him.
Who's on the card? Who's on the card? I
It's
put it
Brian
through.
Alvarez.
I put it through. Well, I slowed the footage down to 0.5 and then put it through a photo digital enhancer, and it's made
gone
no.
CSI
It's
on
made no difference to the text.
Well,
I think it says Kiana.
I think, one side of it was to Kiana. From the other side says the name of the person who sent it.
It says Ross stinks.
Felix.
Felix.
Kez.
Is that? Come on, Kez.
Norman.
Well, I think so. One side definitely already did say Kiana. We
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
But the other side, is it just going to be another one of those like hilarious misunderstandings, like Zach was being her brother and stuff, or is this real?
I reckon JB sent them.
What if it's Gene? You reckon JB sent them?
I reckon JB sent them.
And then turned up
Oh.
and
Pretended
not to know.
yeah.
All right, it's a twist. By the way, once again, JB's like the best actor on the brand. You see his face of slight confusion when she took away the name tag, and he went, oh.
His eyebrows tweaked
"Yeah,
like he's in a Dairy Milk chocolate advert. But it was a couple of nice lines in here showing how wholesome Kiana maybe might be, saying that like their happiness is my happiness and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Really nice. She seemed to be legitimately pleased that something's happening. With
Gene made a cameo. Thank you, Gene." She said, "Gene left."
Yeah, that
what
was
does
it.
Gene do?
secretary.
Make
What's
cameo.
the point of Gene?
She's a secretary.
secretarying.
Kiana's not just a wrestler; she's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Doing what, eh? I don't understand.
It's not like Postman Pat. Hi, I'm the gardener. I'm the mechanic. It's like, yeah, I'm the secretary.
Did you know that Kiana James is the real life sibling of Holly Valance's husband? That's what business she's in.
Right.
But she ends it by saying a makeup date is in order, so you might get his end away finally. Oh,
Fantastic. I think I've carried on with what happens later, or have I done that later?
Yeah, it says ... at the end of the note, so more to come. Look at us. Gallus calls out Pretty Deadly.
Idiots!
And
Come get it!
They are as Scottish as Scottish can be at that point, but it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
But then, Cooey boys, Elton,
That was brilliant.
Elton and Kit are behind them in the crow's nest. Pretty Deadly taunt Gallus before angrily admitting that they want the tag team titles back. Gallus challenged them to come down the ring and take them then.
And they bloody did it.
Predictably, Pretty Deadly end up getting beaten up until they run away because Gallus is the strongest and best team in the universe and they never lose wrestling matches or games of pool. Wow. And they're really good at drinking as well.
Yeah.
Oof.
In the words of Mark Coffey, I'm fuming, mate. This is... Pretty Deadly should be the ones outwitting them.
Yeah, like the first match, I'm going, okay, cool. Who am I supposed to be behind?
Gallus.
Am I?
Yeah, because Pretty Deadly went, we're up here looking down on you Scots like the English always do. I think they're the heels in this situation.
It was hard. Well, someone needs to tell the crowd that the plants need watering because they were not making any noise for any of this
Well,
other than,
I thought this segment was really... I think this has been like mangled in post because there was no crowd noise. There was just a general like... It was weird.
Well, they used up all the fake crowd pop Austin Theory and John Cena.
I think that the crowd were probably responding not in the way they wanted to, so they've just totally blanketed the crowd noise.
Which they showed that we're able to do on Raw when the crowd started chanting F you, Paul, and suddenly the crowd was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I think this is
I don't know what they're chanting during this match. Like,
comfortably one of the worst segments in NXT history.
Wow.
I felt like I'd watched an Uncle Howdy segment after this had ended because they got called out, they went down to the ring, they got beat up, and that was the end.
Yeah.
You expected to get beat up and then maybe get their own back at the end, and that's how we go away. But no.
right. You want the guys who are going to like run away and not be as cool and badass as the Scots have like a plan, be smarter. Otherwise, it's just, all right.
So, yeah.
Great.
But surely Pretty Deadly are the baby faces. Surely.
No.
The New Day
They've
feud,
got baby faces, literally.
The New Day feud turned them babyface, in my opinion.
And
Just
then
entertaining wizards.
I think Gallus are the faces here.
I'm not cheering them.
And
Out
I
of
know,
spite.
but I think they're meant to be.
They're toxic.
I think they are nominally
Right?
the baby
With their
faces.
beer and their pool cues.
Yeah, that's what the crowd can relate to.
But they said the typical babyface things like, we didn't just come here for you. We came to fight every team in the streets, in the pool hall.
Wow, Danhausen showed up.
Imagine him in Gallus. Man, that would be so good. That's what they need. They need a bit of light energy about them because they're really dour and...
Oh, well, Joe Coffey's coming back soon.
Oh,
Is he coming back? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who cares?
That's the life of energy you need.
Why did they...
Joe
Also,
Coffey.
first of all, Pretty Deadly, it seemed like we're in control of the situation. They were taunting Gallus. They were going to rile them up and somehow outwit them. But then it totally went the other way. Suddenly, Pretty Deadly were angry. Also, we're pretending the New Day never happened because they were like, then you came along and we lost those ruddy tag belts and you broke our hearts and ruined our lives. And I'm like, well, it was the New Day who did that. And then they go, now we're going to batter you. Head down to the ring and Mark Coffey starts going, oh, we're not going to do anything, mate. We're not going to do anything, mate. And then they batter them. I'm like, what's been...
And even worse than that was, I swear it was last week or 2 weeks ago, where they went, hey, let's do this. Come to the pub and play, drink. And then they did that scare. And then they went, if you want a title shot, you start to ask. And so they go, oh, they've got one.
Aye.
So
Pretty Deadly are the
they
heels,
asked them
aren't
for a
they?
title
Yeah.
shot. And we didn't get one, but we had this
They
bit.
also went-
This is just badly done.
When are you ever going to come and face us face to face? They pirouetted through the doors of your bar. They're not scared to make you face to face. I don't know.
Rubbish.
Oh.
Lyra Valkyrie references the fact that she
Oh
was
my
chosen
God.
by Stevie Turner's randomizer, but she didn't come to NXT for that.
Are we
She
disrespecting
came
the
to
Forest
seek battle.
Sprite?
Decided by intent, or a tapestry of fate, a randomizer landed on my name. To some, knowledge is power, but I didn't come to NXT to seek information. That was two sentences there that happened one after the other in that program.
It's natural.
Just a load of
What
bollocks.
she
I love
said-
the natural
what she
dialogue.
said
It's like
was-
shameless.
What that translates to is Stevie Turner called me out, but I don't want to have a match with her. That was what she said.
And then she goes on about like, our flight paths have been sort of similar, but not quite. I'm going to fly as the crow flies straight to the top.
Gallus
Shut
boys
up.
on top.
Stupid bird woman.
Flies, the crow flies straight to the top.
Yeah,
That's not what crows do. It's supposed to be that way.
As the crow flies means upwards.
As the crow flies up.
Yeah.
I think what she's done there is mistaken a crow for a helicopter.
Well, she's from the
I'm like
past.
Budgie. No, not the bird.
Tyre is a little
with
helicopter.
the boy's face.
So I've realised now that if you're from Ireland or Scotland and you're a man, then you're a beery, brawlery bruiser. And if you're from Ireland or Scotland and you're a woman, you're from the fairy
The
realm.
outer limits of your mind.
Or a witch.
Or a witch. You're from Fantasyland. Yeah.
Hailing from a cave
No, she's the forest creature.
via Valkyrie car.
She's
Yeah,
like...
I love her going, look, I'm not a coward. I know she called me out. I just don't want to wrestle.
Yeah.
Not because I'm scared. I just like,
I'm
don't
just
know what
above
to
her,
do with it.
I'm above her on the card. If we step down. She's like the first level of Ocarina. Do 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 do. She's Lost Woods. She's Lost
Yes.
Woods girl. Oh man.
New
Anyway,
NXT
she wants the winner of the title match.
Oh, good for her. New NXT signing Dragon Lee is in the crowd, quickly bringing up, people. Hello, Tony Khan. I've changed my mind. Bloody hell. He's like, I'm probably going to be an actual dragon at this rate.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Come
he's
on.
like you fellow from Lucha Underground who died being a dragon. He exploded.
Dargo.
Drago.
Oh, sorry, not Darga. Yeah, Drago,
Aye.
who was WCPW original Drago.
Right?
It's one of the few bits I've seen where he turns into a dragon and explodes or something.
His
like
feud
that.
was
Warehouse.
his feud was with
Good times.
I can't remember who it was against. Maybe Brian Cage or someone. His feud, whoever he was feuding with, the story was he doesn't believe dragons are real and I do. And that was the feud. And then he turned into one, thereby proving.
And Brian was like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Bron Breakker of the Creed Brothers beat Indashare and Jinder Mahal in a 6-man tag match. Carmelo Hayes watches on guest commentary.
This was really funny because Bron Breakker kept getting in the way and kept getting knocked over, and it looked really funny the more it happened. Just he's on the apron and he just go like towering like a pinball, like just knocking over his tag team mates. He'd be on the floor, he'd be in the wrong place, he'd get knocked over again. It was really funny.
Like, it's a knockout.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I thought the stuff with Veer and Sanga when they were in the ring, which was obviously most of the time, it was ugly. They really are just like kicking a punch for the first of the month kind of wrestlers.
But the Creeds are really good.
The Creeds are good, yeah. The Brutus Bomb, the elevated Brutai thing, that was good.
Are the Creeds still not being tag team champions?
Yeah, they were.
Or did they lose it straight away?
Yeah, it wasn't a long reign.
Okay. They should be on the main roster, probably.
Yeah, after all the hype in my own head I had for this match, it was quite like, oh, okay. But I think they're still recovering from injury, aren't they?
Oh,
One of the,
right, okay.
Julius,
the Creeds, yeah. Oh, right. I forget which one it's
Oh
supposed
no,
to be.
Veer was injured, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was Veer, but then
Yeah.
didn't one of the Creed.
The story was that the Creeds were injured, but it was really...
It was to hide the fact that.
Aye,
Okay.
yeah.
So it was okay. I liked the finish, but it wasn't much here. The plants seemed to be all right with it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you say there.
Yeah, there was
a
one.
thing that
I was
happened.
like, okay. Matt Bloom, he's worried about Shawn Michaels' appearance on the Grayson Waller effect, but HBK says, I know what I'm getting into.
I think...
I'm not sure if I want to do this, but I feel like I've got to do it anyway. You booked the show, you silly man.
If I only could make a deal with God. I should have done that before.
That's just him going upstairs. Grayson tells Shawn that he used to idolize him, but now he wishes he could go back in time and tell his childhood self to be a Bret Hart fan instead. That's right, the guest editor of Cultaholic. Waller accuses Shawn of treating him the same way Michaels was treated back in the day, held back because he's not big enough. Yes, poor Shawn just never had a chance to.
That was bollocks.
He also says that Shawn only got his job because Triple H had a heart attack.
Waboom! Home run there.
Yeah, that one worked.
Michaels and Waller argue over the very soul of NXT.
You're selfish. I was selfish, but now I'm not. Now you are selfish. That was the...
Yes,
that was Shawn's
that's like a
argument.
bad martial arts dub film. Until finally Waller challenges Shawn for WrestleMania weekend. HBK says no, but instead books Grayson against Johnny Gargano, who runs out and chases him off. Big pop for Gargano. Oh, that's right. Gargano was ended by Waller.
He ruined his
Years
farewells.
ago.
Was it years ago now?
2021, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, literally years ago. Good continuity there. I wasn't a fan of this.
Oh.
I am sick of Shawn at his complete
That's
lack
the first time he's been on
a
it.
complete lack of self-awareness and being in control of NXT.
Hey,
2 or 3 weeks ago, we had Toxic Attraction split up. in a 1-for-1 shot remake of the bloody barbershop window.
And then everyone started
And
saying
then-
we're sick of Sean, but that was literally the first Sean thing, surely.
No, but that's one thing. The week afterwards, one of them called the other one, well, I don't want to be the Janetti in
Okay,
this. So
right,
another
okay.
reference to this. Then we have this, which is just a love fest to Sean.
And then the main event.
And again, the third bloody thing this week about, hey, that bad character, you had to struggle and overcome the obstacle known as WWF and blah, 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 hold back. And then later on, main
Yeah.
event, this bloody episode of NXT, it's a tribute to Shawn Michaels' collapse in 96.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to, am I missing something here?
That was a shoot collapse, and he touched the power of God onto the ambulance. Therefore,
did.
Roxanne will.
He
recover.
actually, the ambulance's engine wasn't working. He pushed it to hospital with just one hand.
To be fair, he's spunked his load fairly quickly there. So how many more of these can we do? There can't be that many left now. Just a few more weeks.
He also,
New DX.
one bit I liked was his reasoning for not accepting Waller's challenge, which was basically the Bison's "it was Tuesday" argument, whereas everyone challenges me for matches at WrestleMania. You're not special.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then Waller, I guess, is supposed to be a heel, but he is also very charismatic. So him going, I've been held back. You're holding me back. It's like, you've had several world title shots. Like one of the other, in fact.
Yeah, but the stipulation screwed him. There was no escape stipulation in the cage match.
Yeah.
And in his first shot, the ring broke.
Oh, so he was kind of justified.
He's got reasoning.
Yeah, the first one he is justified. The second one, I'm like, well, you could have gone out, but you could have cried for the pin.
I think Waller's really good at being a clearly insecure heel. He smiles and laughs at people, but there's real like, no, I want to be the best. Like, he's good at that. Unless that's just him. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Waller did get a good line though. It says, I'm sick of being in this arena where everyone wears the same clothes every week because they can't afford anything else. To go to the fact that there's multiple tapings done in 1 week. I was like, okay.
What? It's not live every week.
That wasn't a real full moon ritual? No, sorry.
I'm legitimately shook there.
That was the thing, wasn't it? They were saying like, oh, it's supposed to be live every week, and they do pretend it is, but
I have no idea. I thought it was.
It used
I'm
to
not
be.
sure. Don't quote me on that.
I think it was when they first got on TV.
Right.
And they were going head to head with AEW.
I'm pretty sure they've done as much pre-taping as they've got away with, but they don't advertise it too much.
Okay. The Gallus and Pretty Deadly segment was clearly edited. So clear. Like, the camera cuts were really, yeah.
Yeah. Just saying.
Gargano makes a lot of sense going back.
Gargano
there.
makes sense.
He's not working on the main roster.
Yes.
Yeah.
So him going back to his home.
And Shuni
It
will
also-
have a good
yeah.
match.
Because he bleeds NXT.
Yeah, he does.
We should get that checked out. It also helps. Sorry, it doesn't help, I should say, that this is the same. It was a day afterwards. So for weirdos like us who watch all the wrestling, wow, it's very similar to Cena Theory. So I was not impressed by this. I think
was
it's a
not
very
impressed by
weak
your
episode. I like
performance.
Waller. I don't know why he's having a bother with Shawn Michaels out and stuff. Don't care about
Get
Shawn
screwed,
Michaels.
man. The man's holding down.
Yeah. I was hoping we'd get Albert versus Grayson Waller, but it's just not happening.
No.
It's a shame.
Yeah. Gigi Dolan beats former tag partner JC Jane very quickly.
God,
But
she got the job as entrance.
yeah.
Oh my God.
But JC beats Sean, being Sean, going as long as he wants to. Test. But JC beats her down afterwards. To the audible delight of Booker T, JC tries to Pillmanize Gigi's neck.
Oh, yeah. Break her neck.
But referees
You
run
can't be
to
in
stop
favour
her.
of this, Booker. Well, I'm not. What? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? I'm out. Wait, look at the notes. Oh, yeah, I'm not.
You think he accidentally just went, yeah? Because he cackles with glee. He's like, do it, yeah.
She deserves it. No, Booker, she does. Well, some. Oh, yeah, you're right.
By
she
the
doesn't.
end of the
Yeah.
show, that becomes so much funnier, by the way.
Yeah. So it wasn't much here, but just it's the first match of many, I guess.
Good
between these two.
JC.
I think she's done it. JCJ.
There'll be a stip,
You think?
surely, because she beat her down afterwards. There'll be a rematch with
Yeah.
a big hard
long jump competition.
Yeah.
To the Hall of Fame pick.
But she's winning that.
Gigi's got a nice finisher, the destroyer package thingy. She hits it with a lot of torque. But apart from that, I thought it was a load of meh.
Yep.
Yeah, it was short.
JC just ran away for a bit. Gigi caught her. A tale as old as time. And that was the end.
Yep. And then where we at? Braun Breaker comes out and calls out Carmelo Hayes. He says that every time he's waited for his next challenger, he's been disappointed not to hear Carmelo's music.
That's really cute.
Now it's time for the two leaders of NXT 2.0 to meet at Stand and Deliver. They shake hands.
There was a meeting in the August of 2021. NXT's about to get taken over, rebranded. We want you two to be the TP Top Boys. And now they are the TP Top Boys.
I bet that they've retconned that because come Tuesday was definitely in that meeting as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Camera pans as well.
What do you mean the
I
guy
was-
who challenged for the title on the first episode?
He went and got the drinks, like, for like, who's tea, coffee? They came back. We're missing anything. No.
Just get my dancing shoes.
Yeah.
He wasn't on this week, was he? No. Shame.
It was a special episode.
I tell you what, though, Mello is a lot more popular. I know they're plants. We've accepted that now as a fact. It's a shame.
Some of them are
It's
planned.
taken me a while. He's a lot more popular than Bron the Fisherman. Bron the Fisherman's not working anymore.
I liked this segment because I felt like this week there was a lot of justifying dialogue behind feuds, like the Shawn and Grayson thing, like the Cena in theory. This one, they just went, we're both really good. Do you want a title shot? Yes.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, that's all it needed to be.
Yep, I agree. Backstage, Tyler Bate helps Thea yell, meditate to deal with her fear of the schism.
Maffew, nobody is beyond fear. And as people, we must learn to move through our fear.
Tyler wishes Andre Chase good luck
the
today.
bromance. That's the end of it.
Just relax.
He
But
was wearing
Delightful Hudson-
sandals. Sandals are on his feet.
Yeah, that's how you know.
He would not wear sandals. I'm sorry.
Oh, he would.
In his real life.
He wears wrestling
Down the
boots.
club,
Oh, he'd
wearing
wear,
his sandals.
no, he'd wear like some hipster.
Oh, he'd wear big boots, wouldn't he?
He'd wear leather trainers and people laugh. He's like, no, I'm doing it ironically.
He didn't wear anything once against Matt Riddle in a match.
Bloody hell.
No way. On his feet.
Oh,
On his feet.
I see.
That's a prison trap, isn't it?
Oh, no.
We're going to do it now. I was like, well, you know what? Tapping, you win. Now it's time. I've done that bit. So, Delightful Hudson thinks Tyler is an absolute charlatan and thinks that I'm not buying your
Snake
oil. And then Tyler doesn't disagree.
Oh, yeah, I'm a
Saying-
charlatan.
I am selling snake
They're
oil.
a great band and I love them.
I'm British and wacky.
Yeah, he is.
To be fair,
Well,
all he's
hey.
doing there is just moving through his fear. That's all he's done there. He's not reacted. He's just moved through the fear. Fear being dull.
Is fear being gone back to the UK wrestling scene? Yeah. Andre faces Joe Gacy, who is not wearing a shirt.
He looks more dangerous.
That's what
I think.
his attire now. It's been that way for a while.
No,
His little panties.
I was trying to think of something positive to say. But losers, after congratulating Yell for standing up to Ava Rain on the outside.
I'm sorry.
Idiot,
I'm
Andre.
sorry. She walked near her. This is Thea
Yeah.
walking towards Ava Rain and screamed at her. And we're supposed to congratulate her for that.
And Andre went, yes.
Backstage, Andre tells Yell that he's proud of her. But Delightful is absolutely furious that nobody seems to care that Chase lost. He calls Chase U an institution for losers.
Yes.
More like Chase L.
We're a bloody joke, he says.
He's right.
He is right. I'm on board with Dull now.
He's the only one. You know, when a football team's been hammered and he's the only one showing a bit of passion for the badge.
We need to get rid of Thea. She's a lost cause. She keeps people up at night. Bodie Hayward.
I think we need to get rid of Andre Chase.
No.
What?
Duke Hudson
The
University.
He's
The
been-
one-man army?
He's
No.
been blinkered by this little lady who he cares about.
Well,
he's
so
trying
get him
to
gone.
help her along. He
Aye.
needs to be a bit more cutthroat in his decisiveness, I think. Where were we up to?
Albert Fire and Isla Dawn are charging their power beneath the full moon because they're from that bit of Europe where women do this type of thing. They seem to be taking aim at the women's tag division. Well, they're aiming up like the crow who flies.
Now, if Kaylee Ray was watching this at home, she'd be saying it's a load of pesh. Because her line here was, our reflections show I am as vicious as the beast that hawks, I think she said, from that orbit night, and you are as cunning as the ones that dance below it.
Who writes? Who writes?
What bad album from the 80s they taking this stuff
Don't
from?
realise it's quite Shakespearean.
No, it's not.
A little bit.
Bollocks.
What? Who's the other lass's name? I forgot.
Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn.
Lady
What-
Macbeth.
What makes her as cunning as the ones that dance below
It's
the
it's
orbit
just
night?
it's the dynamic of the one of them's
Boom, boom,
powerful,
boom,
one of them's cunning.
Just say that then.
Wait.
Hey, I'm powerful. Hey, you're clever, you know. And then just move on. It doesn't have to be. I'm
Have
as
you got those
vicious as the
lyrics?
beat.
Have you got those words there?
There you go. They're right there.
Boom, 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 boom. Our reflection show. I am as vicious
As
as
the
the
beast.
beast.
What's-
Boom, boom, boom,
What's
boom.
going on?
He's singing
That
an 80s
hawk on
song.
that orbit night.
Is this
and
Take My
you
Breath
are
Away?
so
Oh, right.
Below it.
Isla Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, it's not that far off. Boom, 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 boom.
I bet they're going to do a full moon ritual, though.
Boom, boom,
It's going to be good.
boom, boom.
I would have gone for Wuthering Heights, but it doesn't matter. It's fine.
I can't get that high.
Yeah.
Well, we're not in Vegas anymore. Backstage. Thank you, Andrew. We heard you snort laugh on the audio. Backstage, Wesley talks about saying, hey, you thought my promos are bad, but have you seen that crap on this? Wesley, I can't believe you said that. Sorry. Wesley talks about everybody fighting tooth and nail to answer his open challenge. Action turns up and wants to face him next week. And Wes agrees.
This was like Mackenzie is Wes's mother, because the resignation in her voice when she was like, Wes, we're not doing these open challenges again, are we? Oh, what do you like? And then she saw Axiom enter the scene and she was like, oh, he's rubbish him. Well done, Wes. You go get him. It's like he's his mother.
Says, we'll go face to face. Like my face right now, which is smiling. And Wesley's, all right, mate. God.
This must be the first week in about 12 that Axiom hasn't dropped one of those lines.
Yeah.
You can see it in my eyes. Look at my face.
Oh. The joke as
Wesley
well,
just slapping, shut up.
and the joke as well that he's not a kid. Not that was when he was free. That was when he was feuding with Nathan Fraser, wasn't it?
The witch is in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. And then, apparently we haven't got anything about on here. Was there a follow-up to
There was.
the BJ bit? I thought
Yeah,
there was, because
I asked you to read it and you just didn't before you said there's 3 dots. There must be more.
The bit where
Yeah.
Fallon says she feels awful about Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
I wrote it in the thing. Yeah. Yeah, you just didn't read it.
Boxomania.
You just looked at the 3 dots at the end and went, that's enough now. There should be like a later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Later, JB and Fallon, then they realize that BJ didn't send the roses, but he gets a phone call from Kiana and leaves before they could talk to him. JB and Fallon have a plan, ...
So I thought that was a deliberate choice by you to come back to it later on, but I've realised no.
You know what? It was.
All right, okay, yeah.
Thank you, Jack, for playing along.
It's all right.
It was so good.
It's interesting that BJ is just so lost in love that he didn't care what was on the desk, even though it was a big red herring potential.
He kind of went, I didn't.
There was a fish on the desk.
I didn't send flowers, but it's okay.
Hey, he's just so lost in love.
Yeah.
I'm relieved that JB's not going to steal her from him, though. That's good. Do you think that Brooks is going to end up with Fallon? There was a bit of romantic chemistry at the start of this segment when they apologised to each other.
I can see that. I'm scared of what Fallon's got planned, though, because she's like, I've got an idea, and that's how the segment ended. And I was like, she had an idea on Valentine's Day, and that one went wrong. So she needs to get this one right.
I've got a better idea.
I think they're going to get absolutely destroyed by the Witches in a tag team title match. I don't know what they're called.
The witches.
Yeah, the Witches. Yeah.
The witches.
Sorry, no, to give them their full title, one is The Vicious Beast that hawks from the orbit, and the other is The Cunning is the ones that dances below.
Cunning is the one that dances below.
I don't know.
What's that about then?
The finishing move was like, oh, the Eye of Newt connected. In the main event, Roxanne Perez retains her title against Mago Satomura, the last boss, as they say, but collapses after the bell because Shawn Michaels only knows Shawn Michaels. She's taken away on a stretcher and loaded in an ambulance while Shawn Michaels consoles her biological father, Booker T.
Yeah, he was
Good
devastated.
bit. Good bit.
Minutes after going, break her neck, yes. He's now very sad.
Well, it's his daughter.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Hey, imagine if that was Booker T's child and that was Booker T in the crowd at Revolution.
Oh,
Imagine what would
my
happen
God.
there.
He would have...
Tell me he didn't just throw that.
It's good Booker T.
I thought this angle was woefully misplaced
Oh.
for the match that had just happened. Because Meiko Satomura is good, but her offense doesn't look like it hurts. Apart
Yeah.
from the kicks look like they hurt. But everything else is all very pretty and all very technical, and it's obviously very hard to do and all that sort of stuff. But it didn't like it would result in you collapsing from the pain.
I get what you're saying. Like, they've bigged her up. They've explained who she is and gone, oh, she's the last boss. She's NXT UK, blah, blah, blah. She flew away from Japan, meow, and all this other stuff. But you haven't really shown much because it
not
gets
like
to be
she-
very polite. Oh, she trains really hard, does she? Wow.
Oh, she took her to the limit, but she didn't really. It wasn't, yeah.
It was a training session. All right, great.
When the one you mentioned last week, when Ziggler and Del Rio did the double turn, at least Ziggler had been kicked in the head loads of times in that match. It
Yeah.
made sense. But in this
Yeah.
case,
Where was the kaboom?
right.
It's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. We got a decent Meiko Satomura match here, but then she won and then she collapsed.
Got a poo house win, yeah, after being beaten up for a bit, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've written down here that Roxanne is counter-tactical. That's a new word I've made up there.
Like Joe
like that.
Calzaghe, like a counter puncher.
Aye.
Okay.
Yes.
Counter-tactical.
Right. She adapts her game to what they do.
I assume so, yeah.
Oh, what did you mean?
I don't know. I've written down Mako is tactical. Roxanne is counter-tactical.
Ross makes a really good point and doesn't know what he's saying.
That's
I was
analysis.
tactical as the one that hawks from, and you're as counter-tactical.
Shout out to Mako's submission with the arms crossed and the legs hooked. Again, it looked very hard to put on, but didn't look like it was killing her to result in her passing out. I thought it was a bit strange.
Is this softening up Roxanne Perez for a title change without making her look too weak? Because she's wrestling with just having had
Someone's
this
going to
thing.
come out next week and be like, I challenge you.
Lyra
Stevie
Valkyrie.
Turner.
Oh, I hope
No,
not.
Stevie.
Oh, I
Oh
hope
my
so.
God, it's Stevie.
Yeah.
Hey, chat. I'm the champion now. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I gifted you a sub on Twitch. I'm going to gift you a title shot or whatever. And then she'd be like, Booker T at Biological Dad's going to be like, no, she's still tired. She's like, no, I have to. And then she'll get in the
I think
ring
it'll
and-
be Tiffy Stratz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break her neck.
Tiffany Striffany.
Yeah, I think she'll do it.
She's the future. The future is now.
We know this because we're told about it every week.
Yes,
But
we are.
No, you're right. She's actually got a lot of momentum behind her. So, AEW Dynamite. Rubbish Wardlow.
I was a bit annoyed when I wrote it.
I mean, it smells like a fish. Jay Lethal takes on Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic Championship. Sorry, the All-International, whatever title. And referees make sure that Jeff Jarrett and co. aren't allowed at ringside.
Now, this was bigged up by Tony Khan on Twitter before the event. It was a 1-1 heading into this show, and this was the rubber match.
Right.
It was a feud dating back to last summer,
That's right, I remember.
which I'd forgotten about happening, but it happened, and this was the rubber match.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was Lethal's best match on TV in forever. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I also like the mild pyro for Orange Cassidy.
The one little poof.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
I really like
And,
the fact that he didn't start with his normal bollocks.
Maffew, man.
Come on.
Did you know? One little poof and he went, leave me alone.
I didn't even hear you.
Oh,
Sorry, carry on.
You pulled my pants down there, haven't you?
Don't say anything.
I'll buy you a drink first. Go on.
I like that Orange. You've thrown me there. I like that Orange didn't start with his normal pocket bollocks.
Yeah.
I like the fact that because the title was on the line, he was just getting the job done, like Bob Builder.
Bob Cliff.
Bob Cliff.
We went 5 minutes without mentioning
What's
UK.
his full name?
Lethal attacked the leg, which was good because obviously
Yep.
he uses Ric Flair's figure 4 from time to time, so he does. But then I think he looked like a right loser to Jay Lethal because he went for his stupid, pointless handspring when he knew his shoulder was hurting, so he couldn't nail his stupid, pointless handspring.
It's not pointless. The lethal injection is the most unavoidable finisher in the wrestling business, as Cody Rhodes told us.
But how many times can Lethal lose on Dynamite? I don't think he's ever won, has he?
Yeah.
Feels like it.
Well, the 1-1, so it must have been sometime, right?
Doesn't have a full name. Robert.
The lethal,
That's it.
the lethal loser would
Full
be a good
name.
name for the Him and Jarrett's tag
Full
team.
name, Robert.
Robert, huh?
Nickname, Bob
Bob the Builder,
the Builder
or
or
Bobby.
Bobby.
War Bobby. But yeah, no, I like that finish. It's like, okay, shoulder hurts, sell it. Wow, great. And then Orange Cassidy wins.
Yeah.
Why go for the maneuver if you know your shoulder hurts?
This is just
Jay?
trademark move, and wrestling's stupid.
This wasn't as explosive an episode of Dynamite as I was expecting after the pay-per-view. This felt like a not a step down, but like a simmering, like, we're normal week, and then we'll wait for the things to develop.
To me, this was like hearing the Heartbeat theme, as you were saying before, on 8 p.m. on Sunday. You know, like, oh, that bit's coming to a close, and we're going to do something else, which I guess is going to school the next day, which is not a good comparison. But Jarrett attacks him afterwards and hits him with the guitar over the leg. And people are like, oh, I've never seen that before. And it was so weird. I remember that he did do that one time with Booker T when he hung him up from his pulley. And it was in the middle of I think it was in the aisleway. And did it like that, like it was a piñata.
Yes.
I remember that.
Oh, wow. Booker was distracted because he was waiting for the birth of his biological daughter, Roxanne Perez. But, yeah.
Right. We learned that Wardlow's car being broken into and the theft of TNT title. Right now, we're not sure if that's real or not. We think it is,
We're gonna look
but
stupid
we're not
either way now.
claiming anything.
Yeah.
In an interview, Powerhouse Hobbs says this would never have happened to him, but Wardlow still has one thing, the right to be called champion. Until Hobbs takes it from him tonight, which I thought was great. And Wardlow says, you know what, it's a false count anywhere stipulation in the match because I'm mad.
Cheers,
'Cause he didn't
FTR, for giving us a vest.
Yeah, thank you for the vest.
I thought it was logical a bit because he
they were friends.
doesn't have ring gear, so he wants to have more of a brawly stipulation than a, you know.
Yeah, I thought that they made the best out of a definite shoot situation.
Oh, God.
100%, that was a real steal. That's
Yeah.
game show, that. Bruce Forsyth, the real Steel.
Bruce Forsyth, the TNT title. Ricky Starks comes out to talk about what's next. And I was like, here comes Jericho, the JAS, maybe Garcia. Oh, Bullet Club. And everyone loses their bloody minds because they think it's going to be Jay
The
White.
song's huge, yeah.
And then it's Juice Robinson. Everyone goes,
Even better.
it was a mixture of booze and juice.
Oh.
Boo juice.
No, I think it was just booze, maybe.
I definitely had some juices.
Really? All right.
The juice was
I
loose.
heard a faint. Oh, damn it. I thought it was Cody.
Yeah.
Or it could have been Jeff Jarrett again.
The juice industry has more than one
Flavor.
flavor of juice. Robinsons. Oh my God, Juice Robinson. Robinsons.
Oh, wait.
The juice.
Is that why it's called that?
That can't be
I
right.
really hope.
No,
that's
he's on the
why.
roids.
He just loves Juventud Guerrera.
Yes.
He's a fantastic looking man, I think. Juice Robinson. But they've not given him any character. He's not got a character. in
Being
there.
someone who doesn't pay attention to New Japan or follow all that stuff a lot or a little and doesn't follow Bullet Club that much, I'm like, is there a difference between Juice Robinson and Jay White?
Well, it feels
Genuinely, I don't know.
Pitchforks are getting sharpened.
like it feels like when
Don't have tuned out the NXT bollocks anyway.
when he was
so.
a face, he had quite an organic popularity behind him in New Japan because he was like this wacky, fun-loving guy, and then he joined Bullet Club and turned heel, and it isn't even like much as. Maybe I've just not also been paying as much attention to him, but it doesn't feel like a lot's happened.
I think he needs to go back to being an environmentalist.
Okay.
That's where he hit his heights.
That'd be
With
good.
his science.
He should have done more to it, because I'm going to help my environment by recycling you. Putting Ricky Starks the big pink thing.
I'd say it was an interesting, well, in my opinion, it was a slightly interesting promo from Ricky Starks. Given what happened Royal Rumble weekend, Maffew, what happened?
He hung out with his mate Cody.
Exactly.
What did
He's
he
like,
say?
It's not a case of what I'm doing next, it's more where I'm going
Oh.
to next.
Oh, I never even thought about it like that. Like,
Has the penny just dropped there, boys?
he's not doing that.
Cooey.
Me and MGF are going to go together as a meal deal.
What sort of a meal deal's that?
MJF's the burger. Ricky would be like the salad on the side or something. Do you want to think?
That's analysis. I've nothing to add. Sorry, mate. And Juice Robinson's the drink. Hey, lads. We managed it. Ruby Soho is interviewed about why she aligned with Soraya Sunshine and Tony Storm. She says that it's all the fault of these people. She talks about being booed against people like Britt Baker, Chris Statlander, and Jamie Hayter, and says the crowd also quickly turned on Soraya and Tony, wrestlers they pretended to care about initially. And the crowd go like, shut up, and she just carries on talking over, slightly louder, slightly more annoying voice, and says, yeah, they just care about you for a bit, and then they'll turn on you because you're not as good as the next person. And I thought this is a wonderful little promo.
It was much better than I thought she was at promo.
It's way better sum up stuff than I thought we were going to get. You're right there, Andrew. All right. Well, we're going to get from the stuff that happened on the pay-per-view. So it was actually way better. And then she crapped on Sky Blue as well. So Ruby beat her because she's rubbish.
He was coughing, but I thought he was crying because she turned heel. So sad.
He's still recovering.
I thought it was one of the better you people promos I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like, I'm glad you just go, we turn because of you people. She actually gave reason
Yeah,
for
but then the
it.
crowd booed and went, see?
Yeah.
It made sense.
People turning on Saraya and whatnot.
And there is a kernel of truth to it as well. People didn't really get behind her as a face that much, apart from when
To
she
begin
first
with.
joined.
Right,
yeah.
it's like, she's right. Yeah, you're here. And it's like, okay. And you could say it's partly the AEW booking of going,
Yeah.
all right, who's next?
She should
But
definitely have won the Owen Hart trophy instead of Britt.
that was just a waste of time.
Britt didn't need that. It was nice for Martha. Not, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, obviously, yeah, for Marvin.
But the result was a waste of time.
Yeah,
yeah.
they
But-
won.
No.
All right.
We'll get to learn all about it on AEW All Access. The power couple that is Britt Baker and Adam Cole.
Have you seen
Oh,
the
good for
trailer
them.
of it being shared around?
I saw
No.
one of them, yeah.
It's a bit what Britt Baker says. Well, at one point, you've got just little shots of backstage. You've got Adam Cole like saying, like, I'm worried about my career because he was injured.
Play Mario.
You've got Britt Baker. Britt Baker goes, because she's the champion at the minute, Thunder Rosa. There's no storylines going on. Whoa.
It's obviously when Thunder Rosa's away from the company. It's like,
Juicy.
yeah.
But then I'm going to be one of these people going, all right, but are they putting this on the air because it's real, or they want it to be real?
It felt a bit
and stuff?
manufactured, a little bit manufactured.
Well, it's a reality show. What are we
Based
talking
in
about
truth,
here?
but yeah.
You can't go through. I went through it with Total Divas. It happens. I thought Total Divas was real at the start, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
It was the Hurricane Rana.
It was the
wasn't
Hurricane
it?
Rana
Yeah.
from Naomi, yeah, that got me.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad you like it. Like, oh, okay.
Did they argue
That was the
because
Christian
she
Chair
hit
moment.
an unplanned Hurricane Rana on him?
It was something like that. We were training at the wrestling gym, the wrestling gym, TM. No, they were in a ring somewhere, and she hit this Hurricane Rana on nowhere, and Jimmy got annoyed, and then that was the moment I knew. I can't remember exactly what the scenario was, but a shoot Hurricane Rana was seen.
So yeah, the Ruby beats Sky Blue. Sorry and Tony bring out the spray paint, but then Willow Nightingale runs out and tries to talk some sense at Ruby. Instead, she gets beaten down and sprayed with the L for love.
They ruined her AEW t-shirt.
Yes.
Oh no!
Logo's there. Such a nice t-shirt. Ruined.
Is she a future AEW Women's Champion?
Yes,
Willow?
she is.
Willow
Willow.
Nightingale?
I mean, she lost some momentum, but I guess it's bubbling under like Eddie Kingston, I guess. But yeah, she's got something to do now. Fantastic news for Willow.
Who's going to beat Jade?
Who?
Who's going to beat Jade? I've just
Sorry,
thought.
I'm about to be Tony Khan now. Who?
I've just thought who it might be.
Bret Hart.
No,
Canada's best.
I know who.
Tim Horton.
I've thought of a Canadian wrestler, a
Wayne
women's
Gretzky.
wrestler who's Mickey James.
Ah.
But she's currently, if she loses, her career's over.
Oh, Trish Stratus.
That's only an impact.
Trish Stratus. She's the Rick Rude of the situation.
Just shows up with the AEW.
Time to rock and roll. It's Michael Cole.
I think Pat McAfee's like, who's that? Was that? Don't say it. Don't say it. Michael Cole kicked him on the table. Hangman is again interviewed by Renee and looks very beaten up. Looks like how Baron Corbin feels. He asks Renee not to blame him for what happened on Sunday and says, look, I'm done with Moxie now. All right.
Stop sending Renee to interview him.
It was nice that he apologised. I think she understood that he didn't really want to do that.
He
but
said
did
he's
anyway.
sorry for what she had to see,
Aye.
but he's not apologising for what he did.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. We see a promo cut by MJF straight after his title defense. He's all bloody. He says that on next week's Dynamite, he's going to celebrate his re-bar mitzvah.
It's his birthday as well.
Oh,
I know what a bar mitzvah is, but what's a re-bar mitzvah? Is that?
well, it's just his thing.
Doing it again.
It's like
okay,
saying,
just making sure I wasn't missing it.
it's like he's saying, like,
Okay,
I'm
right,
going to
right.
have my, I don't know, it's going to be Christmas again, even if it's not Christmas.
Christmas
but
too.
I don't
Right,
think
okay.
it's a real thing. I think you only
Fair
get the
enough.
one.
Stardust.
I don't know this. Jewish people, let us know. Because I really
Please
don't
let us know.
Yeah.
Shivani interviews FTR in the ring, and they pay tribute to Jay Briscoe. They talk about losing all their tag titles and are determined to beat the Guns. Crowd loves them.
Dax Harwood, I normally come out here and talk about how I love my wife and my kid, but now I'm going to talk about someone else I love. You people. I was like, what? Wow. And the crowd went, yes.
Something else I like is beans in a cup.
I like the fact that they said they were just sitting at home and they saw the Guns calling themselves the best tag team. Like, that's it. That's enough. We're coming back to work. Cash's line about his dad, like comparing his dad to Billy Gunn. His dad couldn't give him a private education. He taught him to fight and to be respectful. Now he's going to teach the Guns that.
Yes.
My dad taught me if I'm miserable of a situation, just podcast about it.
No, that's Dax who does that. Cash isn't on the podcast.
Yeah, this was Cash. This is really similar to Gallus versus Pretty Deadly, isn't it?
How so?
FTR at Gallus. The Guns are Pretty Deadly.
Brave
There's
words.
a chance to retract that statement if you want.
Anyway.
I like the fact that Dax used like his final moment with Jay as like a catalyst for this feud as well. Because the Guns ruined it, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
I mean, they didn't know it at the time, did they? But they still.
That's
bloody
true.
did, yeah.
That is true. I thought it was a straightforward promo, and I was quite. When they came out, I was like, "Oh, someone's going to cut them off," and it wasn't. It was just more straightforward than that. And that's
It was nice
what-
just having them do their thing. Yeah. So we've got bad guys with the titles, good guys going after them. Wrestling. Backstage, Jay Cargill says that next week she wants to wrestle Bret Hart. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho, Sami, and Daniel beat AR Fox and Top Flight thanks to interference from Jake. Yeah. Afterwards,
Hager, that was for everybody listening.
did that not work? Sorry. Afterwards, Jericho says they're coming for the trios titles. Wow, he really has just moved on from Ricky Starks.
Yes.
So I could try and join Bullet Club or anything like that. He's just moving on for someone else.
And at that
Good.
point, I was thinking, right, we're off for 3 months now between the Jericho Appreciation Society and the House of Black. But we learn later it's not going to happen, is it?
No, cuz the Elite interrupt. Yeah. And Don Callis says Jericho's only the second best wrestler from Winnipeg. The second best wrestler.
True.
And if he had a few months to train, Chris would be number 3.
Don Callis, they're saying he would be better than Chris Jericho if he had a few months.
He used to wrestle.
Because the Elite
Aye,
are
but
good
not-
guys.
He's not the Ayatollah of rock and roller.
He's better.
Well, apparently so.
The Jackal. The House of Black appear on the Tron. Then the ramp. Welcome to the challenge.
And then they go away again. It was just weird, wasn't it? Well, here
How
now.
about another ooh, we
know.
can teleport. All right, enough.
The
Come
crowd
on.
still haven't quite yet learned that when the lights go down, it's just the House of Black because everyone goes, oh.
Because they
use it for
used to do
somebody
it.
else, though,
They used to
right?
do it for everything. Christian did it a few times as well.
Cody as well.
Please save sudden blackouts for just, real surprises.
Or power cuts. Bless you.
Bless you.
Yes, like the ones we had last week. So I was trying to stream. It was great.
Oh.
That new House of Black.
AR Fox, again, in the match itself was the standout. The way he was evading Jericho's strikes by doing a series of kip-ups. A gaggle, whatever. His offense that would take out two lads at once. A gaggle of kick-ups, yeah. And then the inverted 420 thing on the floor.
Yeah.
He
he's
takes the
good.
breath away.
Boom,
I
boom,
hope
boom,
that he gets
boom,
his
boom,
own
boom.
character, not just the mate of
boom.
Top Flight.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Boom, boom.
And I guess they needed, a rationale to keep Top Flight and AR looking kind of strong, and a threat was having Hagar get involved.
Boom, boom.
What
Yes.
does Light the Beam mean?
Light
I
the
saw
beam.
that. I didn't know what that meant.
What was that?
I think it's
It's
a
a
San
sign in the
Francisco
crowd.
sporty thing. Where were
Light
they
the
last night?
beam.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh,
beam of
no.
light, I guess.
So I thought they were just taking the piss out of like the Dynamite theme. Light the beam.
Oh.
We are
Light the
Reem.
beam. Drink the beans. Boom.
Light the beam is a Sacramento Kings rallying chant in basketball.
Fair enough.
It refers to the Sacramento Kings lighting a purple beam of light from the Golden One Center Arena following a win. That's what they do after they win. Purple light.
It's like the show that got a new pope. Right.
Yeah. They were nicknamed the Beam Team. Oh,
Oh, America. You cannot do sports, can you? Light the beam. How does that go to a chant?
Light the beam.
Light the beam.
Come on, baby, light my beam.
It's like Who Day, isn't it? It's a saying now.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, funny as well. The crowd really liked JAS, even though they were cheating. And then here comes the Elite with their cheating manager. This is why, again, I like the Guns. I like the Guns just being bad bastards.
Yeah, just heels on here.
Yeah. Tony Khan cuts a backstage promo. We've already talked about it, but should we do it again?
Yeah.
He says that Orange Cassidy will defend the All-Atlantic title against Jeff Jarrett next week for the All-Atlantic title next week on AEW Dynamite. Next week, it will be defended with partnership with Shazam Fury the Gods next week. The All-Atlantic title will be defended next week against Jeff Jarrett next week on Dynamite because of Shazam Fury the Gods. The belt will become the AEW International Championship next week with Orange Cassidy, Jeff Jarrett, All-Atlantic title, Jeff
Listen,
Jarrett next week.
Terms and conditions apply.
It's it's hard, right? It's difficult to speak in front of a camera. We all know.
I find that out every week.
Yes, I found it out. I'm comparing it to Cultaholic Live, which was a lovely time and everything, but for the first few minutes I was on stage, I had to consciously not do what Tony's done there because you're all like excited and that, and you're nervous, and you've got to try not to talk as much as he did.
And luckily, Tom was there, and him and Tony have a few things in common.
No,
In a
no,
promo
no.
shot just after Evolution, Bryan Danielson explains why he tapped out.
Hey, the thing I mentioned earlier, which I butchered, he mentions that it is the only title in AEW to change hands on international soil, which is why I think that JJ is going to do it next week. The only one.
I would say, yeah.
I think Jarrett's going to win because it's too much banter to pass up having Jarrett as the international champion of the world.
And again, it would annoy people having a proper bad guy.
Yes.
And I love Jarrett. Danielson explains why he tapped out. He says that MJF was right, that he realized he was putting his wrestling career ahead of his health and his family. It's time to go.
It was really interesting. I liked it.
Oh, it was really effective. Like he's saying, like he's doing the wrestling because he's doing it for his kids, not for Claude from AFTV.
Okay.
He's like he can't feel his arms, and now because he can't feel. Something happens with Peck as well. So now that that's happened, he can't really play with his kids. And the shame of the tap out means it's time to go home. It was a nice promo. What does it mean?
Got me
though?
intrigued as well. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Does
I
it
was
mean
surprised.
Ring of Honor?
Oh.
WWE.
WWE.
Oh.
PWG.
1P dub.
His living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William Regal's bedroom.
Oh.
In what, the lizards?
He is the dragon.
I thought it was. I was expecting, like, come on, as I said last week, Danielson's going to win this, right? Now's the time to strike. The crowd love him, yeah. And he didn't. It's like, okay. But now Danielson's going like, wow, I can't believe I bloody lost. Iron Man match. Maybe I should go home for
It's
a bit.
good when losses really matter, isn't it?
It's nice that they're doing it in such a way where it can take someone off from wrestling MJF. Danielson's gone now, so that I can move on to who the next thing is, but doing it in such a nice, natural way. Yeah. I'll let my kids down, let my body down. Time for me to go for a bit. Just Well,
I
that's
guess
all you need.
Maybe Ring of Honor doesn't make sense because he's just talked about how he needs to start putting his family first, and then he goes, "Time to go home to my first wrestling promotion."
My body's really racked, so I'm going to that small indie promotion where they beat the hell out of each other every night. Accompanied by the Great Yuta, Moxie and Claudio beat Alex Reynolds and John Silver. And bless their little cotton socks, they're getting no reaction whatsoever to the Dark Order. And confusingly, even though Hangman looked like a beaten man who was empty, like, I feel like I'm hungover, me, mate. Moxie wrestled like nothing had happened.
You couldn't even see a scar on his body, could you? I thought that undid the finish of the match, me.
Long term, I thought, like, you can't sell anything.
Just go away for a bit. Would have sold it beautifully.
He didn't bleed, so obviously they've got rid of all the drafts in the arena, like in the darts.
Does it kind of not work? But you remember when Moxley lost to MJF? He didn't really sell. He just kind of went, "Oh, Regal, you arsehole." He didn't like.
They did kind of really.
He wasn't that devastated. What happened when he lost to Omega? I can't remember.
He bladed.
I think
Did
the
he
story they're
sell?
going with is like he's doubling down now, and we're going to see a nastier John Moxley.
Now he's a heel now.
Yeah, now he is a heel.
But
Being
yeah,
nastier.
the Blackpool Combat Club, easy for me to say, have been wrestling like Get last few weeks. That could make sense.
I believe that John Moxley would go through a horrible war and then just carry on the next day.
Yeah, he
Though
just
maybe
loves war.
maybe it works in this.
Yeah, could work.
Maybe.
They continue the attack afterwards and take out Evil Uno, who tries to make the save. That's a friend of Maffew's. Hangman runs out to check on his pals, and he gets beaten down too.
It's the
so
worst
Hangman's trying to
running.
move away from this. It's like, oh, we just didn't take
It's
a
the
step
worst
match, but-
running since Dante Chen. He went,
I'm coming.
Instead, Hangman didn't give prior warning. He just didn't do anything once he got there. He ran down to the ring and then stopped and looked through the ropes and went,
Are you all right?
"Are you all right, mate?" But I'm all right with the two groups feuding because when's Blood and Guts? May. Do you think it'll lead to that?
Does he have any left?
Well, yeah. I'm in favour of Hangman being with the Dark Order again because I like the Dark Order and I want them to be popular again.
Yeah. They need Disco Stu back. That's what they
They
need.
do.
Yes.
Yes.
That would solve their issues.
It would.
They would.
Didn't he come back for a week? No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When they
no.
were in the area where he lived or something.
Oh, yeah, Canada.
How weird was that?
Oh, he could be Canada's best.
Jade Cargill versus Stu Grayson. Bless you again.
Oh my God.
Completely started everywhere, by the way.
Ugh.
Do you want a
Backstage,
hanky?
I'll just throw like this. Backstage, Menard and Angelo try to recruit the Acclaimed for the JAS that's rubbish. Because they can tell they're sport entertainers at heart. The Acclaimed laugh at them.
I thought for a second, I was like, oh, they are sports entertainers.
Nah, they're real shooters. That's why they laughed at them. These sports entertainers, they said.
And then they scissored and went, "Bleh."
Yeah, we'll show you. Right, Billy Gunn. In the main event, Powerhouse Hobbs beats Wardlow, who was had the crappiest 2 weeks ever to become the new TNT champion. Thanks to help from QT Marshall. What the hell is happening here?
I think that was surely this is a one and done for QT and Hobbs, surely. And it was only done to get Hobbs booed.
I don't know if it is, but
It's got to
hopefully-
be. It can't be a real...
He's repaying the debt that he owed him. I didn't even remember what he was talking about.
me
Like,
neither.
what?
Because the thing when they were, like, when Hobbs split from Team Taz,
Yeah.
he was hanging around the X Factory.
Was he?
Now it's just a big warehouse, I guess.
The X Factor.
Oh, no.
Yo, you did.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I remember they were together. I always remember my debts. People are like, QT, when was the last time you were on bloody TV? So Hobbs is getting really big reactions. You got a huge reaction when he won the ring. He's been kicking ass. He's bombed about the Book of Hobbs. Wardlow is just rolled. He's got a die and he's had a 1 every single time these past 2 weeks because he had the bad luck of the draw. Apart from beating Joe at the Revolution. It was a nice match. Good little brawl. Wasn't too manic, but they did enough cool stuff there, especially after the Texas Death match and the Jailhouse Street fight. Yeah, they did a lot of cool stuff. Powerbomb on the ring ramp. Then on the big old marshmallow bed
big soft
thing.
bed, yeah.
Yeah, the big soft bed. You can see a little fake TNT title in the background there. QT Marshall showed up. I'm like, all right, please next week, Hobbs going, yeah, I don't need you in battle room. Because otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is 2 steps back for him.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I'm not against Hobbs being the champion because I like Hobbs.
Yeah.
It was a difficult one where either man could have really won and it's the right thing. But I just think you look back at Wardlow squashing MJF and then they've totally dropped the ball with him since then.
Yep.
And If QT is going to help Hobbs win, I wouldn't mind it if he did it in a cunning way, like those who dance beneath the moon or whatever. Not in an Arbor Fire way by battering him. Like, he had the chair and he was just like, have that. And I thought, Hobbs can shrug that off, surely. It's QT Marshall. I don't know.
Of QTV.
What is QT?
You mean Wardlow shrugging it off?
Sorry, who did I say?
Hobbs.
Sorry, I meant Wardlow shrugging it off. Yeah,
We
yeah.
all knew what you meant.
Aye. It was funny to see. Do you reckon that was Jim Cornette's rental car they were fighting on at the start, eh? Hey?
Oh,
Hey?
wow. Where's that come from?
DOA.
Yeah.
Aye, that's a callback.
Remember what he did to that after that?
No.
He said, oh, okay. And he just went home. He's supposed to come to work the next few days, and at the ring goes, what are you back? He said, no. I'm not a Howard Finkel type. You can't rid me like that. No. I'm not someone you do that to. And they're like, okay, we're really sorry. You won't happen again. That's how I apologized until he came back to TV.
And I want to know who the face jacket AEW cameraman is. Because he was caught in a few shots in this matchup here. He's a big, tall boy, and he's got like a black balaclava on, and he's the cameraman. I want to know why. Why is that man dressed like that?
Brian Badondi. Imagine if it was Brian Badondi.
I like to think it's like they're keeping the option open, maybe to have someone like as a hidden cameraman using an angle one day.
Maybe.
But the more I see him, because he's crept in a few shots recently.
So he's just a large man.
He's a large man who's the cameraman.
He's allowed to be a
The
cameraman.
big cameraman.
What?
The big cameras, I should say.
Full balaclava, though. What's that about?
Well, you know.
You'll never see Stu, John Cena's friend, wearing a balaclava.
Maybe it's a disgraced or cancelled wrestler who's still working and they're just hiding his identifier. That's quite sinister, isn't it?
Whoa, that might be true. Let's move on.
Actually, yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so I like this episode of Dynamite because it wasn't all exploding, Dynamite. But we got like, okay, this is what that feud's over.
Yeah,
This is a new thing. You don't need to worry about Jericho ruining things for the next 6 months. It's like, okay, cool, ready for the next one.
It was a transitional episode.
Yeah.
Like Wardlow is a transitional
It's so happy
champion.
seeing AEW back in control of the wheel.
They're
Rather than
at the
going
wheel.
wildly over the roads with Punk and Elite and everyone and the dog trying
Ring
to
of Honor.
grab it.
In his Sports Illustrated column that he's now got on Twitter, he just dropped it casually. Alvarez was like, "My new column's up." I'm like, "All right, well, can't all just get Sports Illustrated." Alvarez mentioned that the pay-per-view has set AEW up for a good summer and fall, or spring and summer.
But it's winter now here in the bloody UK.
Yeah, it
so-
is. So, and I think I agree with him.
Yes.
I do.
Oh, God, more positivity. Quick, to the next segment.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Sorry about that. I was dripping like a knackered fridge. Then on the mailbag. Hey up, sex gods. I hope you're all having a-
Hello
Bloody
there.
hell!
I hope you're all having a lovely week. Today, I was suffering on the tube on my way to work when I saw this bloke who was the spit and image.
Oh,
What? Spitting image, whatever. Of Von Wagner. I cracked a smile because come Tuesday came, if you pardon the pun, straight into my head.
what a came. Yeah.
There I am, 8:30 a.m., smiling like a moron as I was trying to hold my laugh in. This lad was massive, by the way. He would have battered me if he thought I was laughing at him. So my question is to you, what is your favorite chocolate? I'm joking. I know that gets you riled up when someone asks something completely irrelevant to what you just said. Yay. But
You are teasing me.
have you ever seen anyone in public who was spit and image? I actually like that version of it, spit and image, of a wrestler, and it's taking you by surprise. Best and lots of love, gentlemen. The traitor to the north because he now lives in London. Joe, P.S. Let's all laugh at Man U. Yay!
Oh, I thought you hated Arsenal. Thank you, Joe.
Wish I could laugh at Man U.
No. It's some of the Arsenal fans, not all of them. I've
got
got nothing
mentioned
against the
on-
Arsenal team.
it got mentioned on our
but Man
stream.
United losing badly, which they've done very consistently the last few years. I'll give them credit for.
Someone asked-
I'll always get a kick out of.
Someone asked us on stream last night if you're going to be there when we play mine and Owen's team plays Arsenal because you hate them so much. It's just been your thing now. You hate the Arsenal.
No. The Arsenal fans.
The Arsenal fans.
Just get over it. And again, just some of them, because I've talked to people on Twitch as well, because they're saying no, Matthew, Arsenal fans hate those Arsenal fans now.
I can imagine
the
that's
ones that are on
true.
Arsenal TV
Yeah.
giving you whatever they're doing.
You don't want to. There's probably some bloke who's been going since he was a kid, hearing people asking if the referee's dizzy and all this sort of stuff. Anyway,
So, have you ever seen
seen
someone
a
in public who's a spitting image of a wrestler?
Lint is my answer.
Lint?
To the actual question.
Go
The real
on.
important question.
it's a good chocolate.
Oh, yeah, it's good chocolate. It's not a wrestler.
When do you have a lint? I'm trying to think. That's not
You can
even
buy
had
them
one.
in Tesco along the road.
They've got little bars of it now. Oh, it's delicious.
You get the balls are the favourites though. They've
Balls
got
are good.
The softer chocolate inside the ball.
They've got Lindt,
That's right, yeah.
They've got Lindt eggs in Tesco at the minute.
That seems a.
They've got the red ones for normal chocolate, and they've got the blue ones with caramel.
But is it like Lindt chocolate in the middle? Because
It's
Easter egg's always such a.
It's a little egg, like it's like that.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like a
right.
cream egg sized egg.
Oh, I went to Biker Sainsbury's the other week, and in Sainsbury's they've got a Lindt like pick and mix thing, all different flavours of Lindt everywhere.
I didn't really.
Oh.
Wow! I didn't
didn't-
realize there was a Sainsbury's in Biker.
All right, it's the big
the little
massive one. It's got a
Oh, right.
Argos in it.
The one, oh right, the one just off Heaton Road.
I don't know.
The big was it like
You drive down
McDonald's?
Chilly Road and go over a massive roundabout.
Yeah, I know
there
what
you
you
go. There.
mean, yeah.
That's
I'm
High
going.
Heaton. Yeah.
I'm going there soon. I need to take a trip to Sports Direct or JD Sports, whichever one takes my fancy. Anyway,
What's your favourite chocolate, Jack?
oh, it really depends. How can you just pick one?
When the man asks you.
I think a girl laughed at me once because I've got quite a sweet tooth, and she's like, "Hey, you've got a sweet tooth. It's funny because you're a boy and you're not meant to." I'm like, "What?
Get out.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not allowed to like chocolate because I'm a bloke.
Fellas, is it feminine to eat
I
chocolate?
love a little chocky, and then I got laughed at for chocky muffins. Off Tom.
Nice.
Is that your favourite, though?
Yeah, I love a chocky
Oh,
muffin.
right.
No, I'll go for.
I'm trying to think
Oh,
of
it's
one.
difficult, man. Is Galaxy boring? Is that a boring answer? Like,
No.
Oh, look at Andrew shaking his head.
good answer.
Oh, good answer from
But if you
Andrew.
eat slightly too much, I feel like it makes you sick quicker than other chocolate.
It is
goods.
quite
You're like,
rich.
"Whoa."
Yeah.
I'll also love a Toblerone, but I know they divide opinion.
It's just difficult, aren't they?
Mate, I've always had people loving that. I can't believe people can't. I know I had my arms up like this to
I'm
show the
feeling
stress. King Kong's balls. So I mean, why do people dislike? So I should say Toblerone.
Angular, sharp,
A mouthful.
Right.
big bits of triangle.
All the positives you'd listed there.
I
Don't
haven't
get it.
seen a wrestler in public that I thought was.
I can't think of one.
Sorry, I haven't seen someone. There was a time in Rise with you when I thought some tall men near us were wrestlers because they were tall
I know what you
and
mean.
big.
I
And
just thought they
went-
were like
I
uni
went,
lads or
Are they
whatever.
wrestlers, Maffew? And you laughed at me. I went, no, it's not real, Jack. And then we carried on dancing. So
That did happen. I remember that now. Yeah.
no, I think we've wrapped. Got your money.
They
by
were big
ODB.
lads. They were big, like
They were
so
big
like
lads.
to do something.
One of them was a big boy, and he had like long blonde hair, like a Viking almost.
Like Andrew.
Like Andrew did. But
Love you.
I didn't think they were specific wrestlers. I just thought they were potentially wrestlers.
Ah.
So I can't think of a,
There is a man in my flat building at home who is known locally as Andre the Giant. Because he's he must be about 6'6",
Ooh.
and he's got sort of curly, frizzy hair,
Yeah.
mulletish kind of, but not really.
Right.
And he always wears shorts, but people call him Andre the Giant because he's taller than most.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
old do you reckon he is?
I reckon he's mid to late 30s.
All right.
Loves a cigarette.
I'd be.
Just say hello and he goes, oh.
I was gonna say, is it
All right, Bruce.
a bit frightening if it's just you and him in the corridor? And you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
God, it's the giant.
It's Andre the Giant, yeah. He seems like a big friendly giant. Now, doesn't
right.
speak though, so I don't know. He might be just
He
get
needs-
goozled one day.
He needs a Heenan.
Yeah. No to answer your question. And favorite chocolate. Man, it's a tough one, isn't it? The old Fuse bars. Do you remember them?
Oh wow.
Fuse?
Nothing's ever really
Oh, I'm
replaced
thinking,
them.
I'm thinking of a picnic bar.
I can't think of
They
a
were
fuse.
jammed with raisin and peanuts.
Oh, I know what you mean. That's
Oh,
really,
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
really
yeah.
bad option.
Oh,
That's
get out.
really
Boo.
bad.
The Yorkie purple bar ones.
The biscuit and fruit one.
Biscuit and
Stop putting
fruit.
fruit in your chocolate.
Oh,
I've
it's
never,
nice.
I've
It
never seen
complements
that
it.
before in my life, Maffew.
None of
a
the
fused chocolate
I've seen
bar?
it.
Oh.
You never lived.
Do you remember they were like a cream egg in bar form? That was slightly too much, actually, looking back. Like, ooh.
Oh, God, that
Very
sounds
rich.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the caramel cream eggs.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, boy.
Do you remember when Ebola was on the rise? Hang on. Ebola was on the rise, and they said, look, due to issues, we're having to change or reduce, it's like the recipe of amount of chocolate that's in the cream egg. So only slight change, though. And all the cream egg YouTubers, which I found out was a thing, were going around going, "Oh, what have you done?
Wait.
You ruined it." And Cal was like, "No, it's a slight change. It's a short-term thing." And it's outraged people going, "It's disgusting.
This is a disaster.
You killed cream egg.
You can't do that on the road to
They're
cream.
burning their cream eggs outside the factories."
You can't do that on the road to cream egglmania.
We're in like 2013, I think.
Come on, guys.
Oh, this man's found 10,000 golden challenge cream egg live on camera. Jake Sweet, his name is.
Holly likes his brother. Wow.
Anyway, now we look at cream egg YouTube. Sorry.
Why did
Thank
you
Joe.
introduce that story? But it was a result of Ebola.
Yeah,
being
I just
on the
remember
rise.
the idea that there were cream egg YouTubers who were so big in the community that their thoughts and opinions of the
Cream
bad
egg
cream egg
community.
Yeah,
Do you know
they're
what?
like newspaper articles were like, "Oh, what's read about him," and Cadbury had to respond, going, "No, please stop overreacting."
Do you know what I miss? And I can't even remember what it used to be. But whatever the shape Galaxy was before it became a little wave. It just should be a square. You got more bang for your buck back then with the square Galaxy. That doesn't
Square
matter.
Ga-
Like,
Do you mean it was
You know
landscape?
Galaxy now? No, you know like an individual square of Galaxy is now a little
Oh, you mean
wave,
square, right,
little
right.
wave shape.
Yeah.
What did it used to
Ross just Googled Galaxy and was surprised.
No,
when,
it's Google Galaxy Square, and I got a lot of galaxies.
oh, Galaxy Square, and
I know
lots of
exactly.
universe
You
pictures.
now get your wave.
Yeah.
But it used to just, I can't remember what shape it was before that, but I miss whatever it used to be. I think. I can't remember even.
I don't remember.
Must have been years ago now, though.
There's your modern day galaxy.
Yeah, right. It's wave. There's a lot of potential real estate for extra Galaxy there in the wave, but
Look at them
That's why they
gaps.
do it. Wow, look how pretty it is. You're like, hang on,
we've
what's the rest of
spent
me
far
bar?
longer on the chocolate bit of the
We have.
question than...
It's the better question.
I also enjoy, even though it's like cheap crap chocolate, love an Easter egg. There's something about the shape of it that's just so satisfying. Anyway, no?
They're fun to
They're
smash
big-
over
big
your
in
heat.
Paris, aren't they?
Circles.
Because they are circles. Kind of.
That was good. All right, lads. At the time of you reading this, I'll be getting ready to see the Premier League of Darts. I've always been a fan of the darts, and one of the reasons I love the sport is it reminds me of wrestling. I agree. From the nicknames to the walk-on music to the overall atmosphere, it got me thinking of a question for you guys. If you were a darts player, what would your nickname and walkout music be? Oh, for me, my nickname would be Frostbite, and the walk-on music would be Foreigner, Cold as Ice.
Frostbite?
Cheers, Jack from Liverpool, who didn't explain why he's known as Frostbite.
His name's Jack. That was going to be like Freddy or something. Like
Jack Frost.
Frostbite. Oh! Jack Frost.
Don't read the email back.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, Jack from Liverpool.
Yeah, thank you, Jack from Liverpool. Oh, it was Scott Hall, wasn't it? Cold as Ice. No.
No, Iceman.
What did Scott Hall come out to?
The
Ready or
Fugees.
Not.
Ready or Not.
Fugees.
So,
You,
how have I mixed that up with Cold as Ice? Similar vibe, maybe? Sinister, like rap.
We'll go with that, yeah.
Iceman at the Deathmatch tournament.
Yeah.
Your dad's
My dad's gardener.
gardener. Is
So proud of that.
Pachiri really the Tory? I just realised what I said there. Your dad's gardener. On his manor house, is it? All right.
No, my dad is old.
Oh.
Can't move very well anymore.
I see. So
So he hires someone to
so
do
he
it.
hires Europe's best
Well, it's known
deathmatch
as-
wrestler.
Well, it's known as well, it's a tough choice. It's on Andre. Ross's mate, Andre the Giant. Oh, the number one UK deathmatch wrestler. Iceman.
He was a real highlight of that tournament. I wish Ross had been
I'm
there
so
to
glad
see
he had a
it.
nice time.
Because, first of all, learning that it was Matthew's dad's gardener was amazing anyway.
Yeah.
But he also, in the deathmatch tournament, he's not a young man and he got quite far. And he's like this deathmatch legend or something. And
Yes.
then after he gets knocked out bravely in the semi-finals, by the way, there was a spot where he did the running like splash in the corner, did a second one.
Yep.
And on the third go around, we were at the side of the ring that he was turning at and he went, oh, I'm knackered here.
He was in this wacky four-way match in 1BW. It was him. I forget who the two of them were cancelled, and then two called Scorpio, and the other two were very good wrestlers doing lots of other stuff. Stop it. And he's doing his thing, and then he does that cannonball in the corner and goes, "Well, that's the only thing I can do in this match, so I'll let the other ones do the rest." It was very good.
After he got knocked out, he did a little speech because it might have been his last match. I don't know.
I think he treats
He
every
came out
match
of
like his
retirement.
last match, though, because he's been wrestling more last few years for Rise than he did like the last 10 years before. It's crazy.
Sorry. It sounded like I swore, but I didn't. He got on the mic and went, "Thank you for coming out, everyone." And then went, "But I'm not just an excellent wrestler, I'm an excellent singer." And then and then like Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
a voice that you wouldn't expect to come out of him. He was actually pretty good.
It was all right, but he sung a song no one knew the lyrics to, so no one joined in. So he did two lines of it, went, oh, whatever.
Great.
10 out of 10 for trying, though.
Really good.
So
Later
what would
on that night, who was the
go on.
American bloke came over? Someone Valentine?
Casanova Valentine.
He came over to me in the nightclub, saw my t-shirt. I was wearing a wrestling shirt. He was like, hey, buddy, we're wrestlers. And I was like, I know I was at the show. He was just really nice about it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Theme song and sorry. Yes.
What would your nickname and music be if you were Dutch player?
As someone at What Culture once dubbed me, I would be the ultimate warrior, which is like the ultimate warrior with crippling anxiety.
Thank you for explaining it.
My walk-on music would be Three Little Birds, I guess. Don't worry, be happy.
Okay.
Because it fits with the nickname.
Okay.
But I would sprint all the way.
Get a mixed message, but I like that. I can see they're doing the moving graphics like AEW Revolution. The ultimate warrior, Jack.
Don't worry.
So I get like beers thrown at you.
I'm a babyface.
Yeah.
How dare you?
What about yourself, Ross?
I was going to go for the boss because it rhymes with Ross, but I didn't want to do that. So I've written down a few darty options.
Oh, go on.
Tough Darts, which is a darts term, but also a fantastic nickname, I think.
Tough
Tough darts,
Is that
Ross.
like bad luck?
Ross, Tough Darts 12. Yeah, I mean, he's good at it, but you've not quite nailed the treble 20, whatever. Wilded Dart, Modern Dart, Dart Rate. He didn't dart the fire. Romeo, where dart out that Romeo. So there's a few nicknames for you. The entrance theme would be Daryl Way's Little Plum, which is the theme from Alan Robson's Night Owls. There's a video on YouTube if you want to see it. Myself and Jack Atkins upstairs. Love this bit of music. I can't play it on the podcast, even though I wish I could.
It's quite an unnerving piece of music, I think.
It's fantastic. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'll be there.
I thought I did, and I do know it, but then it was Jack said it was unnerving. I thought, is it? I thought it's a nice song.
It doesn't sound anything like it, but it reminds me of Sail Away.
Andrew, you ready to mute the audio in 3, 2, 1, and we're back in the room.
It is unnerving. It could be Lyra Valkyrie's theme tune.
Or Tough Darts, Ross.
Tough Darts, Ross Tweddle.
What would yours be, Matthew?
Probably the amount of times it's been brought up on my Twitch chat. Star Trekking.
Across the universe?
Yeah, boldly going forward because we can't find reverse. Because again, it gets all the people in the crowd drunk as out, some that yell and chants. That's what they like. And I'll probably be something stupid like Simon Dartfunkel.
Oh, yes.
D'Artagnan, does anyone do that?
D'Artagnan.
Has anyone been D'Artagnan before in the darts?
It's a bit rough.
I can't think.
Surely.
Can't
I hope so.
There's that bloke who, in the darts, like, they're all just normal men. They're all just innocent men, apart from one. They're all just normal men.
More than one.
But then
Anyway.
there's the one who has a Mohican wig.
Oh, yeah.
Colourful.
Oh, Snake by Peter Wright.
Peter Wright. And then he gets interviewed and he's the most mild-mannered man.
Yeah.
I'm like, why has he got...
Just battle colours.
He's got like
Yeah.
a snake drawn on his...
It's his wife who does it for him, I think.
That's nice and everything, but he's always facing like a bloke who looks like your dad's mate from the pub.
That's why it's great. That's why it's such an amazing sport.
What was the Australian fella called with the hairpiece?
Oh, yeah,
I was about to say that
Simon.
Oh,
The Warlock.
Yeah.
Simon Clifton. I can't
Simon
remember.
Whitlock.
His hair's like a night owl.
His hair,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's exactly
Okay,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
He
Characters, aren't they?
I liked
Yeah.
his pre-dart. You know how all of them have a certain action when they throw the darts?
Yeah.
He's very like, it's like he's thinking about it. He goes like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like if you put all the guys in System of a Down together.
Whereas Phil the Power Taylor looks surprised when he throws it. He goes like, oh.
I've got enough to complain about now.
He's an arsehole, isn't he?
Yeah.
I hate
is
him.
he?
Yeah. Really not a nice guy. Anyway,
Anyway, thanks, Jack. I'd love to go to a proper Premier
we
League.
hate Phil the Power Taylor on this
Of course we do. Oh, if I want to be good, though, I'd put Van in the middle of my name. That'll help me. Clothesline from Hello, gentle folks.
Oh, yes, very good.
I have to take action. Oh, I've stood by far too long. Week after week, month after month. Oh, it's quoting cool. Quoting cool. Bollocks. We start that again.
No, keep it in.
All right. I've stood by. I was so tempted to swear then, so you have to cut it out. I've stood by as you slander a good man, a whimsical man. Of course, I am referring to the one, the only, the whimsical Kip Sabian.
Ah,
Now, I know what you're thinking. Kip Sabian's gimmick is crap.
no.
He sat in the crowd with a box on his head for months. Then he talked the box. Then he stopped talking the box. I don't even know what his gimmick is. Is he a master manipulator? America's idea of the English? Yeah. A poisoner?
Yeah.
A Sweeney Todd inspired stripper?
Oh.
And you're right. But you know what? At least he's not super bad, Kip Sabian. Yet another arrogant, flippy white guy whose defining character trait is, here, I'm pure sex on legs, me like, and I'm leaflet the graps. Ha ha. Do we really need another arrogant pretty boy gimmick in wrestling? I think we've run the gamut on that from HBK to Tyler Breeze and soon OTs, and even put the thing above the O to make it sound like that. Admittedly, it hasn't landed. We need to move on. So that's why I'm tasking the Cultaholic Podcast with a fresh gimmick for Kip Sabian. This gimmick will need the following. Oh my God. It's like D&D this. A central character hook, new attire, new music. Pick any, Big Tony has the money to license it. A unique entrance, a new signature moves.
What?
Good luck, folks. I don't know what you're going to do for this question, but that's not my problem. I just asked the question.
What have you done?
All the best. Former Karasuno High School. High middle blocker, Soyo Hinata.
Oh, that is a high school. That's the main character from that volleyball anime.
Oh,
His position is he's a high school volleyball player. His position is the middle blocker in the volleyball team.
Fantastic. I'm very happy for him.
Yes. he's my short king. I love him. I don't know.
Who we don't love is Kip Sabian, though.
No, I do.
His box gimmick.
No, I liked his arrogant gimmick because even though they've portrayed it there like it was a generic gimmick, but I think Kip Sabian made it his own. There was a certain difference when he was doing it to other people's sexy, cocky gimmicks because I think there was an insecurity at the heart of it. There was one time I saw his tag partner say, "You're a bad friend," and then Kip Sabian looked sad and walked to the back, and the crowd ate it up. He had a good thing going on.
He wasn't doing much.
But
then he put the box on his head and he did even less.
He was super bad. He had dubstep theme music.
So he says that his gimmick hasn't landed. It has. His plane's landed in DDT. He's left, hasn't he?
No, has he?
I thought he went to DDT.
Forever.
Well, we can only hope. A new central character hook. So
Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
Oh, that would work.
Is this a new gimmick just for him?
Just for him.
Okay.
He's got Penelope there anyway,
Yeah.
which adds to the Johnny Bravo presentation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Imagine him saying that.
Did Johnny Bravo just...
That could be his theme music.
Is he just meant to talk like Elvis? Is that his voice?
Yeah,
I think so.
Mama.
Oh, mama.
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah,
weird-
whatever.
Oh, yes.
This is Elvis, obviously the fireman from Fireman's Son. A unique entrance.
Listen, I'm gonna
Doing the monkey with his wife.
I'm gonna stick to poisonous Kip Sabian, and I'm gonna make him a cosplayer of the Pokemon Venomoth. Remember Venomoth?
Yeah, just a bunch of string.
Venomoth, that was Tangela. Yeah, both purple.
Venomoth,
both purple though.
Oh, okay.
Venomoth was like
not
No, it Tangler's like blue.
Stop. I feel vulnerable already. I feel like a nerd. So I'm just trying to get it out of there. Venomoth was just a big moth. It was purple.
Oh, yeah,
It
there
evolved
is.
from Venonat.
That's it. That's right.
And it was a big poisonous moth. And I want Kip Sabian to take it seriously, wear his ring jacket. And he goes, Venomoth, Venomoth, Venomoth. On his way down the ring.
And then he actually poisons
Kip's
people.
there dressed as a Pokemon. Penelope's there dressed as a Pokemon trainer. And she goes, Kip, go. He comes out,
And then
Venomoth.
she runs off and...
Venomoth, Venomoth. And then he wins the title, man.
You can't tell these take hours to record, can you?
You're right. He loves it. He loves it. Why he loves it? Why are you head down? What are you doing? He's crying. He loves the Venomoth gimmick.
What music would you have then? Is that from the band Poison? Or?
I want to be the very...
Oh, okay, that works. A new signature move? Or is it just putting a rag over someone's face?
Spore.
What on earth is happening here today?
That's a great question.
I've made
Badly answered.
No, it's my signature move for him would be Stun Spore. A paralyzing move in Pokemon.
I think we're all feeling a stun spore after hearing this. That would be better than having a box over your head for months, in fairness,
That would
though.
be better.
It would be better.
Yeah.
What's yours, Maffew? Or are you going with Stun Spore and Venomoth?
Yeah, I can't think of anything better than that. So let's go on a high.
You cop out.
I now don't know
How
whether...
about darts
You
player?
dirty cop out.
Darts
You know
player.
what? Darts player Kip Sabian.
He's the least likely darts player I've ever seen.
He's like a
That's why.
little Gerwin Price.
And we all hate him.
Yeah,
exactly.
hate Gerwin
That's
Price.
it. Yeah, we hate Gerwin Price because he looks like an athlete, which he shouldn't. Darts players should look like.
I think he used to be a
me, your
rugby
dads.
player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's it. So now he's going, well, if Goen Price can do it, I'm a former pro wrestler. They've all got gimmicks. That man's got hair.
I think the only type of darts player Kip Sabian would be when like a 20-year-old Dutch bloke comes along who lasts for a bit. I think he could pull that off.
He's going to treat darts the same way the Poles treat boxing and come in with all this hype and all this stuff, bring all his fans. They're going to get beat up in the crowd. It's going to be great. And yeah, he's going to come out dressed in his attire.
I'm not against
The
it.
bullseye Kip Sabian. His theme music can just be da 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 da.
Or the theme tune from Bullseye.
And he pins them. In 1, in 2, in 3.
Has a title match, doesn't win it. Let's have a look at what you could have won.
And then he leaves via speedboat.
We've cracked it.
I can't believe we came out with that. Wow. This has certainly been a mailbag entry of the podcast.
Tell now, because I couldn't actually tell if Andrew was laughing at mine or if he just pretended to be polite after I said it.
I'll admit, there are times when I wonder, when we get to this point of the podcast, if there is actually a methane leak in the office. And because I'm only here once a week, I don't notice. I'm sometimes just not the same level as you.
Maybe that could be a new gimmick for Kip Sabian. Methane!
Methane?
He forms in a cloud as he floats down to the ring.
Do you mean like hydrogen?
No, methane from the cows, isn't it? Poisonous substance.
I thought maybe carbon monoxide?
Yeah, wait, methane doesn't leak out of pipes.
Methane's farting.
Oh, maybe I've been here too long.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess it's
Do you
a
mean-
kind of
do you mean
poison.
Carbon monoxide, right?
Yeah.
Smelly poison. Asbestos, man.
What's
You get
your
poisoned by
favourite?
methane? Why the
What's
hell do I
your-
get those two mixed
What's your
up?
favourite poison? Let us know in the comment section down below.
This has been a sterling week. Let's cut this one loose, eh? Thank you very much for sending your questions and your crazy theories and your stuff and your high school middle blockers and so on and so forth. Please keep on sending them to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Let's never speak of this segment ever again. Reese's Pieces. Clothesline from Hello. With reports that Vince...
Again?
I know.
That's 2 in 1
They don't
week.
know that.
Is it the same person?
They don't conspire.
It might be the same person.
It might. Oh, yeah.
It might not be, though. I can't remember.
With reports that Vince is clawing back creative control in WWE, fans should hope for the best and prepare for the worst. The geriatric jackhammer has a myriad of baffling creative, and I use that word loosely, tendencies, when he's the one holding the pencil. One of the most blatant of these is gutting the tag team division by splitting up tag teams and then having neither member do anything of note following the split. With this in mind, WWE's coolest dad, bloody hell, the Levesque, ooh, try that one.
Paul Levesque. Paul Levesque.
Can I have a
Yeah.
try?
Levesque.
Where? One of the most WWE's coolest dad, the Levector.
Paul Levesque.
Paul Levesque.
Paul Levesque. The Levector.
Levector.
The Levector.
All right, enough.
Triple H.
The Levexter.
People are throwing their phones at the wall now.
Oh,
at
the
this point.
Levexter. Is it like
Levexter.
the roller coaster? Yeah, right. Okay.
As called on the Cultaholic podcast to help decide the direction of the below tag teams, should little Vinnie Mac split them up. And the first step to do that is to decide whether they will be a face or a heel. The rules. These tag teams will never reunite. One must be a face, one must be a heel. The face-heel alignment you choose for each will remain the same for at least the next year. Well, this is completely fictional then, isn't it? The podcast must reach total consensus before moving on to the next tag team. Might ignore that bit.
Not this trend again.
It's time to play the game Mohahaha guitar riff. All right, thank you. The tag teams. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus.
I want after this week, I want Sheamus to be the face.
I concur with him.
I think it should be Sheamus being the big dirty heel.
Well, we must reach a consensus.
I know, right? We'll stay in
And
it
it's-
until we figure it out.
It's
but
2-1. So change your mind
why?
now.
Why?
Sheamus
Yeah.
seemed genuinely hurt by Drew's actions.
But
He's one of the
why?
IC strap for the longest.
You
Yeah,
knew,
so no one else is allowed to challenge
you
for it.
knew
Then.
how much that meant to me.
So no one else is allowed
Drew
to challenge for
can't
that.
be a Drewy come lately and just waltz on in there. No,
He's
no.
not. He let Sheamus have the title shot. Now he's like,
Let
all
him
right,
have
you're
one
not doing
more.
anything.
Yeah, one more
On the
at
grandest
WrestleMania.
Let him have one more. He can earn it then,
That's
can't
his
he?
bang.
Once you
bangy
lose,
brother.
you lose a rematch,
Also-
you have to go down.
I'm also more ready for heel Drew than I am for heel Sheamus. I think I'll be more fresh.
Yeah. All right, you convinced me.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that good enough? So yeah, heel Drew, good guy Sheamus with his lads. And then Drew can bring up the Gallus Bros.
Oh,
And they can pretend to be good guys. It's great. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso.
I think something really changed my mind with this. I was always thinking that Jay is slightly more vicious and the more heelish. But when Jimmy beat up Sami Zayn after the Royal Rumble match, the one against Roman. No, the one against Owens.
Yep.
And then Sami came out and Jimmy battered him. I hate Jimmy now. I hate him. So Jimmy's the heel. Jay's the face.
Yeah, Jay's a natural babyface.
I completely agree.
Okay, we've got that one.
Yeah. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Ooh.
Gallows is the babyface.
Yes, he's funnier.
Anderson's the heel.
Yeah.
Sourboy's not funny.
Yeah.
Sourboy's the worst.
You should beat him up. That's how he does his heel promo. Yeah, you're so good, eh?
And in
Baron of a chair.
Southpaw Regional Wrestling, Gallows was the face as well because Anderson kept sending Terry Funk to break his legs and stuff like that.
God, he was great in that.
Yeah.
Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Balor's too easy to cheer. I think Balor's got to be the good guy, probably.
Oh, I would say Balor is the heel. I think Balor's a much better heel than
With
he is
all those
babyface.
abs. Oh no, of course he is.
Bland
What are
as
you talking about?
balls.
Yeah, I was going to say, when he's a
Yeah,
face,
I'm
he's like,
sorry.
hi, I'm really hot. I'm like, yeah.
Sorry,
we
I
know.
don't know what I was thinking there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah.
You said. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods. Oh,
I think Woods has got the potential to be a main event heel.
Yeah.
Because he's he's a clever nerd, isn't he?
He could be like Kenny Omega.
Yeah, a condescending, clever nerd.
Oh, you've never heard of Cloud from Final Fantasy?
I hate you, Kofi. Ever since I asked for Mario Party 7, you got me Mario Party 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that working really well. Yeah.
Also, Woods is the heel of their friendship because one time, Kofi really likes the New England Patriots football team, and they got to the Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons, and Woods is from Atlanta, but he doesn't care about American football. But for that game, he pretended, and they live streamed it together, and he pretended to be a huge Falcons fan to annoy Kofi, and then Kofi's team won, so it was all right in the end.
And if he's a main event heel, he can reignite his high school feud with America's
Rhodes.
sweetheart Cody
That's
Rhodes,
right.
and shoot fights and the like.
Yeah.
Apparently
Deck of a nerd off those two.
Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are in Dublin currently.
Oh, that's nice.
Someone passed them in the street there, but didn't bother them.
Hope they go to the Guinness factory. That's what I did when I went to Dublin. It was all right. You get a Guinness at the end,
Oh, that's nice.
or a soft drink if you don't want it.
Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser.
I think Kaiser's face is the face of a heel.
Yeah. Vinci, we saw him in NXT.
He's a gorgeous man.
Amazing.
Sexy bastard.
Best entrance.
He's a face.
Get him in MMM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marseille and Monsieur.
I don't want either of them to change at the minute. I know we've got to for this.
I think Mansoir is possibly the more natural face.
Do you think?
I've not seen it from Marseille.
We've only seen it in Saudi Arabia when he suddenly becomes Hulk Hogan.
I think Mansour had a few segments with Ali backstage, didn't he? And it was, I can't remember if it was any good or not.
Oh, yeah,
And
he
one
was
of the-
like
one of them was a
naive,
bit
wasn't
cheeky.
he?
Yeah, one of them's like, oh, it's me, hello. Just pretend to be like, yeah, like, hi.
Yeah, I'll go.
I've never seen wrestling before.
I guess,
Wait,
yeah.
didn't you win loads of matches?
I guess we'll. Yeah, I'll agree there. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, that Marseille working better as a face.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh, whatever. No one cares. Dawkins and Ford.
Well, Ford has to be the biggest superstar in the entire world. So Ford is the face, please.
Pretty easy one, that, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see Ford being a heel though, but he should be a babyface.
After they lost to the Usos, I could see Ford being a heel, but he seems to have not.
Yeah.
He's too exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast and the rest of your day. I'm going to butcher this, sorry. Slangofoil?
Shangofoil.
Can I try, please?
Boom, boom, boom,
Give me a go,
boom,
give me
boom,
a go, I
boom.
wanna go.
Aaron, oh, yeah, there you go.
I'm not going to be able to do this, am I?
Jack Lee's do it with an accent.
Oh, wait, I thought this was this person's name. It's
No,
just
no,
a
it's
greeting in Irish, isn't it?
Irish
right,
saying,
okay,
yeah.
right. Thank you.
You just-
Aaron, thanks, Aaron.
Thank you for telling us to go sort ourselves in Irish. Thank you very much, Aaron. If you have any Reese's Pieces, please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What a long podcast it's been. And a quick shout out to our producers, Reno2200 and Noah Anderson. Thank you very much, you scrummy bag of Ferrero Rochers de Perrier. So now I'll move on to the big question. which is who is currently the best heel in wrestling? Obviously, we've just seen shades of MJF making kids cry, brah. And Roman Reigns just doing everything great.
I don't want to.
And there's Gunther, the 5th or 4th, I forget which one it is, longest reigning IC champ.
As of this week, there's Powerhouse Hobbs, a newcomer to the fold.
I don't know, wait for that for a week.
He's got a good snarl on him. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a good heel when they're cheering him.
You've got Heyman. Does Heyman count? He's the
He's
mastermind.
part of the package, but Heyman's... that's a good point, though. Anyway, what do you say, Jack, when you hear who is the bestest heel ever?
I was
you
gonna
can't
say
Kip Sabian.
I was gonna say that I don't think necessarily that MJF is the best heel. I think he's the biggest heel, but not the best one. Does that make sense?
He still gets cheers.
Well, he gets cheers, and some of the things he does, I think, are like. No, I don't think he's got a very consistent character. He just does whatever will get the most heat at any one time, which works to an extent, but not as fully as maybe others.
Okay.
But I still really enjoy his match. Like, he's great to watch.
So who would you say was the best then?
Probably Roman Reigns.
Good answer.
So scared of the hate in the comments.
He
though.
gets lots of cheers.
I was going to say,
I like
same
them
way as
equally.
MJF. It's not possible to be that big of a heel like it was in the 80s. Nowadays,
No.
we're all getting some cheers.
Oh, there's a clear answer, everybody.
Oh.
On this day,
Don't say Adam Pearce.
the 10th of March, 2023, the best heel currently in wrestling is Dominic Mysterio. Universal.
My God, yes.
Universal booze for that scrawny
He
little
is a
prick
very good heel.
who has the beautiful girlfriend, the
Yeah.
legendary father who he's used and is now abusing, but the father won't fight back. He's been to prison, so he's a bad man.
Ooh.
Gets no cheers whatsoever.
His mates are always like, yeah, go on, mate.
Aye.
Tell him he's great.
To be fair, I'm putting all my stock in this argument into crowd reaction.
That's a good answer.
I'm trying to think of like who gets booze and only booze and no like little go on you
The
cool
guns?
heel. The guns, yeah.
Oh, that was going to be my pick.
I was gonna suggest is Rhea just on the strength of the work she's doing in the ring and stuff, but she's too popular to be
Too
the best
cool,
heel. Yeah.
She, before the Charlotte feud, yeah, I would say there's a bit mixed, but they've done a pretty good job of having Charlotte cheered and her booed.
But is that because of her, or is that another argument in Dom's favor? He's not just a great heel himself; he's helping Rhea not get cheered.
Yeah.
He doesn't even try though, does he? He just exists with his mullet.
Yeah,
He comes
yeah,
out
yeah,
his little arms.
Yeah.
I think he's actually. I think he's actually. Not that he even needed to, because the heat was so organic anyway. But he's actually getting better at healing it up as well.
Yeah.
He's like his promo with Charlotte was good.
Yeah.
She could be the best
I've already
babyface.
got a big dick at home. All right, Charlotte.
We misheard that, by the way.
Yeah.
She said accent.
Thicker accent, not asset or whatever we said.
Oh, I thought you were doing that the James Bond thing of going, he's got a thicker accent.
I think she did.
Dun-dun.
I think she did mean that.
Innuendo. No. Well, whatever. Dom rules.
Wow.
Sounds like it hurts.
He's not doing anything at the minute, but for the past few years, he could have said Jay White's a candidate. But now we'll have to wait and see what happens. He was really good at being.
Everyone tells me this. I just always see like the out of context like promos, which is yelling.
Yeah, well, he's having a breakdown.
I'm not
when he's
messing
lo-
around.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just about
serious
laughing.
right now. Come on. He's not Cockney, I don't know. Waller?
Yeah, I guess.
Ooh, NXT was the biggest heel. Well, I'd say Thea.
JD McDonough.
I'd say Thea Hale.
Thea Hale's the biggest heel. Can
Honestly.
we have her just right in the corner of the thumbnail? Just pick it up. Andre Chase is deluded, so that makes him a heel.
Now this is just getting silly.
That's the
You're just airing your grievances now.
NXT Universe's
yeah.
hero.
Not in terms of absolute heat, but I find pretty deadly good heels because they're so entertaining. Like, I find them really fun to watch.
It's good.
Jarrett.
Jarrett's
I think he's
legit answer, yeah.
because people see him and go, "Yeah, it's Jarrett," and then they go, "Oh God, he might win,"
Yeah.
and the crowd just turns.
No
on
one
him.
else is capable of creating that dread when a pinfall's
Right.
happening. This might be when that happens next week. Limbs.
The fact that we're saying this like next week, very strong possibility he's going to win.
The
and
only
the crowd
title to
knows it.
change hand overseas or whatever they say.
Yeah.
There's so many definitions of best because you could also say like best in terms of like in kayfabe best. Is it Jade
Yeah.
Cargill because she never loses
Yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Does that make her? I don't think it does, but I'm just throwing it forward as an
No.
argument.
it's a good point
Roman's
to
the
make.
one for in kayfabe, isn't it? Because he just keeps
Aye.
being a bastard in his wins. MJF, similar reasons.
Yeah.
Depends how you want to answer the question, doesn't it?
There was a match I watched Stardom, my favorite promotion.
Oh, I hope you talk about it in your
I've already done it. It was the other month, yeah.
Grand.
But it was Suzu Suzuki, who was your card, I believe, when Montana Billy sent us those cards, and
Yes.
yours was her.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And I've watched her title match against Julia, and she's like a future. She's like 20, and she's really good.
Oh.
I was watching it thinking, this will be a Julia showcase. She's the champion. She's the big star of Stardom at the minute. And instead, this Suzu Suzuki last blew me away. She lost, but I don't know if she's a full-on heel. It was just a personal feud because they used to be friends. But I'll throw her in to sound clever if she is a heel. There we go.
Good one.
Did you see what promotion came runner-up in the promotion of the year?
I certainly did. It was Jack's favourite.
I wasn't too far off.
NXT.
No.
Oh, no, not even Seedling.
Stardom.
It was
Yeah.
Stardom.
Um,
So they're all pretending to watch wrestling.
who are the big
So now they're pretending to watch Stardom because of you.
Who are the big good heels in New Japan these days?
Oh, God, better.
Ospreay, but he gets cheered, so he's not really.
Even in Japan, they cheer the bad guys.
It was so weird, right? Because that match he had with Omega at Wrestle Kingdom,
Yeah. I can see that being
Omega
surely.
wrestled it as the heel. And Ospreay was like fighting back and like bleeding and like and then lost. It was weird. But now he's still a heel. I don't know.
Okay. I'm trying to think of on the indie scene, but everyone's just getting cheered and stuff, so there isn't any.
What's been going on in GC Dub?
I haven't watched it in months.
Have you seen the lineup for WrestleMania weekend? Like every other show is a GCW show.
Well, they have the gathering of the what they call it.
Juggalos?
No.
Oh.
But they have the series
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
The something. I remember right.
The Collective.
The collective. That's all.
Oh, right, yeah. But they're like, I know that each show's got a different theme or a different aim, but it feels like they're taking over. It's quite insidious.
Well,
GCW are the biggest heels in wrestling.
yeah. Mark O'Donnell even said he thinks that they're the third biggest company in America right now. Even with Impact right there, which he also wrestles on.
They've got
and
a
MLW, which sometimes exists.
They've got a passionate following.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You could argue that, definitely.
Yeah. Mark O'Donnell. For a while in GC Dub, not like an Impact, whatever, but like in GC Dub, absolutely. Oh. Things had a bit of a. Sorry, I just remembered the match he had. Crowd going, oh, Mark O'Donnell.
It could be, if we ask this question in a few months, it could realistically be John Moxley. Heel Moxley could be terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin Owens again.
QT
Kevin
Marshall.
Owens. That's a. I don't want to do too many. I don't want to add a sub question to the big question, but how's Owens and Zayn's tag team going to end this time once it happens?
With them winning.
Not another betrayal. Yeah,
They
probably
win
will.
them. They win the tag titles, and immediately they both turn on each other at the exact same time.
Oh, it'll be good.
1, 2, 3, stand up and punch.
We've covered quite a lot of ground there.
Yeah, I think that looked quite nice.
When I thought
Can't speak.
this question was going to be the best heel ever. We could save that for another week. I won't
Oh,
say.
save it.
I'll
Oh,
save that.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
right, okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
Fritz von Erich. Yeah, I think we've got everything. Rest that we need to. Let's end this.
Okay.
Little Cultaholic disclaimer coming up, so someone's about to get sneak attacked. Jack, what have you got for us until next week?
Twitch.tv/Cultaholic every Wednesday. Me and Owen are in the Premier League now
Oh, of darts.
of soccer.
Oh,
We've won 2 matches and lost 2 in the Premier League. We lost to Spurs and Manchester United, but we beat Hull, who came up with us, and a thriller against Villa away 3-2. £5 Ken with a hat trick. Ken.
£5 Ken.
There you go.
Fantastic.
And there will be a weirdest episodes. It's Mania themed, but it's not a Mania itself, if that makes sense. It doesn't-
Mania theme, but not a Mania.
Yeah. I might just say what it is.
Yeah, go on.
People deserve it if they've stuck with the podcast this long to find out what it is. I'm planning to do it on the WrestleMania Rewind episode of Raw, where all the matches were rematches from a previous.
Oh, I remember that one. It's like
Yeah.
Kane versus Triple H, right?
Yes.
Mark Henry versus
Mark Henry
Undertaker,
Taker.
maybe? Yeah.
Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik get involved.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was meant to be a match and then I think an angle instead because they couldn't wrestle.
Yeah, they
again.
took one look at them and went, oh, never mind. Oh, okay, cool. Ross,
I've got very little to promote.
but don't you have a football podcast?
No, I've not been even doing that because I've been ill at the start of this week.
Oh.
This weekend.
Oh,
so,
bless
yeah.
you. I remember now. Sorry
Yeah, I
about
had like a 48-hour thing, which I think has been going around with people, so that was nice. I'll promote that.
God,
the 48-hour illnesses and
Your
stuff.
bug lasted the same length as Wardlow's title ring. Well, I hope you and him both get better soon.
Yeah, I do Twitch on a Wednesday at sort of 3:30 p.m. The Hartlepool United's career mode is now in League One. Just
What are
about
they
to start the
called?
season.
Hartlepool?
Hartlepool United. Hartlepool, up the pools.
What's their nickname?
Up the pools, the monkey hangers.
Yeah.
And we signed Marcus Alonso from Barcelona on a free.
Ooh.
That's my
Ooh.
big marquee signing in League One for Hartlepool.
Is
11
he
grand a
left
week.
back, or are you pushing him a bit?
Oh, he's left back,
Left
yeah.
back, yeah.
Left back, yeah. That's all right. That's all I've got. I've got no
Sweet.
videos about the wrestling upcoming.
Yeah.
I'll watch WTF and Revolution because that went up 3 days late because of my illnesses.
Was that one of the WTF moments, getting ill?
Probably, yeah. I should have
Should've
done that. I
It
didn't.
was a WTF worthy show.
It was.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're a kid in the front row. Absolutely.
Oh, goodness.
I should probably start watching the Northern League, like I've been telling myself to, so I can keep with all the
Oh.
football talk.
You're going to watch the Northern League?
Yeah, I
Who are
wanna
you going to
get-
support?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to pick the
What do you mean,
favorite
the
one.
Northern League?
The Vanarama North?
Like between Ashington
Or is
and
it-
Gateshead
oh,
and Bish.
wow.
It's like, there's so many great places.
Blythe
enough.
Spartans, got to be.
Are they, check, they're not in, oh, maybe in like
I think they
Division
might be.
Two.
They might be too
conference-
good.
Conference
Yeah,
North, yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Something like that. I looked and went, hang on, they're not in the Northern League? Where are they then? I have to
Too
find
good.
them. So,
But there's like Heat and Stannington.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just so impressed that there's a proper football. The second oldest
You're so
in the
impressed
world,
that the
by the way.
North has-
And yeah, the place is like just little
We've
towns.
organised football.
There's one of them's just Newcastle Uni.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's Crook Albion.
One uni is worth the same amount as West Auckland. I
in
love
the,
that.
In the second tier of the Northern League, that's my local team, Jarrow FC. Up the Jarrow.
Yeah, isn't that great? Think of it like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
I need to go to one, but they're all in,
I don't even know where Morpeth are in that pyramid.
Morpeth won the FA. That FA.
Vars. I was there,
Vars.
Wembley,
Were you?
2016, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know where to get a Bishop
Beat
Auckland
Hereford.
strip from. That's the thing. So I don't need to go to one of the matches.
Oh,
yeah.
Like,
You go to the
hope
club.
there's a man there selling them.
Club shop.
Kevin Phillips is currently the manager of South Shields.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's mint. Isn't it great?
He probably
That's
just
more exciting.
Probably just moved back into his old house, I guess, that he used to live.
Let's just go in.
Yeah. Anyway,
Right.
up the local football.
Oh, maybe the new Botchmania out or something. I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, thank you very much for listening and
Any
enduring.
Bret Hart's
some of it.
book, Twitch, and that?
Oh yes, thank you very much. Sunday, Bret Hart's book will be read, and people were actually complaining because we read some of the book this week. We usually just fanny about, but I actually got some read. Like, wow, we're learning a lot. Dino Bravo sucks. Mailbag at cultaholic.com, patreon.com/cultaholic for all the sending and all the other cool things you can do with us. This has been Jack. This has been Ross. This has been Maffew. Andrew's been behind the camera. Next week will be Bret Hart, and now we're gonna say what's the thing that we said?
I don't know at all.
I don't know.
Venom off.
No,
Really,
no.
What's the movie said?
What?
What's the movie did? Venom off.
Stun Spore.
Stun Spore. After three, we'll point the thing
Why are
and
they
yell
laughing
that.
at- I don't even think Venomoth did spun.
1,
Stun
2,
Spore.
3.
Venom! Stun Spore!
Why are they mocking me? I thought it was good.
Yeah.